Okay, so as usual, ẹ ti mọ bó ṣe ń lọ. Mo kí wa pé ẹ káàárọ̀ ẹ káàsán ní ibi tí Ọlọ́run bá ti ní ká tún jọ máa darapọ̀ mọ́ra wa. This is Koiki Media Live ìníníjọ́ Tuesday, 21st day of March 2023. Aago mọ́kànlá ìyẹn ló fi lọ lù lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí níbi tí a tún tún gbáradì fún ètò Star Radio UK láti sọ nípa news tó ń lọ ní ìlú tó jẹ́ ìlú ìbànújẹ́. Bọ̀ fáwọn kan Nàìjíríà kì í ṣe ìlú ìbànújẹ́ torí pé wọ́n sì ní hope nínú Nàìjíríà. Àwọn ò ní hope nínú Nàìjíríà o. A dẹ̀ sọ́pọ̀tì àwọn 419 politicians yìí because àwọn ni wọ́n hold the bondage ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yìí, but ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ dẹ̀ ti ní kí n shut up. Èmi dẹ̀ lémi ò shut up. So ibi tí ìjà ti wà láàrin wa nìyẹn. Wọ́n ní kí n gbẹ́nu dákẹ́ pé ṣé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ń complain fún mi pé yà ń jẹ wọ́n. Mo kí gbogbo lé, èmi àbúrò yín náà ni, èmi ọmọ yín, èmi ẹ̀gbọ́n yín. Screen tí màá máa wò lélẹ̀ torí mo ṣe ń set up fún Star Radio. Ẹ mọ̀ pa ti ṣe program ní ìdájí, so mo ṣe jí padà nísìn láìpẹ́ yìí ni. Iṣẹ́ mídíà, iṣẹ́ tó ní a lot of wàhálà nínú, just like ìní ni birthday Simon Ekpa, àkìlá torí ètò wa, happy birthday to Simon Ekpa. Àárín àwọn àti Biafra kò lè dàrú, ẹni bá fẹ́ dàrú Ọlọ́run máa dàárín àárín, ó máa dàárín tẹ̀yìn náà wò ni, bó ṣe máa jẹ́ nìyẹn. Àwọn tó yẹ ká face, àwọn gangan ní olórí burúkú Yorùbá politician látòkè délẹ̀ láì yọ ẹnìkankan sílẹ̀ tí wọ́n ń da ìrìn àjò ọmọ Yorùbá nú. Mo kí assalamu alaikum, a kú palẹ̀mọ́ Ramadan fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin mùsùlùmí pátápátá. Bí èèyàn ṣe máa ń sọ abáyàn láyé àfiwásáyé lẹ náà ni. Once again, happy birthday to the good guy, ìyẹn Simon Ekpa. Àkìlá torí ètò wa. Mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí bàbá wa Professor Banji Adébánjí Akíntóyè, bàbá lálùbáríkà, bàbá tó dáa tó rántí pé a ní wà ní bíbáyìí forever, tó wá ń wọjọ́ ọ̀la pé ẹ jẹ́ ká kúrò nínú ìlú tí kò ní any reason tá gbọ́dọ̀ wà nínú ẹ̀. But ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn kan wà, àwọn sì ń wo Nàìjíríà bíi tí ó máa ṣiṣẹ́, àwọn ò sí lára àwọn yẹn mọ́ torí pé a ti gbìyànjú fún Nàìjíríà tó. Èmi àtìyàwó mi sọ̀rọ̀ láàárọ̀ yìí, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọjà tó ń jó ní ọjà kan ti jó ní Onitsha láàárọ̀ yìí, bó ṣe ń jó ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá náà ló ń jó nílẹ̀ Ìgbò. Kí ló dé tí gbogbo àwọn tó ń tajà yìí, kí ló dé tí wọ́n ní fire engine tiwọn? Ara mentality Nàìjíríà náà nìyẹn. Ara mentality ìlú burúkú tí a lot of people are waiting for this àwọn olórí burúkú government tí ayé wọn máa bàjẹ́ ni látòkè délẹ̀. Government that have destroyed your life. Everybody's waiting for the government. You are waiting for no government because ọjà yín máa jóná. So those in the southeast, you have the money to buy your own fire engine and install them closer to your market. If you are waiting for all your governors, your wares, your produce will continue to burn and there's nobody that will pay you back. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá látòkè délẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí Koiki Media Live, but I'm prepared for Star Radio now, and because I'm running late, I have 15 minutes. Mo dẹ̀ tí pushi interface sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. Mo kí gbogbo yín ní ìlú Èkó. Mo mọ̀ pé inú àwọn kan máa dùn, inú àwọn kan máa lọ, ẹ má worry. With time, people will understand that kò sí kan tí ẹ lọ wo program tí mo ṣe ní ìdájí tí Sanwó-Olú lè ṣe ó sì máa gba ọ́dà látàbújá even though pa mọ̀ pé Tinubu ni elected president but Tinubu dìgbà tó bá di May 29 la máa mọ̀ bí ọwọ́ gbé fún bí ọwọ́ gbé fún but for now Tinubu still holds the elected president position but that does not guarantee Tinubu on the 29th but tó bá dé guarantee ẹ̀ we wait and see. So once again, a very good morning and welcome to the program. I have 15 minutes. So nínú 15 minutes yẹn, ṣe fi gbọ́ nǹkankan ṣé kí n ju nǹkankan síbẹ̀ ká máa gbọ́. Ẹ yẹ ká gbọ́ bàbá wa Chief Tọ́lá Adéníyì just to remind us pé àwọn tá à ń bá deal they are crazy. Mo kí gbogbo ilé nǹkan sí láìpẹ́ nìkankan láìyọ ẹnìkankan sílẹ̀. Mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Mixlr. A very good morning and welcome to the program. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin olùṣọ́ tí ẹ ń bá wa ṣe ìmúlédúró ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pẹ̀lú àdúrà kan ẹ bá ṣe ń gbàdúrà fún Nàìjíríà ẹ wò sítáàbù ni o mo máa ń rí àfáà kan àbí wòlíì kan máa ní a new Nigeria kìnìkan well èmi ò mọ ìran tọ́lọ́run fi wọ̀n wọ́n but so many people have abused that as well so many people don't want to even àwọn èèyàn tẹ̀ kàn fi gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ miracle kankan mọ́ nísìn because miracle yẹn náà láti gbọ́ tí ẹ ti fi parọ́ fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa but Ọlọ́run kò kúrò níbi tó wà bọ́lọ́run bá tẹ̀ máa wá àwa náà láti gbìyànjú so ìgbìyànjú tiwa ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí ìyàwó mọ́yọ̀mọ́yọ̀ it is not bad country for people like tax force LASTMA LNSA stupid politician thugs gbogbo ẹlẹ́kó papọ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Fátókí àwọn èèyàn wà Nàìjíríà tó ń fún mi ní náírà wàláì kò sí bó ṣe lè kéré tó mo máa dúpẹ́ fún yín ní gbogbo ìgbà màá kọ́ jí láàárọ̀ 10,000 15,000 and ẹlòmíì kẹrì inú Nàìjíríà ló ti ń send owó yẹn we appreciate every one of you ẹ káàárọ̀ mọ́mí wa ìyá Mojí Adésànyà so ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́ bàbá wa Chief Tọ́lá Adéníyì while I can focus because mo ní láti kọ write up kan nípa media chat àwa ti Biafra fún inú program tó fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ láàárọ̀ but ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́ ilé àti gbọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ rí but it's always good to hear it 1,000 years from today lè change the mindset Fúlàní tí Tinubu bá ṣe 8 years mi ò gbàdúrà kó kú kọ́lọ́mbà fún lẹ́mìí gúngún àtàláfíà tó bá parí 8 years ṣàtúmọ̀ máa sáré Haúsá àti Fúlàní ni àbí Tinubu máa fọ́ Nàìjíríà pátápátá á dá padà sí regional government á break the constitution kí làwọn expectation tí Tinubu bá débẹ̀ ṣó máa lè ṣe àwọn èèyàn béèrè. Ó ti di méjì àfẹ́gbọ́ ti pàṣítọ̀ Fúlàní yẹn tí bàbá wa nìkan ni mo fẹ́ gbọ́ mo lè láòdì kò ní ìdájí yẹn mo máa ń slow sound yẹn torí àwọn ọmọ tó ń sùn nínú ilé ẹja gbẹ́lẹ̀.
They drink, they fornicate, also they do all the things that all human beings do. So it's not a question of religion. There's no question of anybody being truly a Muslim there. You know,
even I knew a chief judge who was supposed to be leading Muslim prayers, who anytime he came to me in my official residence, he would put brandy or whiskey in a mug and be drinking, and they will smoke and all that. So I don't think it's religion. When they started this Sharia, how many of them are obeying the Sharia? How many of them? No, not none of their leaders. So it's not religion per se, but they use religion to deceive people and say Hausas were not Muslims at all. So they say, well, let's give you a superior religion. We'll give you Islam. But that didn't apply to the South because we've had Muslims in Yoruba land even before 14th century.
So truly what we are fighting against, or what is going on, is clash of culture.
And civilizations.
And civilizations.
That's right.
Not really the Fulani versus the Igbo or the Fulani versus the Yoruba.
No.
It's clash of civilizations.
Yes, clash of civilizations and clash of cultures. Yes, you're right.
That means we have not really integrated as a people.
Never. We have never been.
So the word the Nigerian people is a fallacy. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Because, again, in those days, you would say there have always been Igbo markets, Hausa markets in Enugu. There have always been Sabos in Shagamu. But those Sabos were occupied by Hausas. Hausas are peaceful people. We traded in Kola Nut. We did. Even the few Fulanis that came with them at that time, when you had the Sabo in Chagamo or in Ibadan here, they would still look for one Fulani man and make him their Seriki.
How did the Hausa accept
They were subdued.
They were subdued despite their large number.
Yes, they were subdued. Of course, they killed, they ruined, they extirpated their 7 kingdoms. They killed their 7 rulers and took over under the guise of religion. Another thing they used the word corruption. Oh, your people are corrupt. We are saints. Your people are corrupt. They've always used the word corruption to deceive people.
But the jihad is over. How come the Hausa man is yet to claim that Hausaness again?
It's just now that the efforts we are making in the south have begun to yield fruits. You will be surprised to hear that now in Hausa land, we now have Hausa Christians. Never had that before. Never. You now have Middle Belt Forum that are saying we are not northerners, we are middle belters. We are not northerners. Don't call us northerners. Now, when you see a Jukum man or you see a Lantan man and you say you are Hausa or you are Fulani, he will be angry. He may even draw his dagger. Don't call me Fulani. I'm not Fulani. I'm not Hausa. What we did not know until recently is that when you call a Fulani man Hausa, he will be angry. He will say Banzani. Because he knows that I'm superior to Hausa. How can you say I'm Hausa? But before Buhari came to establish his suzerainty over Nigeria, we lumped all of them together. We're northerners. And like I wrote some 4 years ago, there's no north. There's no north that we used to know. The north is dead. There's nothing called north anymore.
So there's a Fulani now standing on his own.
It's standing on its own. There's no more north. If they try any war today, oh God of mercy. The kind of cohesion you had in the army, the military in 1966, will never happen again in this country, if there is a country at all. You will not find a Hausa soldier now, an Igbo soldier going to Enugu to kill a fellow Igbo. You will not even find an Igbo soldier coming to Ibadan to kill a Yoruba man, or a Yoruba soldier going to Enugu to kill an Igbo man. It will not happen again. So the Lantan people, the Benue people will never ever allow themselves to be used by any Fulani mischief maker.
So if I'm getting you right, your argument is that the Fulani hegemony has been broken.
Dead.
If the Fulani hegemony has been broken,
yes,
does it mean that the social structure of Nigeria is about to witness a very hard hit that will lead to a new Nigeria?
Yes, for those who agree with you to the extent of the fact that there are still some people who want a Nigeria, a group that I don't belong to. But for such people, yes, with the weakening of Fulani hegemony, there could be a Nigeria that will integrate the Soba Fulanis, the town Fulanis, and still reconstruct, rebuild, and then have a Nigeria that should be. But I, as a person, as Tola Adeni, believe that it will take probably 1,000 years to change the mindset of a Fulani person, whose philosophy is kill, maim, rape, send away people from their land and let me occupy it.
That is the bush Fulani.
It is the bush Fulani.
Not the town Fulani.
Not the town Fulani.
And the town Fulani is more in number.
No! The town Fulani is less than 1%.
How did you get that figure?
Oh, go and find out. Let them allow a sense. Who are the town Fulani? There are very few. The ones who have in Abuja. Or the few that dot spaces in Sokoto. I'm sure that you know that Sokoto, as we speak, is not a Fulani town.
Is it not?
No, that's a mistake we make. Zamfara is not a Fulani town. There are more houses in Zamfara than Fulani. There are more houses in Kano than Fulani.
But the Fulani govern.
They are in town. They are in charge.
Yes, so it's their town.
Yes. By subterfuge, by cunning, by crookedness, by all sorts of gimmickry.
Or by integration.
Not integration, by intimidation. And I said they are politically savvy. What they did to the rest of Nigeria, when they realized that the Fulani in the military, they could no longer use the military to retain power indefinitely. Since they've had power, they had access to the treasury, they say, oh yes, Edmond is from the east or wherever, brilliant man. He may likely oppose us and contest with us and rival us. Let's make him an ambassador. Let's give him an oil block. Let's make him a billionaire. We padlock his mouth. Let's get an Abiola. Make him a billionaire. Let's get this. Let's get that. And make them big. They will never be able to look us in the face. Then we can continue. Looting the treasury, we can continue. And once when we are in control of the treasury, we are in control of everywhere. So we can hire thugs. We can do whatever we would like. And that is why they introduced what I call plutocracy into Nigerian political etymology. Plutocracy.
Meaning?
Plutocracy is the government of the rich.
Yeah.
Oligarchy is the government of the muscle men.
Impediment to Yoruba development is the impediment to Odua development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 1962, we were far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We were far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shot to pieces? I don't think that's what we want. But they are always talking about giving Nigeria a chance. The patience of Yoruba with Nigeria has come to an end.
If you don't allow we Biafrans to go, that zoological republic called Nigeria will be a worse place than Somalia. And today it is happening. And if you have not applied for your Somalian visa, please try and do so. Should I say Somali visa? Try and do so as quickly as possible, because the zoo is on the path of destruction, and there is nothing man can do to reverse it. Mark today's date and what I'm telling you. Nigeria will be destroyed beyond human comprehension.
This is in-depth analysis.
There is no other section of the country that has contributed as much as northern Nigeria. None. We can bring any area and debate it. And you find that the North paid more than paid its dues. In political terms, this is what now the turbulence in the country politics. The North must not show its face as to who in the next election. The parties were warned that they must not shield northerners as presidential candidates, because it is not the turn of the North to rule again after Buhari. Of course, I mean, you can look at it in various ways, legal or political. Certainly not legal. Our law books are very clear, the Constitution is very clear that I can stand the election 20 times and I can lose 20 times. But nothing should stop me from contesting election if I want to. But then, when you look at it in terms of, well, do me, I do you. Rub my back and I rub yours. the North has robbed more backs than is back being robbed. Obasanjo couldn't get 10,000 votes in front of his house. I sat with him when he declared, and I told the journalists that spoke to him rudely most of the time, I said he would be president in Nigeria by the votes of northern Nigeria, and he did. Even there, well, we got paid back somehow.
Ẹ má bínú, ẹ já fi bàbá burúkú yẹn sílẹ̀. I need to switch you now to the Star Radio UK, and that is where our conversation is to start with this morning. And when we're done with that, we come back and have our own proper discussion. Moki Bubualenkonsi. We are now switching to Star Radio UK, the morning show, where they are waiting on the other side for me as well. Orúkọ mi ni Ọlá Yomi Koiki, tí gbogbo yín mọ̀ sí Koiki Media. Once again, a very good morning and welcome to the live transmission. Mo kí yín láti Canada, Cyprus, Belgium, Italy, Libya, Cote d'Ivoire, Sierra Leone, Gambia. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi kan wà ní Gambia. Kò síbi tọ́mọ Yorùbá ò sí. Ó wà ní Thailand, ó wà ní Sudan, ó wà ní Baghdad, ó wà ní Qatar, ó wà ní UAE. Wọ́n tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀tẹ́ àmọ̀ bí àwọn tẹ̀ ń rìn ní ìwé fún yín mọ́ nísìnyí ní UAE. Náà kò ṣàánú. Àdẹ̀kùn káàkiri náà. Àwọn akùnrin náà dẹ̀ wà ní ibi tó ń pè ní UK. Àwọn kan wà ní Dublin. Mo sọ fún yín 1963 dé 1969 wọ́n ju bọ́ǹbù sí ìlú yìí. Àwọn military paramilitary kan ní Wales. Tipẹ́tipẹ́ láwọn èèyàn ti ń jà fún kankan. Báwa bá dẹ̀ ní mo kíyà tó bí mi lọ́mọ ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. So I'm gonna switch now. But mo mọ̀ tó ń play lọ́wọ́ nísìnyí and I don't want. Terrorism financing. Chuka Mamu pleads not guilty. Who plead not guilty. So Macron is okay. As soon as the Archibati Wole, I'm gonna switch everything. So Mike Itemimawa off. It is King Moriembe. In your compare, what is the United Nations saying about this zoo country called Nigeria? Kílẹ̀ Europe ló wọ́n sọ. Àníkò ẹ̀ fún àwọn UN yẹn má máa dárúkọ UN. Àmọ́ reason ti Pastor Adébóyè ṣe ń trend. Gbogbo UN tẹ́yẹ̀ yìí máa ń dárúkọ yẹn. Iṣẹ́ UN ni kó create peace. UN ò fẹ́ kẹ́jà. The Independent Electoral Commission Officer identifies Bashir Shagari has been kidnapped by suspected gunmen at a Zamfara State. Àti ìdádúpẹ́ pé kò ń ṣe àwọn IPOB lẹ́ máa tún gbé yẹn mọ́ lórí. Mo lè bẹ̀yìn lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ máa ń gbọ́ mi. Ẹ má wá pè mí. Èèyàn kan mo sọ lánàá, mo ti sọ ní òru yìí. Lórí ọ̀rọ̀ àwa ti Biafra, mo fẹ́ ní any conversation pẹ̀lú anybody. Ní ọ̀kan máa ń pè mí pé relationship wa yẹn ká gbé yẹ̀ wò. I'm not interested in that. So tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ fi pé relationship yẹn kò fi wọ̀ ẹ lọ bá bàbá kí tó yẹ sọ̀rọ̀. Torí bá ṣe parí media chat lánàá làwọn méjì kan ti pè mí. Lọ ti ń complain. Ẹ ṣé mo rí mẹ́sẹ̀gì Simon Ekpa tọ́nà máa kó àwọn ESN wá sí Èkó. Àwọn ò ní rí ìtò dáa. Wọn ò ní rí ìtò dáa láàárín àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń ṣe jàǹbá fún Yorùbá. But ti Simon Ekpa yẹn, tweet Simon Ekpa yẹn ni wọ́n rí ló ń pè mí lórí ẹ̀ lánàá. Èmi náà dẹ̀ dá wọn lóhùn dáadáa. Sọ yẹn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, ẹ má ká wojú ara wa o, a nífẹ̀ẹ́ ara wa. Mo trust anybody o, bí ṣe sọ nìyẹn o. Bàbá ń wà lórí platform tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ then mo trust anybody because anybody lè tà mí fún anybody. Mo trust anybody o. Ìyàwó mi, ọmọ mi àti ìyá tó bí mi nìkan ni mo trust o. Tí mo gbé dání wà very very sensitive náà. So tẹ́ bá jẹ́ pé any problem pẹ̀lú Biafra. Police urged Lagosian to describe 18 hours ago ni. So ẹni tó bá ní problem pẹ̀lú Biafra, any right láti ní problem pẹ̀lú àwọn Igbo, ẹ má gbé yẹn dọ́dọ̀ tèmi o. I'm not gonna buy that nonsense. I don't care whoever you are. So tó bá jẹ́ pé ló máa díjà láàrin wa sílẹ̀, kó tètè àdíjà sílẹ̀ o. So jẹ́ n pé Star Radio, you are 5 minutes away. So ní ọ̀kan máa sọ fún mi pé àwọn Biafra yẹn ẹ jẹ́ á ṣọ́ra pẹ̀lú wọn. Ẹ kọ́kọ́ lọ ṣọ́ra pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá. Ẹ tó máa sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn Biafra. So bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn o. Okay, Manuel Kemibele. So I'm switching now.
From listening to the it's Star Radio UK. It is your just education or awareness time on Star Radio UK for this month. Yes, takes place every day from 10 a.m. It's been 10 a.m. to 10 quarter past 10. Yes, and then in the evening exactly from 5 p.m. to a quarter past 5 as well. So I want to invite you to listen to it. And then actually there's something that is being given there. But wherever you are in the Star Radio UK, welcome to live if you prepare to get in while he's preparing. So getting all the information.
To get in while he's preparing. So he's getting all the information across. But wherever you are, let's stay tuned whilst I bring you some of the stories that we're going to be looking at. Now, Kaduna State government declares 24-hour curfew in Jema and Kora LGA's local government areas. But the question is, why? And terrorism financing to call Mahmoud's plead not guilty to 10 counts charge. Well, the Independent National Electoral Commission officer identified as Bashir Shagari has been kidnapped by suspected gunmen on Monday, 20th of March. My goodness, at Maradun town in the Maradun LG local government area in Zamfara state. And these are things that are happening. And I tell you that video that Frank sent me early this morning, I looked at it, and then the man was saying that, look, with the election that was held and everything that took place, I'm so disappointed. I don't want to be part of Nigeria anymore. The hope that I had in that country, Nigeria, is all gone. And that is some of the issues that others are saying. But you know what? Let's go to our North London studios where we have Mr. Olayomi Koiki, who is all ready to fire on all cylinders this morning to let you know what is happening in Nigeria. And Yomi, let me say massive good morning to you.
A very good morning to you once again, Mr. Ache. Good morning to our listeners and viewers. A very blessed afternoon to those watching us all the way from Nigeria, and a very good evening to those watching us as far as Australia and New Zealand and Japan. And I say good morning once again to those of us in Europe, and this is Star Radio UK. It is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London, and as we say all the time, if it's not here, then where could it be? But you can always make sure that if you are not following us on the Twitter, then you might not be getting the update that we are already on. But also remember to follow us on the www.starradiouk.com, where you can at least have an idea when we are on in terms of when you want to join the program. But like I said, 11 o'clock, it's all about the most populous black nation in the world. Whether people agree with it, I'm even getting message that Nigeria still remains the happiest country in the world. I don't know where that data is coming from.
So it's Nigeria and Ghana that are the happiest country because the politicians are killing the people. So politicians, pity for us, we beg you. Well, listeners, I'm Mr. Olaimi Koiki in our North London studios. I'm actually here in the South Studio. How are you? How are you, though? How are you?
As usual, when you say, how am I? When we have a life, we are still grateful, especially, when you look at some of the people back home, whether it is a mental issue, whether it is issue that should have been resolved for a very long time. I'm not too sure. I mean, a 75-year-old grandmother in Iforiti, Oloro, has allegedly set her son, daughter-in-law, grandchildren ablaze in Ondo State, southwest Nigeria. So these are some of those news that comes up sometimes. And when you say, how am I just have to say, we're doing very well. But whatever I've let a grandmother set son, daughter-in-law, and the grandchildren ablaze at 75 years old is something that a lot of people will be probably asking, what a tragedy that occurred at Akpomu a suburb of Akure, Ondo State. And like I always say, news is always underreported in most African countries. This actually happened over the weekend, but we are just getting the news coming out as we speak. These are the rural area that probably for one reason or the other, news doesn't filter out as quickly as possible.
It's a very sad one. You know, many a times I do talk about the fact that when it comes to our health system, back home, it's nothing good to write home about at all. So this woman, is she suffering from depression? Is it dementia? What exactly is happening? Have they actually sought, or as we see all the time, when people are growing old and they're suffering from dementia and behaving a bit, it's all witch, and then we go, those who are killing them, and so what has happened there? But that is the failure of the system that we live in. And so when people say that with all these things, we are so fed up, we don't want to know, then why do you tell them that they shouldn't say what they are saying? But Omobolaji Abdullahi says, good morning, Mr. Archie and Mr. Koiki, the king of media from the Yoruba land. God bless you all and your team. Watching from Dubai. Hello, all Dubaians. Everyone watching from Dubai, we salute you. And Tosino in Moscow as well. We salute you, our own envoy in Moscow. Good morning to you. Okay, now let's come to some of the stories making the rounds. I was happy when I saw the information pertaining to the discussions of phone calls, so we call it discussions between the Yoruba and the Igbo with the elections. That was the aftermath of the presidential election, getting to the gubernatorial and everything that took place. It wasn't pleasant. It wasn't pleasant at all, because I was saying that the moment the authorities find out that there is a divided front, those who are even want to look at what they are even doing to themselves, then yes, they can crack on and crack down at everybody and do whatever. But the story says yesterday, Professor Akintoye, leader of the Yoruba Self-Determination, and Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho, they speak with Biafra spokesman Simon Ekpa. Is it Simon Ekpa's birthday today too?
Yeah, it is. It is. Simon's Ekpa birthday, and we wish him happy birthday from this front as well. You're quite right. Yesterday, an emergency media chat, was broadcast to the world, through the Biafra spokesperson, and likewise the Yoruba's media from our leader, Professor Adebanji Akintoye. And the whole purpose of such and quick engagement was nothing more than the fact that the issues surrounding these Igbo are going to be taking our land from Lagos State. Let's quickly listen to a bit of what Professor said in that, and then I'm going to come back as well to the conversation. Star Radio UK.
From the shackles of Nigeria, period. That does it. Lagos is part of Yoruba land, as Simon has said. And there is, I think, those of the people who want to cause trouble by saying Lagos is a no man's land, you please stop saying that, because it causes irritation. It causes irritation and it causes anger. But why do you want to annoy people? Lagos can never be anything other than Yoruba. So saying it is a no man's land is very insulting. Please stop saying so. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And I believe that message is also well received. Those that are making some comments that is not real, or is from also making such a comment. We all know, everybody knows the history, and it's like that.
So that is, Professor saying it clearly in that, media chat. We're going to hear a little bit from what Dr. Oloye Sunday Igboho actually said during the course of the program as well, and I think we could get that right now.
Let me apologize before about every day. Did you to know that Lagos State is a Yoruba land? Then I know my Yoruba people, they can never fight any Igbo in Lagos. Lagos State is our land. It's a Yoruba land, because we have many to talk to them to let us know that our Yoruba nation people, they can never fight. They can't fight any Igbo in Lagos there. Lagos State is a Yoruba land. Then we too, we talk to our people to leave anybody to do his own business in Lagos. So I promise you, I will call my people to talk to our elderly people in Lagos to leave anybody alone to do your own business in Lagos. We are together. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Chief Sunday. That's a very straight message there, and I believe the message, therefore, people have received that message, which is that whoever that is attacking any Biafra or any Igbo person in Lagos is not representing the Oduduwa nation.
So you can't hear it more than exclusive on Star Radio UK. All these was just under half an hour emergency media chat that was put together by the alliance of the Biafra and the Yorubas as well. And it is now clear. I mean, Professor started speaking at about 1942, and some of what he said was, same thing we are fighting for us is the same with what the Biafra are doing as well. And every little up as well. Neither of us, both the Biafra and the Yoruba nation, have anything to do, with what has been played out, by the politicians, especially within the Southwest. We would not have anything to do with the politics of Nigeria, according to Professor Adebanjo Akintoye. He also went on to say that this to them to stop creating trouble, stop threatening people in the interest of this, alliance that we have as well. Is talking now directly to those that keep on saying that Lagos is no man's land. You had him rightly there, and Chief Igbowo says Lagos is a Yoruba land, but yet we would not have anything to do with the political system because what we want is our right to self-determination. Professor went on to say further, election have come and gone. All those noise must now stop. And I believe it will stop because now that those that want to be the governors and they've actually been able to do so, will reduce the tension between, the Igbo and the Yoruba, especially those living in Lagos State. He went on to say that the shackles of Nigeria, we are not part of Nigeria. May God bless Biafra and may God bless Yoruba nation. All these was the emergency media chat between the alliance team of the Yoruba nation and the Biafra. Star Radio UK, the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. And I return back to you, Mr. Archie, in the studio.
Yes, listeners, Mr. Olaimi Koike in Northland studio, bringing you some excerpts of a live video chat between the Yoruba nation and the IPOB as well. Okay, someone Ekpa representing the IPOB. But we'll say thank you very much. Oluremi says good morning to Star Radio UK, Frank, Archie, Olayomi, and the fans. And we say good morning to you. Hope you are doing very well. All right, then. Now let's crack on. Now with this video or this media presentation that was done yesterday, how has it been received on the ground? Because it's one thing we leaders sitting here say, oh, we're going to do this. Don't do that. Don't do that. But the people who actually perpetrate the act are the ones on the ground. How has it been received?
Well, it will take a bit of, a couple of days to quickly remember that, Professor Adebanjo Akintoye still has, a strong network within other Yoruba elders. Remember that the Afenifere, that it was one time, part of them until he decided that, the Nigerian structure is not something that he wants to work with. The Afenifere endorsed Peter Obi during this election, and likewise, as Chief Sunday Igboho also mentioned there that he's also going to be talking to somebody like, some of those elders. And I remember that each time that we had a phone call from Lagos State, from one of our leaders, the Afenifere, the social cultural group, Pa Ayo Adebanjo, we always travel down. I traveled to, his home state and likewise Lagos a couple of times with Igboho. And, in the private discussion, it's always about the unity of Nigeria first, even though they still believe that Nigeria can still be restructured back to what it was in the 1960s. I mean, I'm not sure what their statement will be coming out now that the election is over, whether they will still stand on that or they might also be moving a little bit away from such. But like I said, very soon, a message of peace is what was projected yesterday. And I'm sure those back home will definitely at some point
have to key into it, because the last thing we want is, fighting each other when it comes to the Igbo and the Yoruba, because of the territory that some of the Igbos mentioned those statements saying Lagos is no man's land. But we know that those statements is not something that is, is an authoritative firm that they are taking the land. It's just that there are some words that we use that we don't want to use them here on the platform. Even within the UK context, there are some statements that we alter when you're buying, from the corner shop, but you don't really mean it. But we do know that those statements are wrong to be used.
Yeah, of course. I mean, when it comes to the Rwandan war, it was statements like that. Somebody just said something, carelessly, and that started the whole thing that civil war in Rwanda that happened. So please, let's be careful of our words, whatever things that we are saying. That's why we are careful, whatever we say on this platform, making sure that we bring you coincides and one that is truth and nothing but the truth. But it is Star Radio UK. Well, how many days on after the gubernatorial elections, and what are some of the results coming through? Who is winning and who is on the losing side? Which of the parties is doing better? But I can see the picture of the map in the background, and I'm seeing lots of blues, a few red, and some purple, and some yellow as well, or amber. So tell us more about that, Yomi.
Well, the blue one, stands for the APC. So, if I move a little bit like that, you'll be able to see, APC are the one that have captured most of the state. Let's take a look at, those states quickly. 15 states under the APC, 6 states under the PDP, NMPP, 1 state. They've been able to take away Kano State. I don't know how, APC are going to react, but, life continued, they say, because Kano State, was a state that they would probably not want to lose. So when you look at those states, let's start taking it from Sokoto State. The blue there is APC. You go straight into Kaduna. There's still some contest going on as well. You go to Yobe. Borno is a very, very big state. There's a lot of insurgency in that particular state as well. You come down into Gombe State, but in between Borno, Gombe State, Bauchi has gone back again to PDP. Plateau State has gone to PDP. Kaduna State is gone to APC. Niger State is gone to APC. Kwara State, which is coming down to the southwest with about almost 16 local government, has come back again to APC. The governor is coming back as well. Is not a new governor, but it's coming back. Oyo State, you can see the red in the Oyo State there. In between Ogun State, and Oyo has about 33 local government. I mean, you can actually get 4 states out of Oyo State. And at the early hours of this morning, I was asking the question while I was running a program. What are the functions of the local government council, and how long will it take, for us to develop Oyo State? For those of us that are saying that Nigeria context of, the politicians using the same 1999 constitution. And I went further back to when Governor of Lagos State, then Sanwo-Olu, went to Magodo Estate, and he was actually asking a CSP, how many of your team have you got here? I want you to move away from here. And he was actually saying that, he's not taking command from the governor, even though the governor is the chief security, is actually taking his command from the IG. So, and that is one of the, the very sad part of the 1999 Constitution. You might not be able to do as much because the 1999 Constitution does not allow any of the state to have their own state police. And, crime is local, they say. So when you come back to Cross River State, you've been able to take APC. Benue State, that used to be for PDP, you remember Governor Otton, I had an opportunity to have an interview with him last year. It doesn't seem to be going very well in Benue State. It's gone back to APC, Nasarawa as well. Then when you now go back and look at Delta, it's gone to as well PDP. But there are still some little ones as well. When you look at the Ekiti State, Osun State, those ones did not participate in that election. That is why they've come in that color coded. So let's now quickly look back before. The Independent National Electoral Commission yesterday released more results just after almost 72 hours. All the results so far as at 10 p.m. yesterday indicated that All Progressive Congress
won the governorship election in 15 states, like I mentioned: Sokoto, Katsina, Jigawa, Gombe, Lagos State, Kwara, Niger, Yobe, Nasarawa, Cross River, Ebonyi, Ogun, Benue, Kaduna, and Borno State. And then the People's Democratic Party, on the other hand, have taken Plateau, Bauchi, Oyo, Delta, Rivers, and Akwa Ibom. I believe, Nelson Wike was able to use whatever he has to make sure that his own state remained for PDP. Remember that he was a presidential aspirant, but he didn't. Not aspirant. He contested, but under the primaries of the PDP, and he has already said that he's going to remain in the PDP. He's not going anywhere. So he's been able to give PDP back to Rivers State. The result of election in Abia and Enugu, I'm going to tell you the reason why, because it seems that the Labour Party is making headway, but there's a dispute between the Labour Party and the PDP over the result from some local government area. To resolve the issues, INEC have suspended further collation of the governorship result as well. So that is how far we can say in terms of the election that took place in Nigeria on the 18th Saturday, as we are still looking up to what will be the outcome. We've not talked about the House of Rep, but the most focused point now is the governors and the deputy as well. Star Radio UK, I'll come back to you now in the studio.
Well, let's Mr. Olaimi quickly. So do you mean to say that the Labour Party has not won any state at all?
Well, not as we speak today, but it seems that Abia and Enugu is the two states that they are hoping that they might clinch on it. But as usual, corruption and intimidation is already cooking in, and we'll have to wait and see. So INEC is probably getting calls from the top, and they have to suspend, the coalition there, and we wait to see further as well. I saw Rabiu Kwankwaso praying in front of the INEC, yesterday. I'm not sure why, but we know that Kano State has gone to the NNPP, the only state that they've been able to capture.
Wow. Listen to Star Radio UK. Now, let's look at this other one where the Independent National Electoral Commission officer identified as Bashir Shagari has been kidnapped by suspected gunmen on Monday. Now, is it when they were collating, or maybe they just abducted somebody, they don't know who the person is? Is that what has actually happened there?
Well, we do know that violence, kidnapping, killings is not something new when it comes to election in Nigeria. And you're quite right. These particular, is quite saddening that someone has been adopted, and as I speak to you right now as well, adopted River APC campaign director has also been shot dead. This is another news that is just filtering through the wire. Gunmen have shot dead the All Progressive Congress campaign coordinator in Hohahada, West Local Government area of Rivers State. Remember that we just talked about Rivers State. Rivers State has gone back to PDP. Chizon Lena, at the early hours, he was adopted as well. Lena was reportedly kidnapped by the gunmen dressed in police uniform while voting for the governorship and the State House of Assembly election, in his unit. The APC chieftain, he was gathered, tried to stop the gunmen from snatching electoral materials when he was also whisked away. And we can now confirm that he has been killed. The other one as well that you talked about, is not new. Like I said, when it comes to a situation like this in Nigeria, the question in the minds of those of us outside is, how should an election be a do or die that eventually people have to lose their lives, because of an election? I mean, if truly, they're going to serve the people, let the people decide, whether they want you or not, regardless of your political parties.
Well, interesting. And I have a video that Frank sent me. I could have aired that, because that's okay. Now, this gentleman who was talking, I don't know, I'll forward it to you, and who was talking about the fact that the way the election was held or was conducted, he is so disappointing that he decided to rip his Nigerian passport apart.
Well, if you have seen just one, there's about 3 of them as we speak right now that have decided to, to turn those passports, I mean, for their own reason, none that we might probably not understand. But from what they were saying in the video that I picked up as well, it seems that they are not pleased with the outcome of the result, and they are probably using, their passport as a means of destruction. We can't advise anybody, but that's entirely up to individual, making those decisions. But some of them are saying they are denouncing Nigeria from the video that I've watched. Let's listen to one of them coming from the feed right here.
Evening, fellow Nigerians. Having critically observed the way and manner the Nigerian election has been conducted so far, I have come to the conclusion that Nigeria can never be redeemed. As a result, I have decided not to be associated with anything called Nigeria. In order to buttress my assertion, I hereby destroy my Nigerian passport.
And that is the sound of somebody destroying their Nigerian passport. That is, the first video. Then later on, we started seeing another video, and this is another one speaking and also denouncing being a Nigerian.
As you can see. So, I deny to be a Nigerian. I hope you can see. I can be in a country that has no constitution, that has no regard to human life, that has no regard to humanity. Nigeria has failed. Nigeria has failed. I cannot be in a country that has no law of humanity. Nigeria has failed its own people. The law also has failed.
Star Radio UK, I'll come back again to you now in the studio at 11:33 a.m. as we continue to review some of the updates coming from Nigeria as more headline is still in the front.
Well, it's a sad thing, but somebody would say who is monitoring this is going to say that, you know what, it's because you have got another country, maybe you live overseas, you are in the diaspora, and therefore you can say, I don't want to be part of this one because I am a...
we don't have evidence to where these individuals are.
Of course.
As much as they might be outside or they might be in Nigeria, but like I said, it is now 3 videos that is already in the surface of the social media denouncing being in Nigeria. It's not the first time. You're quite right. If you have a British passport, you can decide that you don't want to hold a Nigerian passport. And as long as you're not traveling to Nigeria, you don't have, Nnamdi Kanu did not tour his own passport, but he has denounced being in Nigeria. And, he traveled to Kenya with a British passport, even though he was kidnapped with the same British passport and, rendition back to Nigeria. There's another man here in UK, that actually bought his own Nigerian passport some few years ago, live on the social media. Wow. And so many people have done the same thing. So I think these ones are probably now getting more angry looking at the system. Is that the right way to go about it? The governorship election, aggrieved candidates should go to the court, according to the foreign observer. So the foreign observer say, if you are aggrieved, you have to go to court. The foreign observer under the aegis of International Police Chaplain, Sustainable Development and Law Enforcement have urged aggrieved political parties and their candidate to go to court to challenge the result. But the last person that told their passport say, being a country that have no constitution, I'm not sure even the judiciary has been listened to by the same government after the Naira scarcity, and they were told, the old and the new currency must be used parallel to December 30, but it took 7 days, and even after that, Nigerians are still struggling when it comes to the scarcity. And we talked about that yesterday, and we might be looking at what is the economy saying this morning as fire got lace and fabric shop in Onitsha market at the early hours of this morning. What a very sad news when market burned. The question is, who do you hold responsible? My wife was saying this morning that maybe some of them should start buying their own fire truck, employ people, but they're probably trying to save money
they are not looking at the other side as well. This year alone, Onitsha market is an international market in Anambra State, and I was just looking at some of the videos coming out, and you ask yourself, how do we get to where we are in 21st century, where businesses, in this situation that we have in Nigeria, are being burnt down? Is something that is what to look into. Investors lost 16 billion in Nigerian stock market yesterday is the headline as well. Just to look at one more other story, addressing multiple shock will grow Nigeria, other African nations' economy. So according to the ECA, says that Africa economy could experience positive growth if the continent multiple shocks were adequately addressed. The one that Nigeria is facing right now is this election. Remember that the presidential election is not yet over, and that is instability for any investor to come in, knowing fully well that court case is still hanging on the president that might be there for a few months and then remove, and that means policy could change. So according to the Economic Commission of Africa, ECA, says that Africa economy could experience a very positive growth if only the continent multiple shocks were adequately addressed. This statement was coming from Adam Alireka, the director of the Macroeconomics and Governance Division, said, we want economy in Africa to grow, but how is it going to grow when there is a lot of issues on the table? Star Radio UK, I'll come back to you, Mr. Archie, in the studio.
Well, listeners, interesting. Wherever you are listening to us from, it is the Tuesday edition of the morning show. I have this from Nigeria session of the show, and I have Mr. Olaimi Koikina in North London studios. I'm Archie here in the South studios. But interestingly, upon all that, well, Nigeria performed better than Ghana when it came to happy place to live. No, they were all bad, but at least Nigeria was better. I mean, but we talk about kidnapping and stuff like that. It's not in Ghana at the moment. We don't have it. It goes on there, but we don't have it as much as we hear in Nigeria. But so what is making Nigeria think that, well, you know what, at least we did better?
Well, it could be everything. Sometimes when you watch some of the comedies and the skits, the music, the food, even the pressure, all these. I'm trying to get a skit. I hope I might get it. In time before we end this program. I mean, when I listen to that, you laugh all the way through. Like I said, I'm not sure how these data continue to favor Nigerians. But in the midst of the pressure, Nigerians have become adapted. I mean, it is only in Nigeria that I don't know whether other African countries have the same, but in Nigeria, you can literally take your mobile phone, to your neighbor about 2 streets away and pick it up in the morning. There's nothing wrong in that. There's a lot of different Nigerians that are very, very unique when it comes to, their brains power. And, there's a particular skit, the man was going on his own, but there were 3 people dancing, they were dancing heavily, sweating. And he didn't know what was happening. They had their 2 coolers. And, anytime you see coolers, these are where food are kept. So he probably thought maybe they were dancing for food competition. I don't know. Maybe they were dancing that after somebody win, they will probably take the bucket or the cooler of rice, jollof rice, away. But eventually, these are prisoners that are dancing for a few hours. And while he was removing his T-shirt as well, he was dancing with them. And eventually, after the supervisor came and said, have they had a good time? Yes. Okay, give them back their uniform and let's take them back to the prison. Then the other guy that joined them, remembered that he was going on his own, started wondering, how did I find myself in this situation? And there's another one that I do watch. There are quite a lot of them out there. And this one, every now and then, they pick him up, they drop him in front of people, and he stand up in a red outfit, and sometimes people get scared. But because of the pressure, he was dropped at a particular point where, people that are probably not ate like 2 days and their eyes were so red. And he stood up and realized that this is the wrong area. So maybe these are some of the things that people are still saying. But in reality, people are going through depression. We just saw a grandmother
that literally, burnt almost a whole family. And you ask yourself, what could have led to such atrocity is mental issues as well. So whoever is pulling these happiness ranking against Ghana amongst the least happiest country, even despite ranking poorly, Nigeria still performed better than Cameroon, Morocco, Ghana, Tunisia, and other African nations. Like I said, I'm not sure who is pulling these, chart, but definitely we do know that with some of the skits that I've watched and I've listened to, it could take away your sorrow, but it might not put money in your bank account.
Maybe what do you call him? Lion Mohammed was the one who said, "Look, Nigeria, we are happy, we are doing that, and gave all the list." And they said, "Okay, good, let's take that." But let me quickly acknowledge other people, and then I'll come back to Yomi for him to run up to bring you what is happening on social media and all the other stories. Now, Lakunle says, "Good afternoon, everyone on here, and a special one to Mr. Archie and White Lion, 100% of lap." Yes, thank you. Adam Olamelikan says, "Good morning, Mr. Archie and Koiki." He says, "Nigeria is denied in heaven already." He said, "Nigeria is not going to heaven," so that is finished. No, Luremi says, "Good afternoon, Olakunle." Okay, yes. So it's nice to be on the platform so we can share some love there. What about that? That makes us happy, and that's why they said that, well, upon everything, Nigeria is a happy place to live, better than some of the other countries, like Ghana, like Cameroon. My goodness. All right, then. Now, let's go to some of the other stories and what is happening on the social media platform. Over to you, Yomi.
Well, since we've touched so much on the, the issues surrounding, the market, issues surrounding the election, we're just going to go straight, to the social media. Once again, happy birthday to the good guy, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the spokesperson, for the Biafra as well. So, what is trending on the social media? It seems now that the election is over. We are also using this platform. There's a guy called Chud. Even though he called Simon Ekpa a terrorist when Finland actually called Simon for questioning, but he has also now been kidnapped in Anambra State since Saturday. We are not going to call him a terrorist, but we're going to just say that rights must be respected by each of the governors. And even though information is saying that he has now been moved to Abuja, because of some of his utterances during the election is the reason why. This particular individual, was actually using the word terrorist against Simon Ekpa some few weeks back. So some people say it's karma, but we just believe that, he's also living in a society that does not respect rule of law. Biafra is trending at about 47,000 this morning. LP PCC is trending, which is, I believe, the Labour Party. Mazi Simon Ekpa is also trending. I believe people wishing him happy birthday. He's also talking about, today I am receiving a sad news that Onitsha market is on fire. I remember a few months ago, I called on the market leaders to set up, let me get that quickly, security across our market against Fulani economic jihad, which is targeting our market. The agenda is to burn our market and means of livelihood. I don't know how far the market leaders have gone to establish the security, not the gate man. They must wake up now. The remaining market are not safe as well. So that is coming from, Mazi, Simon Ekpa as well. So this morning as well, the Yoruba Global Youth say this good and perfect explanation of the recent election that took place in Lagos State and the people of Yoruba land as well. And like I said, both our leaders have spoken and they've actually said Lagos is Yoruba man as well. Last boy says, I would always be proud of you, my real leaders of Yoruba nation. And just one more as well. No media house is saying anything about Tinubu since the 18th of March. Tinubu is yet to comment on the ethnic tension in Lagos State, is yet to receive or celebrate Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu re-election. APC guys, some of us get intel where una no fit get. My advice is keep praying. I don't know what that means, but since Saturday, Tinubu actually voted on Saturday. It didn't alter any statement on Saturday. Rumors are out there, but we don't go with the rumors. We wait for the statement from a spokesperson or evidence base. But he has not yet congratulated the governor that he believes in. Likewise, he has not said anything on the ethnic tension as well. So we are going to wait and see. Well, it seems that Orji Kalu has done everything now that he has spoken very well during the election. He's an APC. He's now saying, it is my turn to be the Senate president as an Igbo man. Star Radio UK, that is how far we can go this morning.
Wow. Listeners, it is Star Radio UK. You can't get this anywhere. As we say, it's only on this platform that you can get that. But let me acknowledge Miss Goals. I greet you all. We greet you too. We respond. And then Oluremi says that happy birthday to Simon Mazi Ekwa. And as many of you celebrating any day or any event here, we want to also salute you. But you know what? The resilience of our people makes them what they are and makes them happy. Though people are scratching the bottom of the barrel, some way, somehow, they try to find something to be hopeful on. Now, what about you?
And just the last one here, somebody's asking the deputy governor, the deputy candidate of the PDP in Lagos State, Funke Akindele, Anti-Funke Akindele, where are the 20 million Instagram followers that you say will come out and vote for you? PDP has 69,000 in Lagos State, as against Labour Party that had over 300 and something thousand.
Oh gosh. Well. Interested. And the whereabouts of Tinubu and his health, I don't know. But we don't want to speculate. We don't know yet, so we'll be following very, very closely. The old man is trying to rest a bit and come out with all his policies that is going to be implemented. So let's all wait and let's see. Yomi, let me say thank you very, very much for this wonderful time once again.
Well, stay tuned. I actually take you to the rest of the segment. There's still more update coming from African countries and the rest of the world as well. I'll be out again at 11 o'clock in the morning, but make sure you subscribe to the Star Radio UK on Twitter and follow us so that we can be able to get as many of the news headlines that you can't get anywhere else, especially right here on the Star Radio. Have a very good morning. Bye for now.
Bye. What I can say is that, all the 20 million followers are on this Lava page. Okay, that's why they weren't able to go and vote for whatever it is. Social media is different from when it comes to reality, when people have to go to a polling station to go and vote and everything. But wherever you are, I want to say thank you very, very much. We're going to enjoy some music. This is from a cover version of Bill Withers' song, Lean on Me, cover version by
Well, my people. That is how we start the program as usual. Moki and I say, may Nigeria not happen to any single one of us. Just give me about a few minutes as I probably come to the program for about maybe an hour. And then we'll come back later and do our Moki Yawa Grace, Yalalu Barika, Moki Waiti Dublin. Lati Bibai, we say happy birthday to the good guy, Mazi Simon Ekwa. We love them. But like I said, any problem with now on Biafra, keep it for a might be lot of things. Sarah, it might be the Mosalashi, nítorí Ọlọ́run ni o. Ẹ má ẹ̀ka wojú ara wa, mọ̀ pé a ní ìtara wa dáadáa. So, and to any problem with now, Biafra. Any right, you can man right. Everybody don't right. But Lord of Koikyo, for now, Yata and Jai, we need each other to be able to progress. But Mama, why you can't like one? They should have we can like our. So, we can like our. So, the máa lo àwọn style a máa rolling program but tí mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí láti ṣe kan ní ìdájí sígbà tí mo lè jáde sọ fún yín 24 hours ní media platform wa anytime làwọn tí ó ń bá Koiki Media anytime làwọn náà tá bá rí kankan wọ́n lè jáde Yorùbá Nation làwọn gbé dání o àgbé nǹkan mi dání ẹni bá gbé nǹkan mi dání ìyá wa bíbá ẹ̀ka sàn Ọlọ́run bá wà pẹ̀lú yín nílùú tẹwà it's not easy tó bá yẹ pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ń ṣiṣẹ́ ni tí ó yẹ kí gbogbo a máa sá káàkiri òṣìṣẹ́ náà la ṣe ń wá opportunity wọ́n dẹ̀ ti ní Nigeria is the happiest country in the world grandma Mommy Comfort, Ekarama, Alafia now, grandchildren call. So we're back here, and I hope you can hear me loud and clear. So it's just going to be I'm floating because the topic that is already doing. Àkópalẹ̀mọ́ Ramadan fún àwa tí à ń retí ẹ̀, kò ń ṣe gbogbo wa là ń retí ẹ̀ o, because not everybody is a Muslim. But nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ̀sìn ò kí ń dájà lẹ̀ o. Àwọn politicians, àwọn olè, àwọn oníjẹkújẹ, jẹgúrújẹrá, àwọn ló fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní dá gbogbo wàhálà sílẹ̀. So àwọn ni wọ́n create immunity tó wà láàrin gbogbo wa. And we have to be very, very careful not to fall into their trap, because politicians will be politicians. They don't care, wọ́n care nípa wa. They don't care. Tí wọ́n ní báwo ló ṣe máa débẹ̀, báwo ló ṣe máa hold the stand, báwo ló ṣe máa, oyè yín. I've always been discussing the right track, Engineer Banuga, and you know that I've always been doing that. I've never lost track from day one. Thank you so much, my big uncle. So I've always been on the right track. Everybody knows that. So, our views will always be different. My utterances might be different from everybody. I've always been on the right track. I've always said Nigeria is a shito country. Tinubu cannot make any headway. So if anybody is hoping that Tinubu being the president, Nigeria is in a big danger. Tabarnika will need economic security, the way forward. It is just too big. Irọ́ tí wọ́n ń pa fún wa òun ni pé Nigeria tóbi, ó favour gbogbo wa. But everybody knows that the bigger Nigeria, àwọn àkọlé máa ń sẹ́yìn America nǹkan náà. Ṣẹ́rí bí Nigeria ṣe tóbi tó yẹn, ẹni tó bá lọ wo program tí mo ṣe ní ìdájí, báwo ni odindi governor Lagos State tó ń mú owó tí wọ́n fi ń run ní Nàìjíríà àkọ́kọ́ máa lọ gbàṣẹ lọ́wọ́ Inspector General Police. Ẹ lọ wo program yẹn láàárọ̀ yìí, mo tún fi padà sínú ẹ̀. Èyí tí mo ṣe ní ìdájí. I've done a program at about almost 3 o'clock in the morning this morning. Títí di almost 5 or somewhere around there, I can't remember. But 2 hours program ni ẹ lè sáré wò bí a ta bá parí eléyìí. Báwo ni Sanwó-Olú tó ń generate, but Lagos State tó ń generate billions of dollars or naira fún Lagos State. Wọ́n dẹ̀ máa gbé ọlọ́pàá wá láti Abuja, wọ́n dẹ̀ inform governor. Ẹ rántí Magodo nígbà tí wọ́n náà fi ọ̀rọ̀ ilẹ̀ kan ní Magodo, àwọn estate kan. So this shouldn't be happening. So, but gbogbo reason táwọn nǹkan ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé Cherry constitution tí everybody expect pé ó máa make headway nínú Nigeria. Kò sí kankan tá lè ṣe, kò sí brain tá lè ní, the brain power, bá set up committee 300. Tó bá sì jẹ́ lórí constitution yẹn là ń lò, irọ́ là ń pa àlọ́ anywhere. It's all lies. That 1999 constitution, tó bá jẹ́ òun ni Tinubu náà fẹ́ fi run the government irọ́ lẹ̀ pa kò lè work. Tinubu ò dẹ̀ lè fa constitution yẹn ya kó sọ pé òun ò lò. Ṣẹ́rí, what people need to understand is, in every society, in every country, you must work with something. You can then start proposing a change. So is Tinubu going to be fighting to change the 1999 constitution? He can't. He will not be able to. Because Tinubu needs even if they have the majority in the House, they have the majority in the Senate. I believe so, because even though I've not looked at the data, but I believe so, that Angola needs Senate. But is it going to be possible that Tinubu will be able to use the 1999 constitution to resolve? Let's forget about the agitation for now. Let's leave the agitation, not forget it, because that's the only where I stand. I don't care about whatever politics and people. We can sit outside, especially some of us, and start proposing. I tell you, there's one of our, the chairman of the Kanu is a public figure. I can mention his name. Ayo Akinfe is the current chairman of the Central Association of Nigeria. He put out every day 10 things that people should, that is advising the shithole country to work on. I saw the last one he posted, I believe, some few days ago. Very powerful. I'll see if I can bring it up, if I can find it. Let's go on his Instagram. These are the brain power for a Yoruba man. But in reality, this thing is not going to be used by any of your governors. Ẹ rántí fídíò kan tó ń trend tí bàbá Aláàfin kan náà wọn lọ sí oh my god, ilé tó ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ èyí náà dẹ̀ mo sẹ́tẹ̀ security mi láti wọnú my Instagram. I'll see if I can find. I don't know if your Akinfe is still on Facebook, but let me find it there. Àbúrò mi yìí nísìnyí, ẹ rántí fídíò yẹn tí bàbá Aláàfin náà wọn lọ sí Dubai, àbí kankan tí máa kan ṣe fídíò yẹn. I'm sure some of you have seen it. Pé wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pé gbogbo àwọn governors yẹn pé kọ́ wá wọ̀ dá wọn lóhùn because àwọn governor fẹ́ development. So àwa lè máa sọ pé Africa, I think is on Facebook. So let's see. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi dáadáa ni wọ́n. I love him so much, even though Yoruba nation lè ní ṣe, Nigeria dẹ̀ làwọn sì ń ṣe, because ẹni tó sì ń represent Nigeria. Àpàdé níjọ́ Lagos State Union. Oníyọmí àwọn ti kúrẹ́ ti pẹ́ pẹ̀lú ẹ máa rí mi ti pẹ́ because I'm not in the society of Nigeria anymore. Because kò jẹ́ gbogbo ilẹ̀ believe nínú intẹ́ni believe. So views wa ti yàtọ̀. But mi pé ká irú engineer Opanuga, I've known him for a very long time. So for him to be saying, I'm now on the right track. Ṣé mo sì lórí right track tẹ́lẹ̀? Ẹ mọ̀ kí mo wà lórí right track tẹ́lẹ̀ náà. But views in àti ti yàtọ̀ as much as more be telling law, and I'm sure you know what I'm saying. So, in fact, some of you are looking for new Nigeria. New Nigeria, but it's very new Nigeria. It's all lies. There's nothing called new Nigeria, and you cannot walk Nigeria using this fraudulent page. So let me see if I can find some of these things that he talks about. This is his page. Very, very brilliant. Intelligent, just as Engineer Panuga and so many of them like that. Hey, our governor, hey, guy man, all criminals from top to bottom. Hey, another guy man, hey, PDP. Ṣé àwọn governor ìlú méjèèjì ìbò ti Lagos wà? Ayọ̀ Akínfẹ́ bá fi ti Lagos. Ẹ wo àwọn méjèèjì, Ọ̀yọ́ lélẹ̀, Ogun State lélẹ̀. Ṣé a lè sọ pé within the next 20 years, Engineer Opanuga tẹ́ bá ṣì wà pẹ̀lú mi, ẹ̀yin ni mò ń direct question yìí sí. Within the next 20 years, pẹ̀lú 1999 constitution tá à ń lò yìí, whether our government parí project of Asia or not, ṣé development máa dé sí Ogun State tó ní 20 local government, Ọ̀yọ́ State tó ní tó ní 33 local government, regardless of whether they are doing good or not. Based on the 1999 constitution, ṣé development máa wá sí ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wa? Because nítorí àwọn èèyàn wa ni gbogbo wa ṣe ń pariwo pa fẹ́ ìrọ̀rùn. Àwa lè wà lábroad. Yes, one man sọ pé Rome was not built in one day. And the line is there. I will open the phone line if anybody wants to join the conversation. Number tẹ́ máa pèsè ló wà lókè yẹn. Ẹ wo Ọ̀yọ́ State nísìnyí. Mákindé ti ṣe 4 years. Àwọn aráàlú náà wọ́n fẹ́ràn ẹ̀ lọ ṣe dìbò fún. Bó ṣe ní tòótọ́ ẹ jẹ́ lọ gbé constitution ẹ̀ jáde. Mo ti download ẹ̀ lánàá. Mo fi gbé wá síwájú wa níbí báyìí. I'm talking about the 1999 constitution. So let me come here and bring the 1999 constitution. This is the fraudulent document that Makinde and Dapo Abiodun are going to use to govern our people. A dẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ lórí page 111 ìyẹn là ń bá lọ láàárọ̀ yìí. Ìgbà tó di pé òun fẹ́ máa kù mí ni mo lọ sùn. So ẹ wo function engineer lẹ́yìn, and you also teach in this country, and I know your capacity. Can we say categorically, even with amendment and all that, should we remain using the 1999 Constitution. This is the role and the function of a local government in what is known in Nigeria today. Let me quickly read it, for the benefit of those of us that would like to listen. According to the 1999 Constitution, functions of a local government council, and it goes like this. The main function of a local government council are as follows. A, the consideration and making of recommendations to a state commission or economic planning or any similar body on, number one, the economic development of the state, like Oyo State and Ogun State, particularly insofar as areas of authority of the council and of the state are affected. And number two, proposal made by the said commission or body. Now, mo fẹ́ ká kọ́ mú bẹ́ẹ̀ dání, tá bá lọ wo tí Ayọ̀ Akínfẹ́ máa ń kọ́ ní gbogbo ìgbà ní ẹ̀gbọ́n mi. Mo fẹ́ lọ wo, I hope some of his 10 bullet point comes here as well. Because on Instagram ni màá ti ń rí. Lára in tí wọ́n máa ń sọ lé lótọ́ ń sọ is a proposal. Bola Tinubu used to subscribe to ideas this back in his Nadeco day, okay? Let me open this one and see. Continue. Okay, this is Ayọ̀ Akínfẹ́'s page, so which is very good. So it can give me a quick, look into it. So àwọn sọ pé nígbà tí Bola Tinubu wà ní Nadeco, ó máa ń ní ideas gan. Bola Tinubu used to subscribe to ideas like this back in his Nadeco days. I would wonder if the phrase resources control will be mentioned once over the 4 years. Kí ni resources control? Resources control, now ẹ jẹ́ kí n blow ẹ̀ dáadáa kí ẹ lè bá rí in tí Ayọ̀ Akínfẹ́ kọ. Every day, these, our brother, our uncle, a father, write very powerful. Mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tẹ̀lé mi pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ tí mò ń kàbọ̀ láti 1999 Constitution olùsí yẹn. Ká wo ohun tí proposal, ẹ mọ̀ pé anybody can give a proposal. And a set of committee, thank you so much, it is King AY. Ó dẹ̀ kí n send the credit sí wọn náà. Torí pé èèyàn ọmọ tẹ́ ń wá pẹ̀lú mi, mo ti jó gbogbo phone credit yẹn tán. Màá send credit sí anything. So that èlé recharge. Thank you so much. Mo rí Ọ̀pẹ̀yẹmí láàárọ̀ yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wo in tí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi dáadáa Ayọ̀ Akínfẹ́, and I still love everyone within the Nigerian community, even though some of them, also know that Nigeria is not working. But everybody is just trying to be, whatever it is. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wo lára àwọn 10 bullet points here, and I want everybody to take note of some of what I'm going to be saying here now. And is this possible? Ṣé Tinubu máa ṣe gbogbo tí wọ́n kọ kalẹ̀ yìí? I don't know. Our 36 states should be increased to 42. With these are his own view because ẹni tó ń ṣe support Nigeria expect to call anything to my way. So let's just go along with it like this. Our 36 states should be increased to 42, with 7 representing each geopolitical zone. Number 2, each of our 42 states will control all the resources within its domain. Number 3, 50% of all generated revenue will be kept by the state. Number 4, 20% of raised revenue will be paid into the federation account. Number 5, 15% of raised revenue will be paid into geopolitical zone account. Number 6, 15% of the raised revenue will be paid into a sovereign wealth fund, which all states can borrow from, but only for capital projects. Number 7, states will be responsible for creating local government within their domains. Number 8, local government will raise their taxes independent of governors and spend such revenue as they deem fit. Number 9, state government will have nothing to do with the constitutional obligations of the local government, such as primary schools, refuse disposal, market, shopping malls, and motor park. Number 10,
our constitution will be amended to mandate state and local government to spend at least 40% of their annual budget on capital projects for the next 50 years. My question to those that are very, very elite, àwọn tó kàwé, ẹ̀yin ọ̀kàwé, ẹ̀rọ báwa kàwé, òkútù làwa. Ṣé gbogbo ohun tí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi kọ kalẹ̀ yìí, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi dáadáa, Ayọ̀ Akínfẹ́, ǹjẹ́ àwọn nǹkan tó kọ kalẹ̀ yìí, ǹjẹ́ ó possible láti ṣe using the system? Ṣé Bọ́lá Tinubu máa ṣe ń tọ́sọ̀ yìí? Ìbéèrè ni o. As much as it might sound good to him and a proposal, ẹ mọ̀ pé this is a proposal, wọ́n ní láti gba gbogbo ẹ̀ wọlé. Is this not part of what should have been happening tó bá jẹ́ pé lótìtọ́ lódodo a wà nínú regional government? Because in ti regional government fẹ́ fún wa lélẹ̀. Àwọn kan ní ẹ but àwọn ọmọ Ìgbò ló dàrú, okay, but ẹ kọ́kọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ èmi máa ń ní èmi ẹ̀mọ̀ pé máa ń gbé yín padà. Kí ni reason tí òyìnbó ṣe kó gbogbo àpapọ̀? Àwa kan ní opportunity lóòótọ́ because foresight olúkálukú ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀. Nítorí ẹ̀gbẹ́ olúkálukú kúrò ní Nàìjíríà ó yàtọ̀. Travelling is a very, very good experience. But in tó gbé olúkálukú kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà ó yàtọ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni. But in today's Nigeria, ẹ wo tẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n yìí kọ kalẹ̀. So possible. Ìjọ́ wo la fẹ́ máa wá jókòó ti ẹ máa kọ article, ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀, ìjọ́ la fẹ́ jókòó ti yẹn. Okay, ẹ ń fẹ́ Yorùbá president, ẹ ti rí Yorùbá president bí sì, wọ́n ti fún náà proposal. Òun náà lóhùn náwọn committee tó dáa, òun láwọn this, òun náwọn gbá, okay, nobody disagree with him. But one thing is, ṣé ó possible? So, and let's go back to the 1999 constitution as we have it. Only functions of the local government. Ẹ mọ̀ pé ẹ̀gbọ́n ìdárúkọ local government ní kan náà nǹkan tó kọ sí bíbá òyìnbó yìí ti pọ̀ jù ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ẹ máa break it down. Wọ́n ní local government will raise their taxes independent of governors. Ṣé àwọn gómìnà yín south west governor ẹ̀dá lọ gbójú wọn síta the south west governor ṣé wọ́n máa jẹ́ kí local government south west governors Nigeria ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wojú gbogbo wọn. All these are your southwest governor. Àwọn lójú kùnbù bójú wọn ṣe rí báyìí ló dá mọ́ gàìbá ló pọ̀ jù ní gbogbo wọn. Because ṣé ó jẹ́ kí Akérédolú máa lọ Germany máa lọ gba treatment whereas hospital wà níbẹ̀ kò fix ẹ̀? Ṣé kò ní resources láti fi build hospital ní Ondo state ní Àkúrẹ́? Ó ní, but àwọn resources kan wà wọ́n bí Akérédolú dá kó fọwọ́ kàn nítorí pé abẹ́ federal ló wà. Tó bá dánwò pẹ́rẹ́ ó máa gbọ́ gbìgbìnìgbìnì. Bọ́ nísìn bóyá nísìn tí Tinubu débẹ̀, ṣé Tinubu máa sọ fún Akérédolú ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ̀lé ọ̀rọ̀ yìí o? Ṣé Tinubu máa sọ pé òkè torí òun ni Yorùbá, òun ṣe Yorùbá president? Tinubu is not a Yorùbá president, Nigerian president ní Tinubu. Ṣé Tinubu máa wá sọ pé nítorí ọmọ Yorùbá lòun o, Akérédolú mo fún ẹ ní right láti tọ́ọ̀chì resources tó wà nínú state Lagos state mo fún ẹ ní right, Ọ̀yọ́ state even though gbáà sí ní the same political party but o ní kó vote fún mi mo fún ẹ ní right. Fáyẹmí ò sí níbẹ̀ mọ́ àmọ́ orúkọ tó wà ń bẹ̀ nísìnyí mọ́ àmọ́ orúkọ tó wà ń bẹ̀. This is an old image mo mọ reason tá a rí new image because eléyìí náà bàbá olè yìí náà ti sá lọ kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́. Bàbá onídẹ̀kùndẹ̀kùn tó máa ń jọ ẹ̀ ló wà ń bẹ̀ Adeleke. But you get what I'm trying to say. I'm looking at our flow Yetunde. So for those that are hoping that one day something will just change the narrative, I don't know when you are expecting that narrative to change because ẹ̀gbọ́n mi kọ́ níbí báyìí pé in the next 50 years, but in the next 50 years, where do you think Nigeria will be? Should we remain in that shithole country called Nigeria in the next 50 years? It is now another question out there. In the next 50 years, Tabashi wà nínú Nigeria in the next 50 years. Kí lẹ feel pé ibo ni Nigeria máa wà? Ẹ mọ̀ bá ti lò 63 years láti 1960. Taba add another 50 years, that will be 113 years in Nigeria. Do you think that 113 years in Nigeria, maybe we will have a 42 state we will have revenue, we will. How is that going to happen? Your politicians do not want the progress. So let's go back to this, 1999 Constitution, functions of local government. Ibi kan wà níbẹ̀ tí mo gbọ́ láàárọ̀ yìí, tí mo lọ wo meaning ẹ̀, wọ́n pè ní destitute. So iṣẹ́ local government is collection of rates, owó orí, radio and telephone. Tí bá fẹ́ set up radio station sí Ogun State nísìn, local government ló yẹ kí n máa deal pẹ̀lú. Kódà mo ní láti mọ governor yín. As long as the local government bá ti set up system pé o fẹ́ set up radio, o ní di pàdípàdí, but tó bá fẹ́ set up radio, ó dà kó wà kọ́kọ́ lọ gba license lọ́wọ́ NBS, which is a national broadcasting NBS, national broadcasting NBS tàbí NBC, not NBS, the National Bureau of Statistics, not NBC, NBC. So if I wanted to reason tí wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ kí Yorùbá nation kí message wa kó transmit torí pé àwọn wèrè federal government wọ́n ní issue license fún yín lórí ọ̀rọ̀ rédíò. Àbọ̀rọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ nísìn because wọ́n mọ̀ pé tábà ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀rọ̀ táà ń sọ̀rọ̀ pàpé break up Nàìjíríà àti gbàjẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Nàìjíríà nìyẹn. So àwọn tó ń issue license lélẹ̀ àwọn tó ń ó yẹ yín, but ní local government ẹ jẹ́ nǹkan kan tẹ́gbọ́n mi engineer Ọ̀pánúgà sọ wọ́n ní Yorùbá kingdom should remain in Nigeria for as long as it is possible to think otherwise. It is long battle. We should not be tired. It pays to be in them to be out. Okay? Thank you so much. You say Yoruba kingdom should remain in Nigeria. Mukiyawa Iyalode Ijana Ota Fatbel. So if we remain Yoruba kingdom in Nigeria, báwo la ṣe máa pín? Ṣé bí ẹ̀gbọ́n wa ṣe sọ níbí báyìí? Because remaining in Nigeria is two ways round it. Àwọn kan ní ẹ padà sí the regional government. Òun làwọn bàbá Ayọ̀ Adébánjọ. I met him a few times when I was in Nigeria. Not once, not twice. Kódà adélé wọn níjẹ̀bú Ìjẹ̀bú-Igbó. Èmi àti olóyè. Mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé bàbá yẹn ìtọ́fẹ́ ni Yorùbá nation. But àwọn sọ pé Yoruba nation, táwọn àwọn ọ̀nìjáde kan sọ fún àwọn Yorùbá, èmi lè máa sọ fún yín, but it's not gonna come up and tell you, even though you are support Yoruba nation, tí government bá gbà sí fún wa. Àwọn feel pé wọ́n sì lè push narrative ìyẹn àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re kọ́lọ́mà Fọ̀rúnkẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n wa Odùmákin. Àwọn feel pé they can still push the narrative for a government that will take us back to a regional government. I'm talking about Ayọ̀ Adébánjọ, one of our elder statements in Yoruba land. Koiki. I'm going to show you the picture one day. Money picture kan lọ́wọ́. I read this picture exclusive. So, in that way, sọ ni pé wọ́n ní Tinubu àwọn ò ní fún ní support because Tinubu ò fẹ́ ṣe táwọn fẹ́ kó ṣe ní I don't know, But now that election has been conducted, whether good, bad, fair, moving forward, nísìn, position wo ni Afẹ́nifẹ́re fẹ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí pẹ̀lú gbogbo awuyewuye tá ti rí nínú Nàìjíríà after the election. Some people still don't believe that we should break away Nigeria. We can have Yoruba kingdom, ẹ̀gbọ́n kọ̀tẹ́gbọ́n wa engineer sọ mẹ́rin nísìn pé we can have Yoruba kingdom. I don't know how that is going to work. But he's suggesting that we can have Yoruba kingdom, or Yoruba kingdom should remain in Nigeria for as long as it is possible to think otherwise. Why should we think otherwise? It is possible, but àwọn kan náà àfẹ́ kó dogun. But how do we push out the narrative àfẹ́ gba Yoruba nation or Yoruba kingdom out of Nigeria with the context of intanri nínú Nigeria lẹ́nu? Ṣé ó máa possible láti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀? Àbí kò ní ṣe é ṣe? Tó bá dẹ̀ máa ṣe é ṣe, nígbà wo ló fẹ́ ṣe é ṣe? Because everybody knows quite right that should we try to be fooling ourselves and say, àwa Yorùbá a lè fix in Nigeria, a lè dọ́gbọ́n ẹgbọ́n kan tí bàbá wa tí mo play lẹ́ẹ̀kan mo ti play video lẹ́ẹ̀kan Chief Tola Adeniyi. Chief Tola Adeniyi actually told us point blank. Chief Tola Adeniyi, he told us that 1,000 years from today àwa àti Fulani a lè jọ ṣe. And everybody knows that in what is today Nigeria, most of the northern part of Nigeria has been taken by the Fulanis. So even if the Yoruba are proposing a good idea, I don't know how Tinubu is going to manage all these, as the president for those that are looking up to Tinubu, our Tinubu as a savior. Eyileri as a savior, our as a savior. Because he's not going to be able to walk in fair even within the context of Nigeria. And I've been able to break it down that even Tinubu kò ní power láti sọ fún àwọn governor ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kó lọ máa tap resources because ó ti wà nínú constitution. Tabada lọ́gbọ́n tí bàbá wa Adéyẹyẹ sọ while he was a senator in the video I played this morning on that fraudulent constitution. Let's listen to him again here. Once again, a very good morning.
I dare to tell this nation today that this is the problem. This constitution can never give us progress. This constitution can never give us peace. This constitution can never give us unity. And unfortunately, most of us in this National Assembly, we don't have the spine to face what we need to keep this republic to have peace and progress. What do I mean? This constitution has 68 items. 68 on the exclusive list. This constitution has only 12 on the concurrent list. And those 12 are written so nebulously, so fraudulently.
So the question is, how do we change this constitution? And Yawa Pastor Mo, you also went to say, Yoruba has history. We are Yoruba kingdom. What we are asking for is to go back to Yoruba kingdom. But engineers are saying, no, we should go into Yoruba kingdom but remain in Nigeria. Yoruba kingdom should remain in Nigeria for as long as it is possible to think otherwise. I don't get that message. Thank you so much, Clement, and thank you so much once again. I keep seeing your hand. We appreciate you. And you went on to say, when Biafra fight our way out of the zoo, Yoruba can't live with the Fulanis. Eventually, everybody goes their separate ways. Spark Lizzie went on to say, Wahala, Ajeo. Nigeria is a Wahala country. Mukinya Esther. So let's go back again to this 1999 constitution, the function of the local government. So they are meant to collect Iyela philosophy back. So I should be able to set up a radio station, and the local government will be able to be the one in charge of, Magba, Owolowomi. Establishment and maintenance of cemeteries. Biobaku, Nilui, there's a lot of opportunity. I was talking about London Borough of Hackney, Olafefishe, reference point. So what are the role of a council? What are the role, kí ni iṣẹ́ council nílùú yìí? Torí pé death wà níbẹ̀, marriage. So let's go to death. Bí wọ́n bá kú láàárọ̀ ìnísìn, ọlọ́mọdé á kú. Torí pé in tí council máa ń ṣe nìyẹn. Death, bereavement support. Ṣé bereavement support wà fáwọn èèyàn wa nílé? Ẹ wo news tí mo kà jáde láàárọ̀ yìí, news burúkú ni tí ìyá kan sun gbogbo èèyàn tó jẹ́ bí family àti mọ̀lẹ́bí ẹ̀. What a very sad situation in Ondo State láàárọ̀ yìí. Ibo ni news yẹn wà náà? Ẹ wo news tí mo mú jáde láàárọ̀ ẹ̀. Ondo State grandmother set son ọmọ ẹ̀, daughter-in-law àti grandchildren ablaze. Kábíyèsí Elédùmarè. So now irú ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí, iṣẹ́ local government ó yẹ kó kick in tó bá jẹ́ pé ìlú tó ṣiṣẹ́ ní Nàìjíríà. Because in tí wọ́n sọ pé ó jẹ́ kó ṣe nìyẹn, tèbó wà nínú constitution. In the constitution sọ ni pé according to 1C, establishment and maintenance of cemeteries, burial grounds and home for destitute. Kí ló ń pè ní destitute? Àwọn meaning nìyẹn lórí English dictionary láàárọ̀ ẹ̀. Tó bá sọ pé nǹkan destitute, what is the meaning? and the pronunciation.
Destitute.
Once again.
Destitute.
One more time.
Destitute.
Do we have a lot of destitute people in Yoruba land? Extremely poor. Ẹni tó jẹ́ tálákà ayé àtọ̀run ló ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀. That is the role of a local government. Now let's come back to this local government here in Hackney, London Borough of Hackney. Ṣẹ̀rí iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe bereavement support. Béèyàn bá jáde láyé ní UK, o kọ́kọ́ the first lẹ́yìn tí o bá ti kẹ́dùn tó sọ fáwọn ọ̀nà tó bá ti sọ fáwọn family àtọ̀rẹ́, ó gbọ́dọ̀ tètè inform local government because ó ní support táwọn náà máa ń fún èèyàn tó ń gbé nínú community yẹn. It does not matter how small, how big. And you can see what they say here. Practical guidance, local services offering personal bereavement support. Supporting people who have been bereaved. Ta ló máa support mọ̀lẹ́bí tí grandmother tó jẹ́ ọmọ 75, ìyá 75, tó ó sanwó ẹ̀, ó sun daughter-in-law àti grandchildren ẹ̀ ní ibì kan tó ń pè ní Ìfórìtì Olóró. Olóró, I hope I pronounce it very well. A 75-year-old grandmother in Ondo State, Ìfórìtì Olóró, has allegedly set her son and daughter-in-law right there and there. Tó bá yẹ pé ìlú tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní Nàìjíríà, ó jẹ́ kí local government kó take up situation lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀. But local government to function, ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo local government tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. I think this is the local government. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wá. Ondo State, ṣé local government yẹ? Àdádùgbò dẹ̀ ni. Local. And these are some of the reasons that we are saying that ìjọba fẹ́ máa jókòó ti gbogbo nonsense, gbogbo news yẹn ló kàn gbé jáde. Local government yẹn gangan ló fẹ́. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I know that there is no the local government is not functioning in Ondo State. But I'm in Ondo State, according to my information to one we have 18 local government. So when you now look at this constitution, licensing of bicycle, trucks, and other mechanical propeller trucks, canoes, wheelbarrows, and carts, establishment, maintenance, and regulation of slaughterhouses. Ibi tó ti ń pẹran, bí wọ́n bá dé ibi tó ti ń pẹran, àyájá nílùú burúkú yẹn. Slaughter, slabs, market, motor park, ẹ wo Onitsha láàárọ̀ yìí, ẹ jẹ́ ká tún lọ wo south east of Nigeria. Àwọn èèyàn fẹ́ invest owó any business. Happy birthday once again, the good guy, Simon Ekpa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo market Ojo. Wọ́n ti kidnap independent electoral officer kan kọ́lọ̀ jẹ́ kọ́ rí. Kaduna òun náà ti fi coffee síta. Ẹ wo market Ojo lá. Okay, náà ní fídíò yẹn náà mo ti post ẹ̀ sórí timeline mi. So let me pick the video. This is Onitsha market. Ẹ wo market bó ṣe ń jóná. This happened at the early hours of this morning. Whether it is electrical, whether it is bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Ọlọ́run kó gbà wá ní o, ẹ wo mákẹ́tì. Ṣẹ́rí function of the local government òun lè kó enforce mákẹ́tì pé because mákẹ́tì náà dey lè function because kò sí iná. They don't have 24 hours electricity. So everybody máa ń lo one kind of iná tí kò wà standard. But àwọn tó yẹ kó invest náà fúnra wọn invest because àwọn máa wọ pé ṣé à ń gbàdúrà kí iná wá ní iná máa ń jó iná ń jó náà ní UK. So èyí tẹ̀ ń dúró pé local government máa support, you can see what is happening. Ẹ wọ́n ṣe ń ju aṣọ mélòó lẹ fẹ́ rescue nínú òkùnkùn nínú darkness. And this has been going on for 63 years. So dìgbà tí ó bá pé another 50 years ní zoo yìí máa dání. This just happened today at the early hours of this morning. And it's the program because I'm coming back later. So when you now ask all yourself these questions and say, is it worth it at all? Pastor Adeboye tí kì í wọn ni èmi ò gbọ́ bàbá ṣì máa sọ̀rọ̀ ó kù díẹ̀ so tí bá padà wá a máa elaborate more lórí functions of the local government kí ni nǹkan tó kọ síbẹ̀ construction and maintenance of road, street lighting, drains and other public highways, parks, garden, open space or such public facility as may be described from time to time by the House of Assembly. Ìyẹn House of Assembly ti state yín, naming of road and street and numbering of houses, provisions and maintenance of public conveyances, sewage and refuse disposal, registration of birth, death and marriage, just as is done here as well in UK by the council. Bí yàn bá bímọ, ẹni tó bá fẹ́ gba citizenship wá lọ ṣe ceremony. Téèyàn bá bímọ ní UK, council ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ whether ìwọ ló fẹ́ gbà nǹkan lọ́wọ́ wọn ní òun lélẹ̀ birth, still birth wà, normal birth wà. Ẹgbẹ́ wọn tó kọ sí bíbá, it is a legal requirement for all births, gbogbo ọmọ tí ẹ bá bí sí acne within 42 days of the date the child was born. Wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀. Kí ni reason tó ṣe fẹ́ mọ̀? So that kó lè plan ní ọmọ yẹn mọ́ community yẹn. Kò ṣe pé Nàìjíríà náà ni kò wọ́n sọ sínú constitution òun lọ́kọ sí bíbá yìí. I òun lọ́kọ sí bíbá. Registration of birth. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi, èèyàn mélòó ní I don't know ìgbókè ẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ Aziz láti Miami. Èèyàn mélòó ló lè confirm nínú family yín pé látijọ́ tí ẹ ti ń bímọ ẹ lọ sọ fún local government council yín pé ti bímọ nínú program tá à ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí ká tó máa mú ìtàn wá sílẹ̀. Èèyàn mélòó ló lè sọ pé Koiki o táwa bá bímọ lọ́dọ̀ tiwa o a máa ń lọ sí local government láti lọ sọ fún wọn pé a ti bímọ because inú rò pé mi gbọ́ rí. Èèyàn mélòó? And that is meant to be the role of the local government. Kò sí nǹkan tó ń answer. Rí result. Okay, bí a ẹ ṣe ń kọ́. Now, tó bá bímọ ní UK, àwọn gypsy nìkan ni wọ́n ń fẹ́ lọ register ọmọ sí local government because wọ́n máa ń move àwọn ọmọ yẹn káàkiri ni. Wọ́n ń pè àwọn kan ní gypsy. Gypsy ló dàbí Fúlàní olórí burúkú tó ń kó bá wa lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìnyí. Wọ́n ń pè àwọn kan ní gypsy nílùú yìí. Wọ́n wà káàkiri. Àwọn ò ń fẹ́ kí wọ́n register ọmọ. Àbọ̀rọ̀mọ̀ yẹn nísìnyí. What does gypsy do for living? What is the way life of gypsy? Most gypsy and traveler families live within close-knit communities, whether in housing or caravan site, with strong family and social network. Gypsy and travelers now use modern, good quality vehicles and caravan rather than the old version. You have a pastor, which constitution? Nigeria is a Janjaweed place. Ọlọ́run gbọ́. Whereas when Yoruba was in Western region, Baba Olowo had a great plan. And 50 people did not have date of birth, not to talk of baby. Prince Adebayo Moke. So, and these are listen, gbogbo wa kí wá ní purpose àwọn governors wa? Because your governor cannot override this constitution. Tó bá bímọ, mo ti sọ pé destitute àti sọ́lẹ̀ nǹkan. Púpọ̀ náà àwọn èèyàn wa nílé, they are what?
Destitute.
Kí ló ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀?
Destitute.
Extremely poor and lacking the means to provide for oneself. Look, in every society, government gbọ́dọ̀ máa provide fáwọn kan. Àwọn kan máa lọ máa ṣiṣẹ́ bí kúrú, ẹ máa san tax. Bí àwa ṣe ń ṣe ní UK. Tó bá dẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣiṣẹ́ sí, ló ṣe máa san tax. Tó bá ṣe ní business sí, ló ṣe máa san tax. tax yẹn ló máa fi take care community. Nínú tax yẹn ni government UK fún London Borough of Hackney. Ó ti léye budget tó ń gbélé wọn lọ́wọ́, but àwọn náà gbọ́dọ̀ raise owó láàrin ara wọn. Báwo ló ṣe máa raise owó tí bá drive nísìn tí wọ́n ti sọ fún mi pé má gba bíbá yìí kọjá o, bíbá yìí ò ṣe tó bá ti gbàbẹ̀ kọjá wàá san £50. Wọ́n raise owó nìyẹn. Àwọn kan lè ní Koiki gbogbo tó ń sọ yìí ó máa possible Nàìjíríà bọ̀ kò ń ṣe nísìn. Okay, ìyá mi comfort fi support mi níbẹ̀ wọ́n ní Ìforítì is in Apomu in Akure South Local Government of ẹ̀yin gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ torí àwọn àdúgbò bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ ṣe gan ni mọ́mì, thank you so much. Ìyàwó àmàna mo kí yín. So ṣe mayor of Hackney lélẹ̀ adẹ̀tí náà ọmọ Nigerians tó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá tó ti jẹ́ dànù. If tíyàn bá jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń ṣe dáadáa ní UK tí kò dẹ̀ ro ọjọ́ ọ̀la ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tí a wá ń sọ pé ẹ nínú Nàìjíríà gbogbo wàhálà takọ̀ ṣe ní UK is good wọ́n máa fún wa ní recognition ní UK and a lot of people are doing very well and I'm not joking wọ́n pọ̀ dáadáa. Irú wọn ní engineer Ọ̀pánúgà tí wọ́n bá mi chat lórí chapro ẹni tí mo mọ̀ dáadáa ni wọ́n and he's a very great man. You know, mo kàn disagree pẹ̀lú tó sọ láàárọ̀ pé I'm back on the right track. I've always been on the right track. Yorùbá nation ni sí tó kọ́ mi pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà kò lè dá fún Nàìjíríà. Nàìjíríà ṣì Nàìjíríà kọ́ Nàìjíríà ni. Nàìjíríà dání gbogbo wa wà ní bíbá ilà láàlọ́ support community wa. Àlọ́sàn èmi nísìn tó bá jẹ́ pé ibi tí Nàìjíríà dání wàláì màá kọ́ pé Miami ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Azeez òun ní ó show fídíò store kò ṣe store kékeré ni mò ń sọ tó ń operate ní Miami. Màá kọ́ ní ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ẹ̀yin má wálé ẹ ṣáà fèmí jẹ manager yín ẹ mọ̀ pé ti trust mi but gbogbo accountability gbogbo network owó yín kankan a máa wá sọ́dọ̀ yín èmi adé ni kó wá dá iṣẹ́ yẹn sílẹ̀ níjẹ̀bú òde local government má dẹ̀ wà níbẹ̀ má máa gbé níbẹ̀ but ṣé mo lè fi UK sílẹ̀ kí n lọ gbé níjẹ̀bú òde pẹ̀lú system tí kò ní rule of law pẹ̀lú system tí constitution Nàìjíríà tó ń pààyàn ẹ má ẹ̀ka parọ́ fúnra wa a lè máa ṣe dáadáa gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Yorùbá àmọ́ ẹ má ẹ̀ka gbàgbé lé torí tá a bá ti gbàgbé lé àwọn wèrè tí à ń ní wọ́n rán níjọba fún wa abẹ́ Nàìjíríà ni gbogbo wọn sá sí all your governors abẹ́ Nàìjíríà lọ sá sí ìjọ tí a bá ti dá dúró whether it's Odùduwà kingdom àwọn kan ní ẹ àwọn like orúkọ yẹn tẹ́ ń pè ní o like Yorùbá nation tẹ́ ń pè yẹn Odùduwà it doesn't matter anytime you lè change orúkọ gbogbo yẹn kọ́ ni priority ní sí èyí tó jẹ́ priority ni pé àníkàtẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ já Nàìjíríà kúrò lára wa mo kí Amakulex mo kí wẹ̀yìn ará Germany a máa mẹ́tò ìwásílẹ̀ very soon. Abiodun Oladele sọ pé Nigeria RIP. Abiodun Oladele also went on to say local government wọn kò dá sí Yorùbá tẹ́ ti kọ́ ẹ̀mọ̀ pàwọ́ tá àgbọ̀ Yorùbá ẹ̀ máa ṣàánú wa díẹ̀díẹ̀ àṣẹ ń kọ́ ni kò ní báyìí fún ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ṣẹ́gun ọ̀nà. So all I just want to remind ourselves is tó bá jẹ́ pé Nigeria function Mr. Fab Mokinyi, thank you so much. If and the rest of the great Yoruba nation aside to you, and those of you that are listening to us on the Twitter and the rest, your energy is always with me. Allow Baba Mukembe, Comrade Plan B, 8 of you today, thank you so much. So if Nigeria was triple DRS, if Nigeria was running on a very good system, not the constitution, sometimes àwa tí à ń buy into this constitution ṣé a mọ̀ pé constitution yìí wọ́n ti carve kó má bàa ní àṣeyọrí fún gbogbo ẹni pẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà àwọn tó drafted ìyẹn Abdulsalam Abubakar bàbá olórí burúkú yẹn tó ń gbérùngbọ̀n funfun káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé ó wà lára àwọn tó drafted wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ tó ń ṣe wọ́n mọ̀ pé irú nísìn tẹ́gbọ́n mi ilé nísìn he writes a lot of them kò ń ju 10 bullet point lọ. He went on to say, our constitution, ìyẹn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ayọ̀ Akínfẹ́ is the chairman of the Central Association of Nigeria in UK. Very, very intelligent man. Our constitution will be amended to mandate state and local government to spend at least 40% of their annual budget on capital projects for the next 50 years. Olúyọ̀lé Ìbàdàn mo kí yín. Pastor Ogunjimi, God will surely continue to bless your handwork. Thank you so much. Prince Adiba sọ pé we will celebrate independence of Yoruba nation whether they like it or not. Mr. Lomiko, the solution for this country is to break. But àwọn kan ní ká má break ẹ̀ ibi tá ti ní problem nìyẹn. Àwa ní ká break, àwọn kan ní no, a sì lè fix ara wa. Àwọn kan ní we want a new Nigeria where Yoruba nation náà máa wà nínú ẹ̀. Mo bí ẹ̀ ṣe pé work. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi engineer wọ́n propose ẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé Yorùbá kingdom sì lè wà nínú Nàìjíríà. So lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí fún gbogbo ẹ̀yàn ọmọ Yorùbá. Olakunle, my namesake, sọ pé the constitution was not fully ready when Obasanjo was sworn in 1999. And you're right. So this constitution tẹ̀ ń wò yìí òun ló máa fi ń govern ayé wa ní Nàìjíríà. This document wọ́n à ń pè citizen ẹ̀wà dẹ̀ ṣe fídíò kan bó mo fi fídíò yẹn ṣe ẹ̀jẹ̀ wọn bí mo lè play fídíò yẹn. Ó ní Abdulsalam constitution lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí we are grateful our brother Ijile Marcus is finally out and I believe he's going to be coming out today if the flyer he put out is going to be something that is going to so adúpẹ́ fún Elédùmarè mo fẹ́ lọ mú fídíò yẹn wá ká tó end the broadcast citizen ẹ̀wà lọ ṣe fídíò yẹn Abdulsalam constitution na fraud o Abdulsalam kò ní dá fún àwọn military Nigeria yẹn they are criminals. Ẹ yẹ ká gbọ́ ìgbọ́n mi George Akínọlá.
Impediment to Yoruba development is the impediment to Yoruba development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 1962, we were far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We were far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shot to pieces?
Kí ló dé tẹ́ gbọ́n mi ṣe ń sọ pé this country that has been shot to pieces? So àwọn ọmọ olóṣèlú ní hope in a country that has been shot to pieces. Àwọn kan ya passport wọn má bínú. Àwa ti sọ fún tẹ́lẹ̀ pé Nigeria is not a country. Ademi sọ pé na Ogun go kill all our leaders. They don't spoil people's ìṣẹ́rẹ́ òyìnbó tẹ sọ pé they don't spoil people's life yẹn. Ó mà ṣe o. What a damage the psyche wa. Ṣẹ́rí people's life tẹ sọ yẹn. Ṣẹ́rí àwọn politicians tí ó jẹ́ politicians ní Yorùbá láti top to bottom they are all criminals. But púpọ̀ ni wọ́n máa wá abroad tí gbogbo máa ń rà pọ̀ pẹ̀lú wọn. Tó bá dé nísìnyí ọkọ̀ lọ sí F406 owó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ẹ bá jẹ £1,000 níbẹ̀ yẹn ó máa sanwó ẹ̀. Àwọn kan dẹ̀ mọ̀ bá ṣe máa jáwó gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Àwọn kan máa ń fúnyàn lówó gidi tá bá wá sí UK. Àwọn tó mọ̀ wọ́n dáadáa. Nígbà tó owó tó ń bẹ nínú Nàìjíríà owó gẹ̀mù ni owó tó lè àkáǹtì fún. Mo sọ fún pé bọ̀bọ̀ kan òun ni right hand man èmi kọ́ ẹ mọ̀ pé ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ṣẹ́gun Ṣóhùnmí. He was in London some few years ago. Ṣẹ́gun Ṣóhùnmí. Ẹ mọ̀ gbogbo ìmọ̀ mọ̀ ó máa bá wọn kó ní Ogun State. Ó dà pé kọ̀ọ̀kan fi wọlé. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ṣẹ́gun Ṣóhùnmí yẹn ìjọ tó wá sí UK àwa jọ lọ sí A406 a lọ jẹun wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ lọ pàdé yàn. Mo bá ẹni sọ̀rọ̀ ẹni tó ń pè wá ẹni sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ fún mi ní few seconds. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi yẹn bá ṣe débẹ̀ báyìí bó ṣe ní bọ̀bọ̀ kan nìyẹn wọ́n ní bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn kò síbi tí Wike bá fẹ́ lọ bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn ti lọ ahead láti lọ dúró de Wike wọ́n náà gangan ni deputy governor owó yẹn bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn ló sọ fún mi wọ́n kí bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn dáadáa lọ́ní Yọmí bọ̀bọ̀ tó tókun yẹn bàbá right hand man Wike ni kò sílùú náà tí Wike bá ń lọ ó máa lọ ahead láti lọ dúró de Wike níbẹ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè tó ń gbé wá ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò.
Nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ tẹ̀ sọ ṣe rí gbogbo àwọn tó lọ fóòtì yẹn oyè yìí.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ó yẹ kán da gbogbo everybody wọn ni.
Ẹ má ẹ̀ka máa ṣe yẹn nígbà tá a bá ń dà pọ́n bọ àwọn èèyàn wa èmi àti ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ṣẹ́gun Ṣóhùnmí nínú.
Ó ṣàwà kó so àwọn tó ń bára wọn báyìí náà nínú kó ṣàwà o. Ó ti yé yín torí sẹ́ẹ̀sì wọn ò ṣiṣẹ́ to me òkè yẹn jẹ́ ká wọ́n tó ṣẹlẹ̀ òkè ẹ bá notice
10 years ago, is there anything called loan app tó ti wà fún everybody, everybody ti get this, nothing pe number everybody báyìí ní Nàìjíríà. Ó ti yẹ yín, ó yẹ kó mọ̀ pé life àwọn ti bàjẹ́ ní àti kò possible kéèyàn ní owó lọ́wọ́, ó ti yẹ yín, kó lọ máa yáwó lọ́wọ́ áàpù kan tó máa fún ní interest, ó ti yẹ yín. So àwọn tó ń tẹ̀sí káàkiri yẹn wọ́n ti bà ayé everybody wọn jẹ́. Nǹkan dẹ̀ ṣì ń bàjẹ́ sí all the time, time to time.
Bọ̀ kí ló dé tí àwọn ò rí pé nǹkan bàjẹ́ sí tó jẹ́ pàwọn nìkan là ń rí? Kí ló dé táwọn ará ilé ò rí?
Inú kò ṣe nǹkan tí ò yé mi náà nìyẹn. Mo dẹ̀ ṣe béèrè question yẹn lọ́wọ́ yín last time pé ok.
Ẹ ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ èmi náà ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín.
Báwọn yẹn tọ́rọ̀ fi mọ̀ ni àbí kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Because tí o máa ń ṣe dead, ó ti yé yín. Ok ẹni sùúrù ẹ wo orú nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nípa election presidential election tó kọ́kọ́ dì lọ yẹn. Tó bá yẹ pé brain wọn ò kú, ó yẹ yín tó yẹ pé kò ṣe pọ́n mad, ṣé ó yẹ kán tún jáde again? Ó ti yẹ yín, ṣé ó yẹ kán tún jáde? Nǹkan tí ò yé mi nìyẹn, ṣé oògùn ló ń mú wọn ni àbí kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? Kò yé mi. Torí ẹ tí brain yẹn bá ṣiṣẹ́, ó ti yé yín tó bá yẹ pé kò ń ṣe pé ẹ tó ti ya wèrè. Ó ti yé yín, ókè ó ní gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lákọ̀ọ́kọ́, ẹ̀rọ kan rí ìbúrí ni, fine wọ́n gbà fún rí ìbúrí. But still go there again.
Wọ́n fi ìgbà wọn lè change Nàìjíríà ní àlẹ́ blame wọn.
Nobody can change it.
Ẹ̀yin lẹ́yìn rò bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn sì ń rò wọ́n sì ń rò káwọn lè change ẹ̀. Ọ̀dà.
1 billion years to this time. Nothing can change.
1 billion years. Ìyẹn máa ti máa pẹ́ àti kúrò ní Nàìjíríà. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Thank you so much. I love every one of you. Mo kí the last caller wa. Mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Fatai Ogunmefun. Yeah, it's a great news. Ijile called me on Sunday. And like I said, whether they like it or even views me pẹ̀lú yáyẹ is different. Èmi àti Ijile pàdísì la máa jẹ́ forever. Ẹgbọ́n sókè ẹ̀gbọ́n. Ẹ má tún dá wàhálà lẹ̀, ẹ má bí mi question kan. Nígbà ilẹ̀ máa ní ẹ fẹ́ rán mi iṣẹ́ kan ní sẹ́ máa rán mi iṣẹ́ kankan o. Ìdẹ rán mi mo ti parí ẹ o.
Ọ̀rọ̀ tí last caller yẹn.
Ẹgbọ́n sókè.
Mr. Koiki, Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kémi àti rí tọmọtọmọ táyà.
Àmín, mo ṣàmì ẹ̀. Destitute ló ṣe máa ń pè.
Wọ́n ti fi poverty weaponize ìlú yẹn. Máa ń lọ dáadáa. Bí ẹ ṣe máa ń lọ láì fẹ́ dàbí láìfù yìí tó jẹ́ pé máa ń wọ public bus nìkọ̀ọ̀kan. Jẹ́ bí tó lọ sórí títí ẹ̀kọ́là tó pè láti yẹn lọ yẹn. Jẹ́ tí bá ní bad mood láyé mi lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Ẹni kí ni máa ń ṣe? Máa lọ wọ Fanagan. Ẹ máa rẹ́ ìfà.
Èwo ni Fanagan yẹn?
That is Volkswagen transporter tó ń lò yẹn.
Okay.
Ẹ tó bá ti ní bad time tó bá wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ó kàn lọ wọ láti Òyìnbó for example sí Kòròdú.
Ṣé yẹn lọ ṣe máa ń sọ pé ní pépà tèmi wọ́n ní Nigerians are the most happiest people in the world.
Ẹ máa gbọ́ ó ti bí ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá Fẹlá something and smiling. Ṣẹ́rí bọ́bá yẹn ó ti weaponize wọn dé wípé àwọn ogun orí bí ìyá wọ́n ṣe manage pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Okay, to back up that caller láti enlighten wọn lórí nǹkan tó bí wípé kí wọ́n lògùn fún wọn ni kí orí wọn ti dàrú kí wọ́n lè dárò ní wọn. Yes, wọ́n lè dárò ní wọn because of poverty. Mr. Koiki, I'm sorry to say. Mo tún wà nínú bẹ́ẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́
ó yé mi.
Mo dé oníṣẹ́ àpò which was 3 years ago. Ìdájọ́ lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ mi sà. Ó bá bá mi ní ọ́fíìsì ọ̀dọ̀ mi. Ó bá yọ̀ mu. Ó ti lo ẹ́ fún mi. Adéjọ́ lọ sún àjọ dàgbà ládùúgbò ni. Mo bá kọ̀ ọ́dẹ́ ṣe pé àkílò mi. Èwo ni wèrè tó ń lo nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Ó bá fi wọ́n ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ní pé àti yàbá lòun ti ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìbọ̀lé.
Kábíyèsí Elédùmarè. Ó fẹ́ gbà nǹkan kan lọ́wọ́ yín nìyẹn. Ó fẹ́ jagba ní. Ó fẹ́ jagba ní.
Ẹ máa gbọ́ ó ní bí o ṣe rí náà ní kò sí ọkọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kí ni pàdé ìtọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́ mi. Ó ní kí n jọ òun fẹ́ kí n dáṣe òun ní kẹsẹ̀tà rédíò.
Èwo ni kásẹ̀tà rédíò?
Àwọn old model tí wọ́n fi pè CD kẹsẹ̀tà rédíò. Àṣẹ́bí máa ń gbọ́dọ̀ kún bọ̀ lọ́lẹ̀.
Kábíyèsí Elédùmarè. ó ní kẹ́ dash òun ní cassette and radio.
The guy was over 50 there. Ó lọ́mọ yẹn kò wò tí. Ó ní jojú níyàwó wọn máa ń bọ̀ ọjà táwọn ò ní rédíò lé. Mo fi Ọlọ́run búra fún yín. It's my childhood friend. Ajọ́dọ̀ mi. Ó lè ṣiṣẹ́.
Wọ́n ti bà fún bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ọ̀jẹ̀ táwọn èèyàn lè ronú mọ́. Tí wọ́n dá yín padà sí ilẹ̀ àjò that property experience tí mo ní. Nínú ìlú òyìnbó mi ta wà yìí. Ṣé mo pípọ̀ bọ́ kan? German trade company. Wọ́n wá gbé bọ̀bọ̀ ẹ̀ ní Ṣáwádé Sọ́dọ̀gà. Kò níṣẹ́. Ó ń gbowó bàbá. Ó fi mánéjà rẹ̀. Ẹbí bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn nínú ilé ẹ̀ ó lè ṣe trade. Ó lè jẹ́ kó rìn lórí eré tó pọ̀ ṣọ́ọ̀tì. Kàtísítò ṣe tí ọba lè jẹun èèyàn lè ronú nọ́mà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
So poverty ni ní stop education tẹ̀ ẹ̀ fún wa.
Ẹ ṣe gan ni. Àmì ẹ ṣe gan ni ẹ̀gbọ́n mi.
Nígbà tí àwọn ẹni wá lọ, ibi tí wọ́n fún bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ jí, kí máa débẹ̀ mo lè kí máa délé, ìdílé máa fún mi 2,000. What is 2,000 naira ta? So poverty ni ẹjọ́ Ọlọ́run máa fún education ẹ̀ là ń gbá.
Thank you so much. We are just about 20 minutes aago kan la máa parí, àwa padà wá later láti ṣe full program. Mo fẹ́ ká wo fídíò yìí. This was 2019. Mo sọ fún yín pé ẹ mọ̀ pé via media, you know, you get connected with the media. You know, I love this. Ẹ̀gbọ́n iná gbóná gan. You know, but orin ìrìn àjò Yorùbá nation kọ́ làwọn wà. Orí ìrìn àjò Nàìjíríà làwọn ṣì wà. Maybe he wants to be a governor as well because gbàkú mo ń gbọ́ kó fi ṣe governor, but I don't know how far that is anymore. Wọ́n ti parí governorship. Bí wọ́n máa fi dúró fún 2027. Okay, there's another person trying to call us. Okay, ẹ jẹ́ ká ó máa tójọ́ mẹ́ta kẹ́ alàgbà mi. Ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Àwọn ètò ti tọ́jọ́ mẹ́ta lọ ẹ̀gbúrò wa. Iṣẹ́ kọ́ nìyẹn báyìí.
Irọ́ kò ṣe jẹ́ ìdàgbò ìrẹ̀wẹ̀ tí mú ọkọ̀ wa ni.
Kí ló dé? Ẹ fọkàn balẹ̀.
Ẹ̀sẹ̀ nínú àwọn àìjọ ní gbogbo
I know.
Ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá ló dàbí ó dàbí ìjọba ọ̀rọ̀ tí gbogbo wa ń retí.
Ìyá.
Ìgbésẹ̀ túbọ̀ àìsẹ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ pé olúwa tó bá wa bọ̀ àwọn sọ́kà ìjẹ̀bà àti ìjẹ̀bọ̀ àkọ́kọ́rọ́ òun bá jẹ́. Tó jẹ́ kí ẹ̀wẹ̀ ìjọba bá very people.
Ó yé mi.
Ó dàbí lórí ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó.
If you don't allow me,
ó yé mi. Ó yé mi. Ó yé mi.
Àkọjá àwọn òní. Ìgbé ìgbàgbọ́ yìí. Gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀sìn lọ sọ̀rọ̀ síwájú Nàìjíríà làwọn wà. Yà náà fi.
But ẹni sùúrù táwọn èèyàn bá ń sọ pé ìyà irú ìyàwó lẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ torí pé àwa ń ta ẹ mọ̀ pé òkú ìtura wa àdá kankan mọ̀ ẹ bá ní ìyà irú ìyàwó because ẹ̀kan máa ń sọ pé ìyà irú ìyàwó.
Ìgbẹ́lẹ̀ ní 1,000 naira tó fi wá fi ṣẹ́ lóde. Àgbẹ̀ ó jẹ́ pẹ́ẹ́ni olówó lága bọ̀ mi ò rí káàdì. Mo ti rí 10,000 tó dúró láti ìfúra ẹ̀ ó ti pẹ́. Ọjọ́ta ni owó tọ́jú. Mo tẹ̀tẹ̀ wá rìn kiri. Ibi tí mo ti wá gba 2,000 naira, 400 naira ni mo ti gba 2,000 naira. Ó ti tún 200 naira lórí 1,000. Pẹ̀lú náà ta báàgì ráì, èèyàn mélòó ló lè ra báàgì? Níbi tá a dé ṣiṣẹ́, ìyá àkọ́kọ́ rẹ̀ lọ, ó sọ 1,000 Mr. Koiki. Ìyá tó màmá mi, ó sọ ẹkún 1,000 naira. Ó sọ fún mi.
So intent try láti sọ fún wa ni pé àti rí owó nílé ó le gan láti rí owó nílé.
Ó ní olè tó bá dùn ìdí ló fẹ́ fi rà. Ẹ tó bá lọ sí kéèkù lásán láti Màgbòrò sí kéèkù lásán ìyá náwó làwọn 1,000 naira.
Níṣẹ́ àwọn èèyàn níṣẹ́ ni ẹ mọ̀ pé mọ̀ yín dábì lélẹ̀ nísìn ẹ má bínú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lè dàbí tó fi máa bínú ẹ mọ̀ pé mi náà máa ń bínú ẹ máa ṣe sùúrù pẹ̀lú mi ni. Ṣé wo níṣẹ́ ni lẹ́ṣẹ́ sọ pé kò gàdí ìjọba yà ń ṣe máa gbowó náà ṣé ríṣẹ́ ni.
Mr. Koiki
inú chọ́ọ̀kì mo wà fún yín.
mo mọ ẹ̀yìn mo fẹ́ máa fi owó ẹnu sọ̀rọ̀ ni.
40,000 naira ni mo ń gbà sálárì ìdùnnàgbò yìí.
Mo ń gbọ́ yín. Mo ń gbọ́ yín sẹ́.
40,000 naira. Tí iṣẹ́ bìrìbìrì bá yọ bóyá àwọn ìdọ̀tí bóyá ní káàdì wòye àwọn káàdì material támánikà dà la máa pé owó ẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ara wa. Ṣé gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ìjọba wa pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ti ní shop work àmàpé owó yẹn gbé lẹ́gbàgbà àtàlídájú náà lọ́yà. Tó bá ti èdè máa wá 15,000 ní shop work. Àwa máa mú àwa tó kù máa pín out. Bọ̀dọ̀ ní tẹ́mi jẹ́ truck driver, I'm one of the stakeholders nínú business yẹn. So owó mi wà lọ sókè díẹ̀ ju àwọn tó kù lọ àti ẹnjìníà. Sọ̀kọ́ ìdìbò rọrùn nílé. Sọ̀kọ́ ẹ̀sùn nípa 10,000 naira rè tó kọjá ní màá ò lè bó ti bó ti 10,000 naira kó ní ẹ̀dùn.
Ìbéèrè tí mo wá fẹ́ ìbéèrè tí mo wá fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni pé ṣé kò sí enabling environment láti dáṣẹ́lẹ̀ ni ẹni tó bá ṣàjẹ́ tailor lè dáṣẹ́lẹ̀ ẹni tó bá jẹ́ àbí babaláwo gan lè dáṣẹ́lẹ̀ pásítọ̀ gan lè dá ṣé ẹ lè dáṣẹ́lẹ̀ fúnra yín ni ẹ pè mí dáadáa ẹ pè mí mò ń gbádùn ọ̀bẹ ṣé ń pè yẹn mo fẹ́ gbọ́ náà ni mò ń gbọ́ yín.
Èmi èèyàn tó bá jẹun ká ló bá rí òdòdó. Ẹgbẹ́ ìjẹun ká ní ìrònú olólùlù àdọ́bìmọ̀ ìdàdàbìmọ̀. Ẹni tí kò jẹun ìrònú olólùlù náà ẹ̀dẹ́kùnrin environment ló fẹ́ dá tẹ́lẹ̀ ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ ti tọ́pù rẹ̀ tọ́p ẹyọ kan ní 15,000 naira ó wà lọ́wọ́ environment 5,000 naira wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ wọn ló papọ̀ agreement àti commission lásán ó ti fún owó tọ́pù lọ tí ó ti rí sí ìfọ̀. Òfin náà dísù nísìnyí 800 per litre.
Ok, ṣé nísìn tí Tinubu wá débẹ̀ ṣé gbogbo kinní yẹn máa wálẹ̀ ni àbí báwo torí táwọn èèyàn sọ ni àwọn especially àwọn ará Èkó ni wọ́n ń dùn gan bàbá wa ti débẹ̀. Mo ń gbọ́ yín.
Nǹkan tá à ń jẹ tí ò bá sí nǹkan tá à ń jẹ wípé nǹkan tá à ń jẹ lélẹ̀ yóò sí nǹkan tá à ń jẹ ló máa. Nǹkan tá à ń jẹ nǹkan tá a fẹ́ jẹ tí ò bá nǹkan téèyàn bá rí nìyàn máa jẹ. Tinubu jẹ́ nǹkan tá a rí. Dádì pé Yorùbá nìkan ti ṣẹ́ ìgbàgbé ní better thing fún wa. Gbogbo àti ọ̀dẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ bá ń sìn ààrẹ ráyè ìjàmbá a máa sọ̀kọ́ sí nǹkan tá a rí báyìí. Àwọn ò fẹ́ jẹ́ ìdílé fún wa o. Láwa tí a ti gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ láti fi rú ọ̀rọ̀ ní ìtajà mọ́ ibi tó wù yín láti jẹ́ kí a wà. Táàdẹ̀ táwọn náà dẹ̀ ti rí. Àwa náà ò kéré nígbà tí àwọn bàbá olówó wà gbà yẹn náà. A dẹ̀ rí oríṣiríṣi àwọn iṣẹ́ tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ọlọ́táwẹ́ lọ́jọ́ kan náà ṣe bá rí títọ̀ tí bàbá olówó dálẹ̀ bẹ̀ wọ́n tí ọba jáde ní títọ̀ àgbẹ̀ títọ̀ ni wọ́n á fún ẹ ní owó wọ́n á fún ẹ ní truck tí wàá lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ fáàmù jẹ kò fẹsẹ̀ mọ́ kò ṣẹlẹ̀ mọ́ so gbogbo kíní wọ̀nyẹn à ń rí ṣùgbọ́n kò ṣeé ṣe ṣùgbọ́n mi ta fún ìdí ẹgbẹ́ kan lè nígbà máa bẹ̀ yìí because ẹgbẹ́ tó sọ pé lóríṣiríṣi pé mo gba nọ́mbà àwọn kan nílọrin náà fara sí mo bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ wọn sọ̀rọ̀ mo fi ta pé tí a bá máa pín ìlú yìí mo fi ọlọ́run dá mi ṣe lẹ́yìn bí èèyàn mi ó ní ìjọ 20 sí ẹgbẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ a kì í nílò owó tí wọ́n gbà. Ìta pé a máa pín ìlú yìí ní wọ́n mọ̀.
Ó kù díẹ̀ náà ni ìgbìmọ̀ náà lè yan bàbá wa sọ ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa. Ọ̀dà ẹ ṣé gan ni.
Àtẹ̀lẹ́jọ̀ tó ń ṣe àìlájọ́ àtẹ̀bí ìlú òbí tó wá àti ìyànjú ẹ̀sẹ̀ wọlé àti wọlé lájọ́ àtẹ̀bí wọ́n ti dàpọ̀ ẹ̀ tó máa ṣe.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ mo rí káàdì tó ń sọ pé olóòrùn fi ṣe president ó jà ti polówó fún wọn títí ó dẹ̀ ti ní káwọn ọmọ Ìgbò ṣàkọ̀ so ó gbọ́dọ̀ jáde kó máa polówó pé ó fi jẹ president senate. Okay, we see how it goes. Ẹ ká tún gbọ́ kẹlòmíì náà kódà ilé ìtẹ́ fún wa ní 7 minutes lénìí mo gbádùn ẹ̀ dáadáa Ọlọ́run bá máa wà pẹ̀lú yín o safety yín Ọlọ́run bá máa fi ṣọ́ ẹ̀ṣọ́ yín thank you so much. He's a truck driver in Federal State Towa and is actually making 40,000, but he's still complaining. Hello, Baba. I'm going, sir.
Yóò dára fún ẹ lórúkọ Jésù.
Àmín o.
Àlàáfíà Ọlọ́run ní fi ọtí àti ìdílé rẹ lórúkọ Jésù àti gbogbo tó gbé ètò rẹ.
Àmín Jésù Kristi.
Wọ́n mọ̀ tó ní kí n fi ọgbọ́n Olúwa dá sí ètò ilé àárọ̀ ìmọ̀ ní àbí lọ́sàn ìlà wà. Yorùbá ní à ń jèkúrú ọ̀rọ̀ pé kó tán àwọn kan tó gbọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ sáwo. Níwọ̀n ìgbà tí inú àtẹnu ò bá ti kò, Ọlọ́run ò kì í ṣiṣẹ́ níbẹ̀. Ẹ bá mi sọ fún gbogbo àwọn tó bá mọ Jésù dáadáa, àwọn tó bá mọ ànábì, àwọn tó bá mọ àwọn pásítọ̀ jàǹkànjàǹkàn, ẹ pé mo ní ká lọ sínú ìtàn àti ìṣẹ̀dá ayé bọ́lọ́run ti ṣẹ̀dá ayé àtọ̀run, ìfẹ́ ló fi dá ayé. Nínú ìfẹ́ lọ́lọ́run ti dá ènìyàn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká dá ènìyàn ní àwòrán ara wa. Kó lè bá a máa jọba lórí gbogbo tí a ti dá ní Olúwa wí. Nígbà tó kún nínú májẹ̀mú tuntun, Jésù tó wí pé ìfẹ́ ni àkójá òfin gbogbo, ìfẹ́ ni àkójá. Ṣé ẹ rí ìfẹ́ ti sọnù? Ohun tó da Yorùbá nation rúnù. Àwọn àgbẹ̀yìnbẹ́bọ jẹ́ bí ká máa wo Kóìkì lórí mídíà, ká máa wo bí ẹni kọ́ dẹ́jú wọn lọ, bí ẹni kó rọ́gbọ́n ta sí tiẹ̀. Kò sí inú òkòlù ìfẹ́ ò sí. Ọlọ́run ń yọ ọwọ́ pátápátá. Dáṣọ tó jẹ́ pé ọdún mẹ́jọ Tinubu Nàìjíríà ò lè tòrò. Ẹ lọ kọ́lẹ̀, ẹ kọ orúkọ mi sí. Ẹni pásítọ̀ kan sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọdún mẹ́jọ Tinubu Nàìjíríà ò lè tòrò. Ìdí tí ò fi lè tòrò ni wípé àwọn kánkọ́sì tó yí Tinubu ká ló ń gbádùn. Àwọn kánkọ́sì tó bá yí Buhari ká àwọn ni ó gbádùn. Àwọn kánkọ́sì tó bá yí Sanwó-Olú ká àwọn ni ó gbádùn. Àwọn tó bá ti yí àwọn gómìnà ká ni ó gbádùn kí sáráàlú. Ìfẹ́ àwọn tó yí wọn ká torí subordination, informant, àwọn tó jíṣẹ́ fún wọn. Ìjẹ̀mọ́ tó tún lọ báyìí sáà níbí báyìí. Ìjẹ̀mọ́ táwọn kan tó sọ nípa yín bí báyìí. Ṣé tẹ́ sọ nìyẹn? Ọ̀kadì tó lọ ọmọ 30 sí. Ọ̀yà ìbọn gba 10,000, gba 10 million, gba contract yìí. Ọmọ yẹn dá agan níbẹ̀ lẹ́sàn. Ó jíṣẹ́ fún wa gbogbo tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní etí ọ̀sẹ̀. Ní etí ní ọ̀nà kìnìún ní Island. Olówó sọ fún wa ẹ̀fọn ní kọmíṣánná kan. Báwo àwọn tó ń gbádùn nìyẹn torí kò sí ìfẹ́ aráàlú nínú ọkàn wọn. Ó wá mú kọ́lọ́run fọwọ́ lẹ́rán bí gbogbo àwọn bàbá Adébóyè gba àwẹ̀ 100. Tí wọ́n bá gba àwẹ̀ 40 years tàbí kúmú yìí àti bàbá tí wọ́n bá jáde wá látọ̀run tí wọ́n lọ bá mi jí bàbá kí wọ́n ti pè wọ́n Babalọ́lá kí Babalọ́lá wá darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn káwọn mọ́ ṣe wá látọ̀run ṣé ẹni tó sọnù yẹn Ọlọ́run sì fọwọ́ lẹ́rán tí gbogbo wọn nìyẹn ìfẹ́ ni òní. Wọ́n ti di alágbàdìkan jẹ́ olè wọn bíyà. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn kan ń bẹ tí Ọlọ́run tínú Ọlọ́run ò dùn sí torí pé àwọn Ọlọ́run bẹ láàrin wọn. Àwọn àyànfẹ́ bẹ láàrin orílẹ̀-èdè yẹn. Ìyẹn ò tí jẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà parun yányán. Tí kì í bá ṣe ọlọ́ àwọn àyànfẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan tí bẹ́ẹ̀ tí Ọlọ́run ń wò pé ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ Nàìjíríà tó nǹkan tọ́lọ́run lè sùn. Kí Sódómù ò tó tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ Nàìjíríà ẹ má jẹ́ tàn yìí. Sódómù ò kọjá pé wọ́n kàn máa ń bá ara wọn láṣepọ̀ ọkùnrin àtọkùnrin, obìnrin àtobìnrin. Àwọn òkè ta ẹ̀jẹ̀ ẹlẹ́ bí Nàìjíríà ṣe ń ṣe yìí. Kí èèyàn mọ̀lẹ́ máa yànyàn jẹ lójú ẹ̀ báyìí kó dẹ̀ tún máa gbá ọ lójú. Kí wọ́n dẹ̀ rọ́ títọ́ lẹ̀ báyìí kó dẹ̀ fi aṣọ agbádá bo òdìdí mọ́lẹ̀ kó dẹ̀ mọ̀ bí àjàwọ̀ aláìsè. Níbẹ̀ lẹ́tì rí ọlọ́pàá Nàìjíríà lẹ́tì rí ọlọ́pàá tó lọ mú ẹlẹ́sìn jáde nínú àmọ́ yóò dẹ̀ lọ mú àwọn èèyàn wọ́n lọ kórógà níta ní Oṣòdì wọ́n dẹ̀ lọ fi wọ́n replace àwọn ọmọ olówó tó lọ jalè tí wọ́n bá ìbọn pistol lọ́wọ́ wọn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ lọ pa àwọn ẹyẹ dẹ́ni tí wọ́n lọ kó lóṣòdì wọ́n pa wọ́n replace wọn ṣé adájọ́ òkúkú dẹ́ni kankan mọ̀ gbogbo yìí nínú Ọlọ́run bàjẹ́ sí. Ẹ wo ẹgbẹ́ ìbí ayélujáfẹ́ lórí ìlú láti sọ̀rọ̀.
Ẹ ṣe kan bàbá.
Tó kù ni pé kí Ọlọ́run jọ kó dìde fún àwọn àyànfẹ́ kó bá wọn pé Nàìjíríà kó sì lọ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá fún wa. Tó bá ti gbà fún wa kó bá ṣèjọba. Ọlọ́run jọba lé wa lórí kó gbàkóso. Yóò dára fún gómìnà.
Àmín Jésù Kristi. Elédùmarè ìbolójú ẹ wà báyìí o kábíyèsí ẹ ọ̀rọ̀ ìyá yìí làwọn èèyàn máa ń sọ láàárọ̀ yìí Elédùmarè. Hello ẹ̀gbọ́n mi.
Hello Mr. Agbẹ́kì ẹ̀ka sọ̀rọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ tó.
Mo wà pẹ̀lú mo like drone picture yìí ni mo ṣe tún gbé sí. Mo gbádùn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi tó jọ mẹ́ta ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ àfẹ́ lẹ́wà.
Adúgbò lọ́dọ̀ náà
ṣé bá ṣe máa bá lọ náà nílé ìtakọ̀ máa wá tá a máa sọ̀rọ̀ tá a máa lọ tá a máa sọ̀rọ̀ tá a máa educate ìgbà olè tí àwọn èèyàn máa ṣí ṣé nígbà tí Tinubu bá ṣe tán ni ẹ mọ̀ pé gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ ń pẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ pé lélẹ̀ yìí wà èmi wà níta mo ti mu kọfí wọ́n bẹ̀ mí pé kí wọ́n jẹun nísìnyí ní ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń bá lọ yìí ó tuntun lọ síbòmíì mo ń gbádùn yín bàbá mi.
Ebi ọ̀pá ẹ̀yìn Mr. Gbèkì ebi ọ̀pá yẹn
táwọn èèyàn wa débi wá àwọn èèyàn débi ń pa ń kọ́ ebi ń pa mí náà táwọn èèyàn fẹ́ dé wá pa wọn.
Mr. Gbèkì ẹ máa gbọ́ ibùdó gan nílùú táwa ní Nàìjíríà táwa ẹni ọba lówó lọ́wọ́ ebi ò ní pa nígbà ó wò pé ebi wà lọ ebi ò kò sátìkò oúnjẹ sí bẹ́ẹ̀ irú bí tẹ́yìn wà sí ọkẹ́ tó lẹ́nu yẹn ọkẹ́ máa balẹ̀ irú bí tẹ́yìn wà sí kò sí nǹkan tẹ́ náwó sí tọwọ́ yóò tó tó ebi ò pa yín ẹ̀ ń wo oúnjẹ ẹ̀ ń wò wájú yín pé oúnjẹ mélòó mo fẹ́ jẹ ṣùgbọ́n kí ni jẹ́ ebi pa yín jẹ́rí ìlú tàwa mo gbọ̀gbọ́ tó pè lẹ́ẹ̀kan máa tó pè tó lọ́rùn ṣiṣẹ́ ní chọ́ọ̀chì yẹn táwọn àtọ́kì jẹ́rí bó ṣe rí lọ́kàn wọn láti sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn o bí ní parọ́ fún yín bó ṣe ń dùn yẹn ló ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn because èmi tí mo bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ilé tí mo wà gan mo kàn ń ronú ni pé kí ló fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí bó là ń bá lọ báyìí ọ̀rọ̀ tèmi argument tèmi àti iwájú mi dẹ̀ argue láàárọ̀ tó fi jáde lé nìyẹn because jẹ́rí ìyá ti bá àwọn ṣẹ́dá politician wa yẹn mi ìmọ̀ kan tó máa ń rò bóyá wọ́n wò ó pé àwọn táwọn ń control yìí yẹn bí ẹranko náà ṣe jẹ́ bí ẹ̀mọ́ bóyá wọn àwa pọ̀ èèyàn ni àbí mi ò wọ́n sájà rí ẹ̀ mọ́. Meanwhile àwọn kan náà dẹ̀ tó wà tó yẹ pé orí wọn kú wọn ò lè dáná rò wọn ò lè sọ wọn ẹ̀mọ́ wọn ò lè control ara wọn débi pé wọ́n dáná ara wọn rò. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fi kíní tẹ̀sí sáàpù fún yín ilé tèmi Ìbẹ̀jú Lẹ́kì ni mo kọ́lé sí ibẹ̀ nílé mi wà. Ṣẹ́rí láti mo sọ̀rọ̀ yìí fún yín rí bóyá lẹ́yìn ni àbí ní orí program ti sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ wípé ìgbà tí Dangote refinery fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ láfẹ́ máa kọ́ Dangote refinery yẹn wọ́n dẹ̀ negotiate pẹ̀lú àwọn ọba Ìbẹ̀jú Lẹ́kì àtàwọn baálẹ̀ wọn wípé tó àwọn fẹ́ pa iná yẹn fẹ́ tà fún wọ́n fẹ́ fún Dangote láti máa fi ṣiṣẹ́ o bẹ̀tẹ̀ àwọn máa ra mẹ̀kánó jẹnẹrétọ̀ fún àwọn ọba àti àwọn ọba baálẹ̀ yẹn kéékèèké àwọn máa gba jẹnẹrétọ̀ fún wọn àdèmọ máa fúẹ̀lì jẹnẹrétọ̀ wọn every week Mr. Gbèkì ṣé àwọn èèyàn tó wá yàtọ̀ fáwọn ọba yẹn àtàwọn baálẹ̀ yẹn ṣé àwọn èèyàn yòókù tó jẹ́ ọmọ ìlú àwọn aráàlú tí àwọn èèyàn ò kì í ṣèèyàn ni wọ́n dẹ̀ gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ pa ogun náà Ìbẹ̀jú Lẹ́kì yẹn ẹ wàá máa fọ́nì tì nígbà tí ẹlẹ́sàn wa ń bọ̀ yìí ẹlẹ́sàn gómìnà yìí ni o Mr. Gbèkì ẹlẹ́sàn ti gómìnà yìí tó kù tọ́ọ̀sì ẹ mọ̀ kí sátọ̀dé náà dìbò tọ́ọ̀sì wọ́n ṣe mú náà yẹn wá nìyẹn fún wa ní Ìbẹ̀jú Lẹ́kì wọ́n wá fi náà yẹn lẹ́ o tọ́ọ̀sì wọ́n fi náà yẹn bíi 5 hours 10 hours tọ́ọ̀sì Friday nígbà tó di Saturday tó mẹ́ta náà fi náà yẹn lẹ̀ tí wọ́n tọ̀ tó bá ti pààrọ̀ ẹ̀ níbi 1 minute wọ́n á tó tọ̀ padà fún wa ìná yẹn sábà fún 3 days Mr. Gbèkì àwa dẹ̀ wá ń sọ ládùúgbò yẹn pé torí election làwọn wèrè fi tanná fún wa wọ́n fẹ́ ká wá dìbò ní o so wọ́n ti fi búrẹ́dì kó wa lómi ẹ̀rọ wọ́n na búrẹ́dì sọ wá pé ìgbà búrẹ́dì kẹ́ jẹ́ tó o táwa ti wá jẹ búrẹ́dì ẹ̀ tán tá a ti mú mi sí tá a ti rí pé àti yóò inú wa ti máa dùn pé ìyàtọ̀ jẹ wá láti fi 10 years wa ibi tó pa wá láti 5 days sí a ti gbà pé ìyàtọ̀ jẹ wá bọ̀ láti ẹ ṣáà ti bá àwọn oníṣòwò ẹ̀ ṣe sọ wá ọwọ́ àtàlọ́ yẹn Mr. President ti máa sọ fún yín pé ìgbà tó di àárọ̀ Sunday láti rí wọ́n ti dìbò tán wọ́n ti parí election láti Sunday di sí ni mo ṣe máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ wọn múlẹ̀ wá mọ́.
kábíyèsí elédùnmọ́ rè.
sílùú la wà yẹn Mr. President sílùú nìyẹn sílùú lélẹ́yìí tàwa.
so it's like a deliberate act.
ẹ sọ fún agbègbè ẹ sọ pé jẹ́rí kò ṣe pé a lè mẹ́kẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà tàwa kò ń ṣe èpè àti mẹ́kẹ̀ fún gbogbo wa ó máa lágbára. meanwhile nígbà tá a bá ń ṣiṣẹ́ 20 naira nínú iṣẹ́ 20 naira yẹn à ń fi 15 naira à ń fi gbọ́ bùkátà léjọ́ àti kádàpọ̀ à ń fi 18 naira à ń fi gbọ́ bùkátà léjọ́ yẹn pé bùkátà tó yẹ kí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì máa nǹkan tó yẹ ká máa benefit lára gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì fúnra wa là ń fowó ara wa sponsor rẹ̀. ẹ wo inú ìsìn epo là ń rọ jẹnẹrétọ̀ là máa rọ 247 nílé jẹnẹrétọ̀. Mr. Gbèkì bá a máa ń sọ jẹnẹrétọ̀ tọ̀gọ́ nísìnyí a máa sọ tán àwọn asọ̀tàn lórí táwọn tá máa bá sílùú làwà yìí. sílùú làwà and Mr. Gbèkì ẹ trust ìmọ̀lẹ̀ rẹ sọ̀tọ̀ fún yín ẹ trust ara yín trust yourself don't trust anybody lórí movement. sẹ́rí àwọn kan ṣe kíní kan nígbà sẹ́rí election Lagos State yẹn ó la ẹ̀yìn ọmọ mọ̀ wípé ó jẹ́ kí ojú yín là sí àwọn nǹkan tó ṣókùnkù sẹ́yìn náà àtàwọn dàwà àdébù àwọn bàbá wọn lórí Sunday Igboho àtàwọn bàbá wa Jákèjádò ṣé rí election Lagos State yìí ó tú àwọn àṣírí kan síta àwọn tẹ́ rò pé wọ́n fojú jọ èèyàn ni tí wọ́n fojú jọ èèyàn ó tú àṣírí wọn síta election ti gómìnà ni mo sọ mi sọ ní pẹ́sẹ̀tì o because èmi dákun mo ẹ̀rọ rí kọ́mẹ̀tì mo máa ń kọ́mẹ̀tì lórí péjì wọn pẹ̀lú rọ́bìṣì tó máa ń sọ yẹn sẹ́rí kìíní jẹ́ kí kẹ́ ẹ mọ àwọn tó kú ìtọ́ dání ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ gómìnà yẹn tó ṣe yẹn lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yẹn ó jẹ́ kí ẹ mọ àwọn tí wọ́n dúró lórí Yorùbá nation tòótọ́ ó jẹ́ kí ẹ mọ àwọn tí wọ́n kì í tó wọn wá fún Yorùbá nation tinútinú. sẹ́rí ẹ̀yin lè má dárúkọ ẹ̀mí adárúkọ wọ́n wà tó ń pè ní mímọ́ tó máa wọ́n sí tó máa ń control media àwọn YSDN yẹn wúmà yẹn èmi àti ẹjọ́ kó pọ́lẹ̀ lórí péjì ẹ̀ lórí YSDN lánàá gan àjọ kó kọ́lẹ̀ lórí YSDN lánàá because wọ́n fi ṣé gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ kó làwọn lórí YSDN yẹn ó dalẹ̀ olóṣèlú ló kúnnú wọn èmi máa sọ síta because Yorùbá lè ṣe aláwọ̀ ṣe wọ́n ń dá sọ́rọ̀ òṣèlú ẹ̀ ń dá sọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀ ní ká máa lọ dìbò fún Sanwó-Olú kí ni tiwa pẹ̀lú Sanwó-Olú Sanwó-Olú máa sọ fún yín púpọ̀ ọmọ gbèsè wá bọ́ sí olóyè Sunday Igboho ni àjọ àwọn àti Tinubu àti Buhari kankan àwọn ọlọ́kọ́ àwọn ọlọ́gbọ́n wà ní pé a ní ìdí kan báyìí àfikún ẹ̀ wá sí orí àlè lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lọ́fọ́ bọ́ọ̀sì olóyè Sunday Igboho ṣé Sanwó-Olú ọmọ bá ṣe pa àwọn èèyàn wa lọ́jọ́ ta ni. ẹ̀yin wá ń tọ́ ìdí sẹ́m láti pé ṣe pa wáyé gbàgbà bá lọ sí wáyé yẹn tó ń lé wọn padà lọ́jọ́ ta yẹn àwọn táwọn wí yìí inú wọn dùn sí náà wọn jáde láti wá níbọn kì í gbòòrò láti wá pọ̀ dẹ́mu gbogbo táwọn Sanwó-Olú ṣe ẹ wá yẹn kí Sanwó-Olú bọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà tí Sanwó-Olú bá ti bọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ máa mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ máa pè é ẹ máa bá sọ̀rọ̀. àwọn tábí sẹ́ríkà náà bàbá yẹn lóde náà tó sọ pé ẹ lọ dá Sanwó-Olú padà sílẹ̀ sọ́ọ́ kí ni ẹ̀kú ó bí mi nínú mi nípa ọ̀sẹ̀ ìsàbẹ̀pẹ̀ ó bí mi nínú. ìkọ́dá ẹ̀yin dà pẹ̀lú nígbà táwọn ojú yín ẹ máa sọ pé dáná máa dìbò fáwọn ọkùnrin náà Sanwó-Olú ti bọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ sí Mr. Boy ẹ ti tí ẹ rálì mi lọ́la pé bá wá sí rálì lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ètò ìṣẹ́ Sanwó-Olú tẹ ní kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀yẹn ẹsẹ̀ tí Yorùbá lè ṣe ẹ máa gbé láti pọ̀ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lọ́la káwá sí rálì lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lọ́la bẹ́ẹ̀ ti ṣe Sanwó-Olú tẹ́lẹ̀ dìbò fún yẹn tí wọ́n bá tún kó bá jáde láàárọ̀ la kí ni gbogbo nẹ́sẹ̀sì yẹn la. àwọn ni kí ni Mr. Boy sẹ́rí ó tú àti Mr. Gbẹ̀lú bàbá Gbẹ̀lú wọ́n ṣe program yẹn inú mi dùn àdúrà ni mo ṣe fún mi Olúgbẹ̀lú àdúrà ni mo ṣe ẹgbẹ́ yẹn ní ó ní ọpọlọ ẹgbẹ́ yẹn gidi ní Olúgbẹ̀lú yẹn àwọn tó dúró tán nìyẹn ẹ má sọ fún àwọn yẹn dúró tán fún Yorùbá nation àwọn tó dúró tán nìyẹn tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ táwọn èèyàn mọ̀ ní pé ìyàwó ẹ̀ tó wá ṣe declaration fáwọn èèyàn tó wọ́n mọ̀ ní pé irọ́ ló pa fáwọn èèyàn tí màá mi sọ Olúgbẹ̀lú tó máa ń dákú máa rú màá yẹn àwọn èèyàn pè mí bàbá Gbẹ̀lú ṣe wọ́n ṣe burúkú ni wọ́n mọ̀ pé tán ni bàbá yẹn sọ. ẹ máa dìsífù àwọn èèyàn máa dìsífù àwọn èèyàn ní ìlàkọ̀tì ọ̀dàlẹ̀ ló pọ́n àwọn tó ọ̀dàlẹ̀ ní ẹ̀mọ́ lọ́kùn àṣírí kọ́ sọ ní sọ́jà ó sọ ọ̀dẹ̀ ní kọ́mẹ́ǹtì fún ìyá yẹn wọ́n wà tó máa ń kọ́jú YSDN yẹn tó máa ń kọ́jú mídíà wọn yẹn àjà bóyá olórí àbí kìnnì kan náà wọ́n wà yẹn ó sọ fún wọn lọ́dàlẹ̀ wọn Yorùbá ni wọ́n kọ́mẹ́ǹtì ó ṣépè fún mi lórí kọ́mẹ́ǹtì nínú ṣépè tẹ́bá ṣe mítì nínú lẹ́yìn nípa kí àgbà fẹ́ gbé àwọn òdìsí àwọn pípù lọ́mọ máa lọ gbé lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ pé àwọn kan pọ̀ sí kò wọ́pọ̀ àṣíráàlú àwọn ọlọ́mọ máa lọ pè kí ni gbogbo lẹ́sẹ̀ẹ̀sẹ̀ àwọn ọlọ́mọ wa débi tá a dé pé ìyá tó ń jẹ wá àwọn ló ń jẹ kó máa jẹ wá gbogbo tó lè ṣe sọ ìyá ń jẹ wá lẹ́jẹ̀ tó máa tara sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí náà ṣé ọjà ká tó wà nínú Nàìjíríà Pakistan ni àbí àwọn àtàwọn alẹ́ àwọn kẹta ti lùsì náà àwọn kẹta ti lùsì lórí strong meter.
Oda, ẹ ṣe gan pẹ̀lú ògo Ọlọ́run. You can say that the wound of our people bàbá wa ó tójọ́ mẹ́ta ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Ẹ káàbọ̀ bàbá mi. Ọmọ mi á ti di bí gẹ́lò.
Big boy ni.
Oh, big boy, rather, sorry, yeah. Wow. Adúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run. Ọlọ́run wá dá wọn sí. Ẹgbọ́n sókè.
ṣé ẹ rí program tẹ mú ọdún mi mọ̀ gbà tẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ẹ wo ìgboro lé o.
ẹ má máa dẹ́rù bà wá tẹ bá ti ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ bá ti gbòòrò lé dẹ́rù bà wá.
Mi ì lè parọ́ pásítọ̀ ṣe mí. Mi ì lè parọ́ fún mi.
Ìgboro lé.
Ṣé ẹ rí sà kò rọrùn.
Kábíyèsí Elédùmarè.
Ṣé ẹ rí àwọn tó tún sọ̀rọ̀ tán wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yẹn tí wọ́n tó ẹ̀ tún ṣe kí ẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ rí àwọn tá a tún wà
nílùú òkè ẹ má dárúkọ stéètì ìlú òkè.
Ó ga díẹ̀. Ó ga.
Kábíyèsí Elédùmarè.
Bá a ṣe máa ṣe kọ́nà kan fún wa ṣe. Yorùbá nation ni solution. Ẹ má jẹ́ àpárọ̀.
Àwọn kan ní kò ṣe solution kí lẹ́yìn rí ṣe wọ́n ní kò ṣe solution for now.
Ẹ wo àwọn tó ń jẹ nídìí òṣèlú nìyẹn. Àwọn tó ń jẹ nídìí òṣèlú ni bàbá yẹn ti sọ̀rọ̀ tán lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Ṣé ẹ rí àwọn tó súnmọ́ wọn nìkan ló dáa fún.
Àwọn tó súnmọ́ wọn
nìkan ló dáa fún. Mo ṣe rí àwọn ará ìlú tó kù àwa tó kù.
Ìgẹ́ta sì bí.
Nísìnyí mo sọ kinní kan nísìnyí àṣẹ bá sọ nísìnyí. Mo bá sọ mi pé ní Sunday ìdígbà tó bá dà fún ọmọ ìjọ ló máa dà fún ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run.
Tó bá dà fún ọmọ ìjọ ló máa dà fún ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni tí ó dẹ̀ rí bẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo táìtì that Sunday is 1,700.
Ẹ jẹ́ ń gbọ́ yín dáadáa gbogbo táìtì tí ẹ tọ́ gbà níjọ́ Sunday ṣé lè tó kọjá yìí.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni is 1,700.
1,700 at least ẹ ṣáà máa ní expenses kékèké náà tẹ fẹ́ ṣe nínú ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì.
tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ wípé ẹ wò ó ní ìtẹ́ ẹ̀mọ́ kan tí mo lè sọ. wípé kí àwa la máa jà fúnra wa kò sí ẹ̀ pé mo ti pè yín nígbà yẹn wípé mo ní ẹja bẹ̀rẹ̀ kìíní ẹni tó bá máa kú àpò ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ máa kú àpò àti àwọn ẹran tó tọ́ gbádùn.
Àwọn èèyàn fẹ́ yẹn ni bàbá mi àpòpọ̀sẹ̀ àwọn náà wọ́n sì fẹ́ yẹn wọ́n ní ká ṣe máa ṣe diplomacy yẹn lọ díẹ̀díẹ̀.
Kò sí bá a ṣe lè ṣe ẹ wo èyí tó ju Tinubu bá Awólọ́wọ̀ bá padà wá sọ pé òun fẹ́ ṣe kò ní rí ṣe.
Bàbá mà nìyẹn bàbá mà ní pílánì.
Ó tún jí sáyé kó tún padà wá sáyé nígbà tí ẹ̀yìn Nàìjíríà ò bàjẹ́ báyìí. Kó wá jí sáyé nísìnyí pé òun fẹ́ di pírẹ́sidẹ̀ntì kò lè rí ṣe. Ẹ má jà parọ́ tanra wa. Ẹ jọ ẹ já mọ̀ tó ṣe ṣé ẹ rí ẹ ti ṣe prógámù kan mo pè pé ẹ gbé kọ́ọ̀lù mi. Mo tó fẹ́ sọ yẹn mọ́ tẹ bá fún mi lórí ọ̀fẹ́.
Mo gbọ́ yín.
Ẹ sọ nípa lóòtù lọ́jọ́ yẹn wípé.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni hospital gbogbo náà ló wà nínú.
Ẹ wo ó kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sọ yẹn. Ṣé Àyùnkẹ́ ní Ìkẹjà àní a fẹ́ lọ gba òkú ẹnìkan bẹ̀. Mo sọ fún yín pé àwọn tó wà níta tán ò rí kó sínú yìnyín wọ́n lé ní 300.
Ẹ jẹ́ gbọ́ yín dáadáa àwọn tó ti kú tọ́ọ̀rí gbé sínú tẹ bá níyìn yìí.
Àwọn tó kàn kú sínú yàrá.
Tọkọ̀ kú sínú yàrá.
Omi wọn wá papọ̀ wọn á ṣàn.
Kábíyèsí Elédùmarè òkú tó ti kú.
Tí mo fi jáde kúrò mẹ́ 3 days ara mi ṣe ìhùn bí ẹja.
Kábíyèsí Elédùmarè.
Ẹ lásán ṣe rí gbogbo kinní yẹn ìkejì dẹ̀ tó ní pé tó jẹ́ pé Nàìjíríà kò ń ṣe wo kì í ṣe. Àní ordinary ikọ́ wọn ní tọ́jú bí ikọ́ lásán. Hello?
Mo ń gbádùn yín bàbá.
Ikọ́ àní ara èèyàn ò dá ikọ́ àjẹgbé lọ sí Kútọ́nù ni. Wọ́n make statement kan bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n ní abẹ́rẹ́ wọ́n ṣe débẹ̀ ẹni tó dún tì wọ́n àti wọ́n fún ní abẹ́rẹ́ kan ẹni tó immediately wọ́n ṣe débẹ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ fún wọn. Wọ́n ní abẹ́rẹ́ tí wọ́n fún ẹnìkan ní Kútọ́nù wọ́n lòun náà fún èèyàn 10 Nàìjíríà àwọn dókítà yẹn láti sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn kó náà fi rí kíní yẹn wò abẹ́rẹ́ tó máa fún ẹnìkan kó lè kí ọ ẹ̀ wọ́n á dẹ̀ pín fórí èèyàn 10 ní Nàìjíríà wá bí. Ẹ wo kò sí nǹkan tí a kàn lè ṣe ní pé kúlúkúlùkù mú ìsọfẹ́ nìkan lé ní ibo ni mo ní kúlúkúlùkù máa lọ ló pẹ́ta gbogbo tá a kàn ṣe wọ́n kàn fi ìyà ń jẹ àwa mẹ̀kúnnù ni. Ẹ wo Ọlọ́run á fún yín ṣe gbogbo ọ̀nà tá a bá máa gbà Ọlọ́run á kọ́ wa.
Ṣé pé ká má sọ pé tó bá máa ṣẹlẹ̀ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ ká tètè bọ́nú ẹ̀ àbí?
Àní tó bá máa ṣẹlẹ̀ gbogbo kó ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ̀wọ̀n tó bá kù
wọ́n máa gbádùn àyè tó bá dẹ̀ lọ á lọ ju pé àwọn tí ò lọ nísìnyí kódà ń bá wọ ọmọ mi yẹn inú ẹ̀ máa ṣe mí ni pé ìwọ náà má tún ti ń dàgbà nínú
ìrìn nínú òṣì
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ń bá wo àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀gọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀mí gan ẹ̀ẹ́nú kan máa ṣe wípé àti béèyàn ṣe lo láìpẹ́ làwọn lè tún ti ń wọ́n kàwé náà kò sí nǹkan tó ń rí ṣe wá ní kíní àwọn ọlọ́kadà àwọn gírájìtì tó pọ̀ jù àdónà ẹ padà wá ẹ wò.
ẹ ṣe gan ni èwo ló ń rà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ yín bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ṣé ráìsì ló ń rà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ yín ni mo tá à ń gbọ́ padà mo ń gbọ́ ráìsì èwo lẹ́ ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo wà bí àwọn ilé tí mo wà wọ́n rò oúnjẹ tó fẹ́ jẹun ni. wọ́n bá àwọn èèyàn mi ṣeré nù bẹ́ẹ̀.
ẹ wá bá wọn ṣeré ilé sun yín kọ́ nìyẹn.
nísìnyí òkè nísìnyí èyí ìlọjà àjọ wa ẹ kàn ní kí n má dárúkọ
ẹ má dárúkọ.
ìgbà tí o sì kọ mo láti lọ sọ́dọ̀ ẹni tó ń ta àkọyẹ ní tààrà àkọlọ ẹ mo ní wò bá mi wá 3,000 máa fún ẹ òun gan lóun ò tà débi tó máa rí fún mi mo bá tó rí fún mi mo dẹ̀ lọ́jà mo bá ara àpòjá àpò sí ọ̀dọ̀ wọn mo dẹ̀ jáde wá sí ìwò ayé àpò pé orílẹ̀-èdè tó bá dà gbogbo àwọn tí ò fẹ́ àlọ yẹn ọlọ́run tó máa gbé gbà.
Ọlọ́run á ṣe ọ̀nà tó máa gbogbo ẹ ṣé gan bàbá.
ẹ ṣé gan lẹ́ là wá lójú ẹ ṣé gan tí yóò ní báyìí.
ẹ ṣé gan thank you so much. àwọn kọ́ọ̀lù tíyàn gbà láàárọ̀ yìí àwọn kọ́ọ̀lù tó wà very very touching. ẹ jẹ́ gbé àwọn obìnrin wa méjì ká tó máa afẹ́gbẹ́tò àwọn wálé látẹ̀ nǹkan bọ̀ tó ń difficult ẹ jẹ́ lọ bá ìyá mi ìyá lálùbáríkà àwọn beautiful sisters wa ìyá wa bíbá ọ̀dà àpá àwọn ọ̀fẹ́sọ̀ àti ìyá wa Grace ẹ jẹ́ kó balance àwọn obìnrin méjèèjì. òun náà lẹ ti ń gbọ́ látẹ̀ nǹkan yẹn ìyá mi ẹ ti wà lórí ètò. ẹ káàsán màmá wa lálùbáríkà àgbọ̀n àwa nìyẹn ó ga jù.
tó bá yẹ pé mo wà á yé ni ìtàkùn ìkì àti máa ṣe ń kọ̀ òfin lọ́ọ̀gbọ̀ra.
ní sùúrù tó bá jẹ́ pé wà ń lé ẹ̀ náà ti máa ṣe kí nìyí.
tó bá yẹ pé mo sì wà á lé mo sì wà Nàìjíríà tí mo ti bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ ìtàkùn ìkì àti máa ṣe ń kọ̀.
ẹ máa ṣe ń kọ̀.
ojoojúmọ́ ni mo máa ń kọ̀ ọlọ́ṣọ́.
olóṣó ẹ mọ̀ kí mo dá kọ̀ọ̀kan mọ̀ yẹn náà mo ṣe ìtọ́kí húkẹ́ ẹja ni bàtà wa ní húkọ̀ máa ìlú ní ìṣòro tí wàá yé mi ẹ má tún ṣàlàyé púpọ̀ jù à ń gbọ́ yín.
tó níbi tó lágbára dé wàhálà ẹni tàwọn ìdúró ní agbára ní Nàìjíríà tó jẹ́ pé gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ti bímọ ìyé alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ bímọ 5 ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì ó bímọ 7 ní àwọn ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ máa gbé bùkátà tèmi bá lọ́rùn ṣe tó bá yẹ pé mo wà lé táwọn ará ọmọ wọn lọ sùkúù àwọn méjèèjì lẹ́sìn gbọ́dọ̀ ọ̀dùn ẹ̀mọ́ yìí èmi ni mo sanwó lé mo tó rán ọmọ lọ sùkúù gẹ́gẹ́ tó mo fi tú láàyè àwọn ìgbà yìí kílà yẹn láàmì méjì fẹ́ràn jẹ nǹkan náà ń ṣàlùwà ẹnu ọlọ́run bá wa ọlọ́run bá wa túlẹ̀ jẹ ọlọ́run tẹ̀lé torí ọlọ́run ti kò jẹ ọwọ́ wa
ló kù sí.
àwọn agbẹ́gbẹ́ yìí fi ọwọ́ ara tó ara wa ṣe ọlọ́run là wá.
ẹ rí i pé ohun tí ìyàwó ẹ fi sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n táwọn bá wà nílé àwọn á ti máa ṣe úkọ̀ àwọn ìyàwó ló ń pè lọ́wọ́ ẹja lọ sí Dublin ká tó wá gbá ìyàwó Comfort àwa parí ètò yẹn wọ́n náà bá wà nílé àwọn á ti máa ṣe úkọ̀ yémi náà ní úkọ̀ ìwé ìpè òtún ní úkọ̀ báyìí láì ṣe tó fi lọ pẹja lọ́ba ní olóṣó ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú ìyàwó.
White Lion. The last man standing.
mo sọ fún wọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó ní ìṣeré
àkójúmọ́
àwa ni ẹ mọ̀.
àkóṣe àwọn ọmọ mi ń kọ ìyá ń kọ.
àlàáfíà ti lọ skul tí wọn.
ọkọ ó mọ ọkọ tẹ ní kí bèrè wọn ọkọ mi gbogbo ẹ̀gàn omi yẹ lẹ mọjú mi nǹkan ni kì í sọ ni because mo máa sọ wọn ti máa rò náà ni. sórí ọ̀rọ̀ lóyìn ó kàn dùn mí fún àwọn tó bọ̀dọ̀ tó dìbò fún wọn ni because ẹgbẹ́ wọn dúró lórí ọ̀rọ̀ wa ni pé àfẹ́ tí ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu kí ní padà fún ìfọ̀ àwọn òpè lóòótọ́ àmì business ṣùgbọ́n tó fà wọ́n bọ̀tà wọ́n lọ fẹ́ wọn tẹ̀ka fún àwọn ìdìbò àti àwọn ọ̀nà ara wa lọ́tún ní ẹ tẹ́wọ̀n máa dìbò gẹ́gẹ́ bí máa kọ́ tó sọ́dọ̀ ọ̀gbẹ́ ẹ̀ tẹ́wọ̀n máa dìbò lábẹ́dá kẹ́ dìbò fún tàbí I was mad wọ́n ti kọ́kọ́ dákẹ́ ni àkólòlò ni mí If you make that, but more type of one pay myself, the more types of go away. Are you really working for a nation or for politicians? You know what I'm talking about? Saying or any disadvantage away. Mama, so let's go need Louis. If we witness me, say what was Louis for 3 days. As for my local, because one system. Hospital beds, hospital my bed. My for my local constantly the open you get that because my all the come on around Louis. What's about GPS number? There be around. And to see, there be our computer. You get me so where she want more to Nigeria. On my immediately look at my world system money. Yeah, back in it. Last week, she drew it my blog, but you don't force it. Alloy was forces Nigeria. That's a Monday, this Sunday. My force. If you go out once soon, you didn't tell her for me. Because if you want me to be a day or before. She had it was our phone, but I think by the not to be our forces Nigeria. She was saying, no, that's what I do. I went be Allah, and you want to let you about me for our teacher. Mommy, oh, no, Usonje, Usowo, Usiko, Ejayo, is 3,000, 4,000 aircon. Talk to buy, talk to buy me. But I think it's meant to be married. I have 4 freezer. What you my basically pushing me 4 freezer money. What you go freezer money? Like I want to have people me. Oh my you want me? I'm going to bring you a car. I don't go. So I freezer money kissing me. Kissing me to your Nigeria, but me to your Nigeria. So I'm going to be what you want to be. Me want to be. So for me, say yani writing here, or to see only benefits of me, maybe I just want to go. Last week Tuesday, one MP on a woman, one of the power of Yami. Jimmy Rono, when me Rono, I'm not ready to put my hands in king, but I want, when number on phone me. I think this only time I'm okay. On the school, on for the school, on pay, one of the see, which one down. Say, you're only better when you're only keep busy with Nigeria. No more killing Nigeria, so for me.
Nigeria.
Kill for the moment. What's the money I'm paying? What is it? What a cool thing? Massive many years. What's it law? You talk about you don't buy you already what's it law? What is it law? Mammy, Cloco. See, how to do our mommy or like that. I don't know be on what's the way I want to do what's the one. I don't even know what's out of Nigeria. So for where I want to talk about so this will talk about that. Kí wọ́n do it by méjì báyìí bàbá wọn ni 1,000 àwọn kan fún olórí ìjọ wọn tó kí ni wọ́n tó fẹ́ rà máa mi kí ni wọ́n fi rà.
Kò tó 2,000 owó tí ọ̀la yìí náà pa kò tó 2,000.
Ọ̀tọ̀ òwúlẹ̀ lọ́nà ìjẹ̀dì yẹn kò sókòtò tẹ̀lé ní wọn ṣiṣẹ́ àwọn ọkọ̀ báyìí wọ́n fi ń ṣe owó oṣù kí ni àbá ìfẹ́ jẹ kí ni wọ́n fẹ́ mu ọ̀tọ̀ náà làwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yáwó ọjọ́ mélòó ló fi yáwó dà. About the priest, you know, the priest of the church will be one bar weekly allowance. To at least over our priest, Loibo. Over the rules. Share only will have way, only will you our way, you know. I was only look by your alcohol zombie, and home is also go last week. That's what maybe they want me. Only a person don't want to ask for the general road. Not to know only the teachers is good today. Also, our Nigeria. I was shocked to God. Only why are you putting your country? You are the richest. Money also ẹwà bí wọn mẹ́ta tójú ọkùnrin obìnrin wọn fi yà parí sí kò sí sí bẹ́ẹ̀ olóòtórí ni ilé kọ̀ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ ni kò sí ní ti tójú lọ́wọ́ tó fẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ ọgbọ́n ọmọ mẹ́ta òṣìṣẹ́ olóògbé tó máa fún ẹ wọ́n mú ẹ kọ́ orí tó gbà tó máa gbà tó kí ló fún mi báwo yẹn ṣe yẹn lóye ṣe máa gbà lọ́jà nítorí àwọn ìlú àwọn olórí wọn o kò tó fún wọn tẹ wọn lọ́rùn but better still there is still good life for a normal human being láti live. Wọ́n tó tẹ́gbẹ́ òṣèlú gbogbo òṣèlú gbogbo ìwé tó ní òun ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn wá àwọn òun ráyè ṣe. Wọ́n tí wọ́n rí ìwé tó ní tó ti dé lórí ìbò kò ṣẹ́ rí ṣẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ tó fi kọ́lé and she has 3 houses in Nigeria quick. That does not work. Owó kí náà mú ẹ̀ ló fi kọ́ ilé sí Nàìjíríà and ìyẹn mẹ́ta 4 flat mẹ́ta tó ti kiri ó fi wọ́n kọ́. Wọ́n ti náà investment láti káàkiri. Sọ fún mi, sọ kí ló wá sọ? Àwọn kan jókòó. Wọ́n pé Tinubu tí wọlé Tinubu kan wọ́n dúró létí ìfọ̀jẹ́ ẹ̀. Wọ́n lọ sọ fún fẹ́ pass message kan sí fún wọn tún ẹ̀rẹ́ ni pé kọ́ lọ kọ́lẹ̀. Ṣé yàtọ̀ tẹ̀sùbọ̀ ìtọ́sẹ̀tẹ̀bọ̀ tó máa tún ẹ̀yìn tí wọ́n ní mail o. Yàtọ̀ tẹ̀sùbọ̀ láti mẹ́yìn ẹ̀rẹ́mí àfẹ́ ẹ̀rọ ọmọ ìbáyà apá láti jẹ oúnjẹ tó pé pé fún pé ìtọ́sẹ̀tẹ̀bọ̀ Tinubu yìí tó Tinubu ó fi wọ́n dájọ́ ni. Ó fi wọ́n dájọ́ ni. Torí òbò tó wọ́n ní yẹn kò sòrò wọlé. Ó fi wọ́n ó fún tó ṣe tó fi ó fún wọn àwọn tó gbọ́ wọn lẹ́yìn fún wọn tààrọ̀kọ̀ ni. So ẹgbẹ́ yàrá nǹkan tí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́kọ́ sanwó abẹ́kọ̀. So ọmọ fẹsẹ̀ wọ́n fáwọn tó gbọ́ àwọn ògùnkùn tó sanwó lọ́rùn fún wọn àwọn ọkọ̀ lásán padà fún wọn. So wọn tó gbọ́ wọlé kọ́rẹ́tì yàtọ̀ ní kọjá fún yẹsì kékeré nìyẹn o kékeré tẹ̀jẹ́ láwọ́lọ́wọ́ kékeré nìyẹn tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn. Àwọn tó gbogbo kọ́lá ló máa rán torí ọlọ́run fọlọ́pọ̀ lọ́kọ́ lò ó lè láti wọlé kọ́ rí pé ìmọ̀lẹ́ rẹ̀ kòkò rí àwọn fọlọ́ lọ pé ibi táwọn wà kòkò náà fẹ́ lọ àwọn fọlọ́ tún sì sí ọlọ́run tún sí lórí wa. Wọ́n gbé ìwà lọ́sẹ̀ lẹ́sìn wọn wọ́n gbé policies lẹ́sìn wọn àwọn ní policies là ń fẹ́ lọ fáàní ọ̀kọ́ ẹ̀rẹ́ ni ìbí àwọn orí kan tó sọ pé kò ní sí ẹ̀lẹ́sọ̀ ṣé ẹ̀lẹ́sọ̀ wà ní ẹ̀lẹ́sọ̀ wọn sí náà ṣé ẹ̀lẹ́sọ̀ lè tó ṣe ni it's not election. Wọ́n yára pé kò ṣe election ṣe. There is no election. Àwọn olùrù ni wọ́n ti mọ̀ wọ́n fún ẹni wọ́n mọ̀ tó sọ ní bí ọ̀bẹ láti mọ̀ tó tí mo sì kọ́ sọ ní bá àti ẹ̀dìbò àti ìwọlé ọ̀rẹ́ kó ti lọ́n gbé ìfọwọ́pọ̀lọ́ là ó ní bá àti ẹ̀dìbò ètò mú fún rẹ̀ ó ní bá àti ẹ̀dìbò nítorí tiwa ọ̀rọ̀ kó pamọ́ ó ní bá àti ẹ̀dìbò àti ìwọlé tó kọ́ ṣe ní tìyẹ̀ ọ̀tí pẹ̀lú àwọn wọlé jẹjọ́ tó ọ̀tọ̀ àwọn òyìnbó kan tẹ̀ àwọn before ni wọ́n lè máa ń dùn mí máa ń jẹ wọ́n tí èmi bu ayé wàjọ mi láyé in fact ọ̀nà yẹn nìkan báyìí bọ́ta fún láti pẹ̀lú wípé àwọn tèmi ẹbí mi fún láti àwọn ìbò fún àwọn tèmi ìwà ìṣòro àṣẹ I can bet it wọ́n sọ ọ́nà mi tèmi tó pọ̀ tàbí different anybody mi sọ àìsí tẹ́sán family o but àwọn ìdí ìjà mi tí wọ́n mọ̀ tó sọ́nà tó mọ̀ sọ́nà wọn sínú Yorùbá kí sínú òkè pọ̀ sí ìgbà sí yẹn family petition kò sí anybody tó pọ̀ tàbí different anybody àti àjọpọ̀ sí.
Ẹ ṣe gan ni.
Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tó lọ gbẹ́jọ́ wọlé wọ́n lọ gbọ́ wọlé yẹn kọ́rẹ́ àti tírífù yà lọ ti jẹ kọ́rẹ́ díẹ̀ àsìkò tó wọ́n tó wọlé yìí wọ́n jẹ sọ pé ṣètìmá ní vice kọ́rẹ́ dì wọ́n ti stop Boko Haram wọ́n tó lùsùn bá kì í sìn ọ̀sán tó fẹ́ tí wọ́n ti rí wọ́n stop fún yín káwọn lè wọlé ni àwọn tó wọlé sìn so ẹni mọ́ tábù sí wọn àmúra rẹ̀ ni àbúrò mi ni pé ìṣòro àwọn Yorùbá ní sọ fẹ́ báyìí sọ̀rọ̀ don't let us let our effort backward never forward ever we strong now àsìkò rẹ̀ ẹ fẹ́ ṣe ní ọmọ kan ẹ má lose hope let's focus what all you at all is what doing well ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sọ pé ẹ tí wọ́n rẹ̀ gan bòṣorí iṣẹ́ o ẹ tó fún ìtìdópin ọmọ àgbàlá ìsìn afẹ́ mọ́mọ́kọ́ Yorùbá àbọ̀mọ́ àlè lọ́dún máa láàrin wa àmọ́ àmọ́ sí lọ́dún mọ́kọ́ let's focus and move forward that goal must be achieved ìjìyà Ìgbòho ìṣe ọ̀bá bá yẹ sí tó yẹ tó àwọn títí ní kó dúró láti yẹn wọ́n tó kù mí mọ́ ọ́ bí àwọn ọmọ yẹn ó stand firm wọ́n lè stand strong ìjà àwọn ọmọ yẹn must not go in vain. Ìjìyà ti ká Koiki tó sọ̀rọ̀ ìlú mọ́mọ́rí àyàpàdé ní orí ní Ìgbòho ní Nàìjíríà lẹ́bẹ̀ẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ àkẹ́kẹ́ jẹ́ ọ̀bẹ yìí ìjìyà tèmi náà torí ọ̀ṣun mẹ́ta fẹ́ràn lò àìsàn lọ́fíìsì 7 months òun ló fò that go àmàgbà àmàdé mi kókó ìyọ̀kan kókó mi kan gbàgbà gbòye àti ibẹ̀ àṣẹṣe ìkùn lọ́sàn yìí àṣẹṣe ìkùn ó sì kúṣẹ́ let's continue.
Thank you so much.
That victory is sure and certain. Gbogbo olè ní ẹ̀mí tó kàlàáfíà ọmọbìnrin ló bá wọ àìsàn bá wọ Biafra jà Biafra is not your problem o ní àpòtọ́ pé kí ẹ̀dá láti pètò pé awúrúju ni ọmọdé wa ẹ̀fẹ̀ fún yẹn dà kílù lọ́wọ́ tó yẹ fún àrùn fún yín wọ́n ti kí àti ìrẹsì ìwò jà ọjà tó sáà rí ni use your brain don't use your mouth use your brain ọkùnrin ti máa lò it's a very easy for you now ẹ máa think twice to control your heart ọmọ sẹ́mi ti spacing látọ̀dọ̀ pọ̀lọ́ yín rú ẹ̀ ní ìdí ẹ̀ ìwọ̀n kan rẹ̀ ìṣòro yín àwọn ọmọ tó wọ́n yín tó bá ń dùn wà lára àwọn ìṣòro yín face them and take your freedom leave people alone ìwọ̀n kan láti pay anywhere ìbò nínú tiwọn ìbò nínú tiwọn ẹ ṣe pẹ́ tí wọ́n ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ tó rí àkìní ẹ máa fọkùnrin ṣe ẹ máa fi tùkúrú bí ṣe wọ́n fẹ́ tẹ́jà tẹ́jà sí ìbò ní sọ́tí tí wọ́n bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìbò ni kò ní sáìdì yìí tàwa àwọn tó ń sẹ́ni ìbò àgbàrá àkọ́jú sí kankan ló ṣàwọ́sà àti fúlàní àwọn àti pé àwọn tí ìbò làwọn ọjà that's what they want tó fẹ́ nìyẹn ẹ wọn lọpọlọ yín Yorùbá ẹ sọjí ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ kẹtọ sọjí ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ kẹtọ sọdún orí yín pé ẹni fọtúgbàsì yìí ẹ má wọ bẹ wọn máa gbóṣì wá fún yín sí ni ẹ má dá wọn lóhùn ẹ má lọ ọpọlọ mo sì sí ẹ kọ́ ọwọ́ láti kọ́ ọwọ́ ọ̀sọ́gbẹ́lẹ́ ní ìdílé mi ò kó jẹ ọ̀rẹ́ ni mo ní àwọn ẹ̀wọ́ sì gbélé wọn ọlọ́gbẹ́ kan lọ́wọ́ àwọn àgbà wọ́n fẹ́ pẹ̀lú ọ̀hún gbà ayé mi ní kọ́s ẹ̀fọ́lẹ̀ if you give your freedom ayé ìbò lọ pẹ̀lú wọn lọ́wọ́ tẹ́kọ̀ ọtí fún ìwọ ìṣọ̀rẹ́ gíláàsì ni ìbò kan lọ́ come there and take it tí wọ́n bá lọ́wọ́ lẹ́sìn gbogbo ọ̀pọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ wọn yẹn wọ́n ti gbé lọ́sìn gbé ẹ wá gbàgì ní ẹ dúró ìṣòro ọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀ ní ìjẹ́ please my people please focus on gbogbo ẹ̀ wọ́n bá wọn tí ti sọ́kọ̀ ẹ̀ àwọn ọ̀bísì wọn wọ́n fẹ̀ jẹ́ láyà náà àdúgbò ni àlẹ́ nídìí fún náà because we need each other this only ìdọ́ni o àdìdẹ́ ìlànà wa ni ẹ kà wá pé ìkọlù wa pé àmọ́ mi God bless you.
Thank you so much. Eshegoni. And you can see the pains in the heart of some of our mothers. A lot of us are concerned. The last two calls, and then we're going to wind down the morning broadcast. Everyone's okay, Yawa.
Àwọn nǹkan táwọn èèyàn sọ ló jẹ́ kí n fẹ́ contribute because ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá bèbí ṣe ń rò lọ́kàn tèmi ni pé a ò serious, we are not serious at all. A really mọ nǹkan tá a fẹ́. We are safe, we are daydreaming. Fún àpẹẹrẹ nígbà tí mo wo program àwọn Yorùbá World Media àtàwọn YSDM in fact wọ́n wá wò pé níbo la já sí nígbà tí wọ́n tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pariwo ká lọ dìbò fún Sanwó-Olú what have we got to do with that? Nígbà tó yẹ ká máa pariwo pé àwọn ò kì í ṣe politician o Yorùbá nation ni wá o àwa ò dìbò àwọn pípù yẹn wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní wá wọn rojọ́ wọ́n fẹ́ gba Èkó lọ́wọ́ wọn wọ́n fẹ́ gba Ọ̀ṣà lọ́wọ́ wọn and they keep on making this noise. Ó yẹ pé àwọn èèyàn wá wò pé okay ẹ̀yin tẹ́lẹ̀ ń ṣe Yorùbá nation you guys you are APC. Nígbà àwọn èèyàn máa fi wò wá nìyẹn ìyẹn number one a ní the funding nísìnyí ṣé wọ́n wá bó síta pé ẹ wá lọ fowó sí central account kò sẹ́ni tó máa dá wọn lóhùn nobody will respond to them torí wọ́n ti fail àwọn èèyàn àwọn that World Media and YSDM they fail people woefully. Wọn ò mọ nǹkan tí wọ́n fẹ́. Politician ni wọ́n they are just popping up coming to tell us their Yorùbá nation náà too. In another second ẹgbẹ́ gbogbo fún Sanwó-Olú kí ló kàn wọ́n pẹ̀lú Sanwó-Olú ọ̀kẹ́ Sanwó-Olú ti débẹ̀ kí ló fẹ́ ṣe fún wọn. Wọ́n máa gbé rálì síta lẹ́yìn gẹ́gẹ́ bí bàbá wa kan ṣe sọ. Sanwó-Olú á ní kọ́mẹ́ntì lọ́ máa yìnbọn fún wọn ní now of course yes because Sanwó-Olú will never change. Wọ́n ti gbé débẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ máa protect seat tó wà yẹn he won't let go. So mi mọ bí àwọn èèyàn wá ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí tó ṣe kọ́ constitution wọnú movement yìí. Ìyá èmi nígbà pàpọ̀ ó ń ṣe tiẹ̀ ó ń ṣépè ó ṣe oríṣiríṣi.
Àwa tá a tún parapọ̀, look at the division they are causing. They are dividing and dividing all the time and messing up this movement. Ó ṣe ni láàánú púpọ̀. Ìyẹn number 1. Number 2. Ṣẹ́rí kì í ṣe pé Ọlọ́run ò ti gbalẹ̀ wa fún wa. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí alàgbà yẹn ṣe, Ọlọ́run dúró dè wá pé tá a bá rẹ́dì o, then we move. Àwa la ń ọwọ́ Ọlọ́run, àwa la ń wòdì ọwọ́ Ọlọ́run láti máa help wa. There's no love, there's no unity. Báwo la ṣe fẹ́ gba ìlú? Àwọn kan á bọ́ síta wọ́n á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í ṣépè. Àwọn kan á bọ́ síta wọ́n á ní kán lọ dìbò fún. Everything is just, there's confusion everywhere. Báwo la ṣe fẹ́ move forward in this movement? It's going to be a big problem. And I thank God that you didn't go to this world media. Please be on your own. Stand on your own ground. Come and share YSDM àbí world media wọn with their, two-face. Yoruba nation lẹ́ni, politics lọ́la. It's not gonna work. Kò lè work. Àwọn dẹ̀ ti rò pé àwọn ẹranko number deal like Nigeria is dealing with people like we are in the jungle. Come and manipulate wọn every time. That's the mentality of Nigerians. Òun ni àwọn èèyàn tó tún wà outside Nigeria. That's what they are doing. Àwọn tó ń pariwo yìí, wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwọn èèyàn suffer ní they are not in Nigeria. Coming out and be telling us they love dìbò fún Sanwó-Olú is so shameful. They are really, really a disgrace to the government. Gbogbo ẹnu ni mo fi sọ, ẹni tó bá ń gbọ́ lára wọn. Because I wanted to call them, I couldn't get through to them. They are a big disgrace to this movement. Yoruba nation, ó fọ́ pẹ́ bóyá ó máa wà. Àwọn èèyàn tó tún sọ pé ẹ má bọ ọmọ Ìgbò ṣé wọ́n lè dá ìjà ìdíjà? And these are the people tó ní jáde nínú yàrá wọn. Wọn lè dá ìjà jà. Wọ́n lè má pariwo ẹ má bí ilé iṣẹ́ o, ọmọ Ìgbò ti gbalẹ̀ yín o. All these are nonsense. Wọ́n jẹ́ kí movement kó sún àwọn èèyàn, kí ọkàn àwọn èèyàn rẹ̀wẹ̀sì. Some people tó ní ìgbàgbọ́ nínú movement wọ́n ti lọ bá àwọn olóṣèlú. No matter nǹkan tó máa ń fún wọn, what can they do? Wọ́n ti rọra wọn pé wọn ní choice. Táwọn iwájú ọ̀bá ṣe lọ, ẹ̀yìn á ṣe padà sí. That's why they derailed. People have messed up this movement. Mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé lágbára Ọlọ́run gbogbo wọn, God has exposed them and God will disgrace them. And àwọn tó máa jẹ́ true part of this movement, they will stand and they achieve Yoruba nation láṣẹ ìdùnnú. So thank you so much.
Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn mothers wa tó pè. Kẹ́rí nígbà tí wọ́n fẹ́ máa kàmpéènì these ṣẹ́rá àwọn mo rẹ̀ dúpẹ́ pé tá a bá lọ farabalẹ̀ gbọ́n tí CSI àti bàbá Akíntóyè sọ ní àná wọ́n fẹ́ fi ọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn lẹ́nu kọ́ wá sọ nǹkan míì before that election. I know that because mo kíyàwó Olúwatóyìn ẹ ṣé gan ni Pastor Mo because ẹ lè feel energy yẹn pé narrative tí wọ́n fẹ́ gbé wá before that election ni pé kí CSI tó jáde kó fẹ́ lè endorse Sanwó-Olú. Bọ̀ bàbá yẹn ẹni tó ní ọpọlọ ní Ìgbòho mo sọ fún yín àwọn kan ní ẹ má bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó ń pè ẹjọ́ fún mi ní 10 seconds àwọn ẹni Koiki ló ń ti Ìgbòho gbogbo narratives yẹn kò tí kúrò lọ́kàn àwọn kan pé ṣé Ìgbòho wá jẹ́ ìyàwó mi àmà ní ṣé Ìgbòho jẹ́gẹ́ bí bèbí bá mi Ìgbòho ṣá ó jẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọdé kò mọ right from the wrong so tẹ́mi bá tẹ̀fẹ́ push Ìgbòho pé ká lọ ṣàlàyé pẹ̀lú àwọn Biafra so Ìgbòho ò ní lè sọ fún mi pé Koiki mo sọ fún yín pé Nnamdi Kanu ló wá bá wa ó wá wa kàn nígbà tí mo wà ní Ìbàdàn ó jẹ́ mi ni mo lọ wá ó jẹ́ Ìgbòho ló lọ wá but ẹ fẹ́ mọ ìdí ni èmi ò dẹ̀ ní láti go into details ọmọ mo sọ fún yín ó trust anybody lórí ìrìn àjò yìí because ẹ lè pààyàn kí ni kàn wá pẹ̀lú Sanwó-Olú wọn ò lè gba Èkó ẹ má kéde ẹni tó ń pè dúró kí n má abuse pé torí èmi kọ́ mo ní program ẹ̀yin lẹ́ni ẹ bá bínú bàbá wa ẹgbọ́n sókè torí sometimes inú tẹ̀ máa ń bí mi ṣẹ́rí ilé ìtọ́tẹ̀ ṣe yìí tí bá nínú òbí mi rọ́ ni mo pa nínú gbogbo nọ́ńsẹ̀sì yẹn Èkó lọ́ fi gbà àwa pè ẹgbọ́n sókè tó ń pè wá. gbọ́ yín ní ọ̀kan wá pè mí sí mítìn kan wọ́n láṣì gbogbo yín ni ẹgbọ́n sókè.
ẹ bá ti ṣe program pé inú mi máa ń dùn torí pé kí ni mò ń wò pé ṣé ọmọ ìlú mi torí Ìjẹ̀bú Òde pẹ̀lú ìyá mi wá mo máa ń wo gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣe. ẹ wò ó ṣe rí iṣẹ́ tẹ̀ ń ṣe yẹn táwọn ayé ò bá mọ̀ wọn bá mọ̀ àwọn ọ̀run mọ̀ àwọn tó dẹ̀ tún mọ̀ náà dẹ̀ tún wà. ṣe rí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ó pa mí lẹ́kún gidi gbogbo ẹni mo fi ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí èmi tí mò ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí gbogbo àgbáyé ló ń gbọ́ bó ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí Àbújá ni mò ń gbé Àbújá ni mo wà ìgbà tí program yìí lé ńgbà yẹn pé àwa tá a wà ní north ká kúrò mo wà lára àwọn tó ta property 25 years ni mo lò l'Àbújá èmi tí mò ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ tí mo ta property mi pé ọmọ wa àní parẹ́ sílùú yìí o pẹ̀lú gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ já máa lọlé. Ìbànújẹ́ ọkàn ló ń jẹ́ fún mi lónìí pé àwọn kan dẹ̀ dìde wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe kí ni wọ́n dẹ̀ ba ìrìn àjò yẹn jẹ́. Àbújá ò ṣe ń lọ fún mi ń sìn yín o. Adó Èkìtì ni mo wà bí mo ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Mo dẹ̀ mọ nǹkan tójú mi ti rí níbi tí mo wà báyìí. Mo dẹ̀ tún ń bá àwọn èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí n parọ́ fún yín. Ṣé rí ìrìn àjò tí wọ́n bàjẹ́ yìí? Àwọn tó gba ìrìn àjò yẹn jẹ́ nǹkan tí wọ́n cause nínú ayé àwọn èèyàn ó ju ti federal government gan lọ ẹ má jẹ́ kí n tàn yín. Àwọn tó fi kú sí orí ìrìn àjò pé ìrìn àjò yìí o àkókò tí bàbá Akíntóyè sọ pé a máa jáde a máa ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ tí kìnìyàn padà wá bọ́ sí ẹ wò mí àwọn tó ti affect ọ̀run ló mọ̀. Mo jẹ́ kan mo ṣùgbọ́n torí pé mo ṣe ọkọ̀ akin mo sọ yẹ kó ti yé gbogbo àgbáyé. Ẹ wò mí mọ́tò mi gbàgbé lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta rẹ̀ Adó Èkìtì mo wá wá ta ló fẹ́ bá mi ṣe mọ́tò wọn wá ìwé ibì kan fún mi ní Òmù mo wá lọ sí Òmù mọ́tò mi lo ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì ní Òmù Òmù tí mò ń sọ yìí Esther wọn ò ní iná for roughly 30 years ẹ lọ bèrè nǹkan tí mo sọ fún yín dáadáa till now wọn ò ní iná for good 30 years gómìnà eléyìí tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ jẹ́ ló ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá rán mi fóònù láti Adó lọ sí Òmù. Mo wá ń bèrè pé báwo lẹ ṣe ń survive ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń dìbò ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń ṣe election in fact gbogbo ibi tí mo fẹsẹ̀ tẹ̀ lẹ́yìn kọ̀ọ̀kan ni mo ń bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Yorùbá nation yìí ẹ wò mí ọkàn wọn bàjẹ́ torí pé wọ́n sọ fún mi pé wọ́n ti da gbogbo ẹ̀rù. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí n tàn yín millions of Yorùbás ló gbé hope wọn lé Yorùbá nation pé a máa kúrò nínú ilé kan ṣe 419 kó tó di pé ìrìn àjò yẹn bàjẹ́. Mo wá sọ̀rọ̀ kan ní láàbì láàrin ibi tí mo wà. Mo láwọn tó ń rìnrìn àjò yìí wọ́n ní wọn ò dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé oore ńlá òun ni wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe wá. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn kan dìde wọ́n lo ọ̀nà àìkọ́kọ́rọ́ wọn gba burúkú wọn jẹ́ kí ní ẹ̀ wá lákòókò kẹ̀ kó wá. Bọ̀dẹ̀ mi nígbàgbọ́ pé Yorùbá ní ìjọba ní
wọ́n tọ́ra wọn ni
àtàwọn mílíọ̀nù tó Yorùbá wọ́n ti rí o ẹ má jẹ́ kí n tàn yín ìbò tó kọjá ní Sátọ̀dé wọ́n lọ ń rẹ́gísítà àwọn èèyàn lọ ń rẹ́gísítà torí wọ́n máa ń ta ọ̀dọ̀ tó máa fún wọn fún prep tí wọ́n ṣe. Mo sọ fún yín mọ́tò mi yẹn bàjẹ́ mo sunú gbó mọ́júmọ́ Sátọ̀dé tí wọ́n dìbò ìbò yẹn ká ní wọ́n ìlú kan wọ́n pè ní Àìsẹ̀gbà mo sun bẹ̀ mọ́ nínú gbó yẹn mo sùn mọ́júmọ́ 1,000 yẹn wọ́n tí ì ṣú ọ̀bọ̀yá wọn á rí gbà. Àwọn èèyàn ò ní option ni a lot of people wọn ò ní option òun ló jẹ́ kó padà tẹ̀lé olóṣèlú mi ní parọ́ fún yín fún investigation tèmi ṣe on my own ìgbà tí wọn ò rí ọ̀nà lọ òun ló jẹ́ kó padà lọ tẹ̀lé olóṣèlú. Àdúrà tèmi kan gbà ní pé bàbá Akíntóyè CSI ibi tó bá wà àti ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ ń fi tọkàntọkàn ṣiṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run ní padà lẹ́yìn o ayé bá gbógun jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ àwọn màdàrú bá yìí bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ èmi ní ìgbàgbọ́ pé ìjà yìí ló máa jẹ́ fún wa.
fight to finish ni ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa ẹ ṣé gan ni and this is the first time caller mo rò ká sọ̀rọ̀ rí lórí program mo rò ká bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ rí lórí program.
Yorùbá yìí sọ̀rọ̀ mo máa ń pè bọ̀ tí ò bá tẹ̀ bá máa ṣe mí ní òkú
Ọlọ́run àdúró tì wá ẹ ṣé gan ni thank you so much ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa ẹ ṣé gan ni.
Mo wà báyìí 25 years mo l'Àbújá mo lè kọ́lé fún ara mi.
kò tí bàjẹ́ ẹ fọkànbalẹ̀ ó kù díẹ̀ ni ìtẹ́bá lè máa ṣe ní wàtẹ́wà lọ́hùn ẹ máa ju sọ́hùn ju sósì ó máa wáyè àwọn tó ń dàrú ó kù díẹ̀ ni ẹ ṣé gan ni thank you so much ẹ ṣé gan ni ẹ ṣé gan ni ọlọ́run bá ń tó tì í mo gbọ́ yín.
láti pariwo mi fáyé lórí pé kí aṣá àti lè ṣe pápá àgbà pé ká kúrò ẹ jẹ́ ká kúrò nínú yìí o ẹ jẹ́ ká kúrò lọ
kó má ka yín mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni ìbéèrè tẹ̀ ń sá nìyẹn kó má ka yín mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀.
ní ọ̀kadà in fact àwọn èèyàn mi tó wà lọ́ọ̀ yẹn ẹ wò mí tí mi ti kú tí o ti rí báyìí o ti ṣe gbá o ti ṣàwọ àti sọpá ẹgbà yẹn o ní rárá o àti Yorùbá nation.
He who laugh last will laugh best. Ẹ má ẹ kérewẹ̀sì kókó má ṣe program lé lórí tí máa sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa lórí ẹ ṣé gan ni thank you so much I can see ẹ ṣé gan ni àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ ká lọ báyìí wàláì ẹ̀mí òtún background ẹ ti wọlé gbàṣẹ́ náà fẹ́ lọ ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ ẹgbọ́n sókè.
ẹ kúṣẹ́ o Mr. Koyiki. ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ sá. ṣe rí ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo fẹ́ sọ orí mo mọ̀ pé gbogbo àgbáyé ló ń gbọ́ gbogbo tá à ń sọ. ẹ̀rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣe ẹ máa ṣe tiyín lọ. èèyàn kò máa fún yín ní èrè iṣẹ́ yẹn Ọlọ́run ni. àwọn tó bàjẹ́ èèyàn kò máa fún ọmọ lérè iṣẹ́ wọn Ọlọ́run ni. torí inú mi dùn púpọ̀ jù bí ó ṣe rí yìí. inú mi dùn pé wọ́n dìbò. àwọn tó wà nínú Yorùbá nation torí ibùdó máa dárúkọ ní ilé fi orúkọ yẹn pamọ́ mi ò ẹ̀sìpẹ̀tì ajá pé wọ́n lè kàpé gbogbo lóṣèlú. mo pè sórí fún wọn àti kí ni orúkọ bàbá tó máa ń kọ ìwé yìí wọ́n wà lórí sóye dára wọ́n sọ pé táwọn Yorùbá dìbò fún PDP àwọn fi APC àwọn fi Yorùbá nation sílẹ̀. nísìnyí APC ti wọlé báyìí bàbá Tinubu ti wọlé báyìí ṣùgbọ́n mo mọ̀ pé ọwọ́ Ọlọ́run sì pọ̀ nínú iṣẹ́ rẹ̀. ọ̀hún táwọn ó fẹ́ rìn bó ṣe máa ń rìn bẹ́ẹ̀mi ṣe rò nínú ọkàn ara mi. ṣùgbọ́n èèyàn á ti mẹni tẹ́ ẹ lè súnmọ́ mẹni tẹ́ ẹ lè sá fún mẹni èèyàn mẹni tẹ́ ẹ lè dúró tì mẹni pé eléyìí olótìtọ́ ni pẹ̀lú rí àjò yìí. ìtọ́lọ́run máa ṣe kò sí èmi mọ kíní kan nínú ọkàn mi láyè pé tí ẹni tó bá ti rí oríṣiríṣi ìdààmú rí ó dẹ̀ rí pé nígbà tí ìrètí pin Ọlọ́run gbèjà àwọn jà ẹ rí pé bí rí àjò Yorùbá nation ṣe máa rí nìyẹn. nígbà tí ìrètí ọmọ Yorùbá gbogbo àwọn tó ń fọgbọ́n kíkorò lórí Yorùbá èmi mo sọ nínú ọkàn mi pé ẹni tó ká fi ọkàn balẹ̀ níwọ̀n ìgbà tí ọ̀pọ̀ ẹbí bàbá ìfúnjẹ́ òkùnrin kó dalẹ̀ Yorùbá tí ò ti dalẹ̀ rẹ̀ Ọlọ́run tí ò dalẹ̀ rẹ̀ Ọlọ́run náà ló wà pẹ̀lú rẹ̀ torí pé Ọlọ́run oríṣiríṣi ìjọ̀gbọ́n láti dalẹ̀ Ọlọ́run ṣùgbọ́n kò torí ẹ̀ ó fi ọkàn sí pé ṣé owó sọnù ṣé dúkìá sọnù ṣé ìlú sọnù wọ́n ṣe pásítọ̀tì kan sọ ìjáde wọ́n mọ̀ pé máa ń pẹ́ bàbá díẹ̀ lára. mo torí mo sẹ́ndì àwọn èèyàn máa ń sẹ́ndì pásítọ̀tì mi wọ́n máa ń dá padà fún mi padà nínú kìnìún ìkànnì. iṣẹ́ tẹ̀yìn náà ṣe ẹ̀yin iṣẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe ẹ máa ṣe ẹ máa rí bá tí òun bá máa ṣe ayé láre ẹ máa rí pé gbogbo àwọn tó ń fi ẹnu yọ̀ yìí wọ́n á fi ẹnu bọ́ọ̀lù báyé ṣe rí ni wọ́n á tẹ̀lé fún iṣẹ́. bàbá àgbàgbé tí wọ́n sọ ní pé tí ẹ má ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wà kò sí ẹnikẹ́ni nínú Yorùbá nation mo sọ nínú kan ni pé ẹ má ní ìgbàgbọ́ nínú ẹnikẹ́ni pé ẹni ò ń ṣe Yorùbá nation kò sí. bàbá CSI àgbẹ̀ tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ dìde tó wọ́n bá ní pé bóyá àwọn ní èèyàn kankan nínú ọkọ̀ tí ẹ bá ṣe pé ìdíje Ọlọ́run dé tọ́lọ́ bá ní yá síwájú mo tẹ̀lé ẹ torí kí wọ́n bàbá fi wọ́n gbogbo orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ó tẹ́ ní bísí yẹn mo sẹ́gẹ̀ sí wọn. ẹni bá ṣe ti torí pé ó ẹmí ẹkú gbọ́ ojú mi nígbà tí mo rí Yorùbá nation tó ń kà tó ń kàn bẹ́ẹ̀ fún APC ní gbogbo nǹkan ní gbogbo ẹ̀ dàrú ni. ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run ní ìsìn ó fẹ́ rìn báyìí ẹ lọ kọ́ sílẹ̀ ẹ lọ kọ́ kí mo gbé pé Ọlọ́run fẹ́ rìn báyìí. bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo sọ fún yín torí mo mọ̀ yìí Ọlọ́run fẹ́ rìn báyìí kì í ṣe Ọlọ́run ló fẹ́ rìn báyìí. ẹ máa rí i torí nísìnyí bàbá Tinubu ti jẹ wọ́n ti yó Nàìjíríà ò kì í ṣe erin ni ẹni tí ó gé yóò múra rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ kí báwo débẹ̀ ẹ máa rí pé lálá máa kutukutu máa sọ fúnra Yorùbá Nation máa jáde fún rẹ̀ ẹ lọ kọ sílẹ̀ òun èèyàn kò máa gbé jáde fún Ọlọ́run máa gbé jáde fún rẹ̀ kó máa yà wá lẹ́nu. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa wò ẹ jẹ́ ká máa wò Ọlọ́run ẹ kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun Ọlọ́run á ti ṣe ní láti ẹ bá ìdílé fún àwọn kó ṣe rere tẹ́ ṣe Ọlọ́run á fi àánú á fi pàṣẹ yín rẹ àwa gbé iṣẹ́ yẹn á fi ṣàánú fún yín.
Pẹ̀lú Ọlọ́run àmì Jésù Kristi ẹ ṣé gan ni thank you so much ẹ ṣé gan ni ẹ má ẹ ká fi ìrẹ̀wẹ̀sì sí gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ó ń ṣọmọ lókù bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwa la ní síyá gbẹ̀yìn ẹgbọ́n sókè
á dáa fún ẹ.
láṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
gbogbo effort ẹ kò ní wasted.
àmì Jésù Kristi.
ṣe rí obìnrin kan pè lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn wọ́n ti sọ ọ̀rọ̀ tó dáa jù then má tó láwọn wà lábújá yẹn máa bẹbẹ Ọlọ́run fún wọn kó má wà disappointed. gbogbo ìkú lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run máa kó ilé tó ju ẹ̀pọ̀ fún wọn. èyí tó máa jẹ́ ní Yorùbá Nation á ju wọn tó lose. wọ́n máa fetí sáwọn tó fi wọ́n ṣe ẹ̀yẹ o. lágbá Ọlọ́run àwọn ọmọ rẹ who love last who love best lágbá Ọlọ́run. torí bí màá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ ọ́ ń dùn bẹ́ẹ̀ pé mi ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi. But ọba dáa ṣe rí àwọn Yorùbá gbogbo yẹn nídìí ṣàṣì kọjá yẹn káṣẹ lọ bèrè ànọ́dà ni gbogbo yẹn ṣàṣì kọjá yẹn yẹrídì ni o and ẹ̀fẹ̀ fi mẹ́fàs kò wọ́n ọ̀nà àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ká má wò kọ́ ọmọ wa ló wà ń bẹ̀ o àwọn tó sọ pé ọmọ wọn ṣe di bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìgbà tó ń control Lagos ìjẹ́kọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá wọ Èkó wọ́n wá gbé jùlẹ̀ dé wọ́n ní Ìgbò fẹ́ gba Èkó àwọn yẹn náà wá tẹ̀lé wọn. lọ́ máa ṣe àní àpà àwọn Tinubu àti Sanwó-Olú MC Olúọmọ àǹkó wọ́n jẹ ìgbín wọn wọ́n wá fi kára wọn ẹ̀kọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá. wọ́n ní Ìgbò fẹ́ gba Èkó àwọn èèyàn tó dùn mí jù ẹ̀tọ́ náà ti fẹ́ everybody hàn sí. Somebody like you, mo dúpẹ́ pé somebody like you wà, and you didn't fall into that pit. And at the same time, Elemajo agree o, any principle come together, you and ọmọ tẹ́lẹ̀mọ́ ló gbó, Ọlọ́run fún yín níran. A bí pé mo mẹ́sàn-án olè má.
nígbà tó ń ṣe èèyàn.
That lady.
I listen to her.
That lady, pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ share the same. In some area, I share both the same. Boldness, and again, you're calling for your new call to who along for image here. But the credit lady, and credit here. Quick. I will look where I ran. One share to pay some old Motun chat with them. Sorry. Am I mislead on you? Am I mislead on you? Don't call me. That way, wait to push your last for some blue and not matter who call me. About no way to am I going to matter control? Mo ń fún ní kíní kan gidi pé ṣé irú ẹ̀yin ló yẹ kí tó máa sọ pé lọ dìbò fún Sanwó-Olú. So then bàbá àròpọ̀ rẹ̀ understanding wọn gbọ́dọ̀ tọ̀ Ọlọ́run understanding wọn lò bẹ̀tẹ̀ Ọlọ́run ti ṣe gbogbo Yorùbá media tó ń sọ yẹn media kankan o they are bloggers I call them.
So ẹ̀gbọ́n mi báwo la ṣe máa wá rectify this area yẹn because ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn kò sí nǹkan tó lè níwájú Elédùmarè but àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ kan ti jáde.
Kóìkì ó máa ṣe é ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ kí gbogbo aká lọ prepare a máa bìlú pé ọmọ Yorùbá ló wà ń bẹ̀ a máa get interest wa no ẹ wo gbogbo bí ta ti ṣe kíní campaign ó lé Èkó náà gbà pé ká ṣe campaign wọ́n lè sọ pé Ìgbò fẹ́ gba Èkó nígbà táwọn ọmọ Yorùbá gbogbo ń lé àwọn ara wa kúrò nílùú.
ọmọ wa tó pa sọ́jọ́ ta náà ní píkítọ̀ tẹ́ ń wò yìí ọmọ wa tó pa.
ok now káṣẹ lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ kábí ló pé ẹ tó tẹ̀ wá ń bẹ̀ yìí ó burú ju lọ́bẹ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ sọ àyẹ̀ ni ó burú ju Fúlàní lọ. yí Ọlọ́run bá gbogbo ọ̀nà bá lè fi gbàdúrà kọ́ lọ́run bá surprise ẹ̀. Tinubu ó burú ju Fúlàní lọ I am telling you we should go and have preparation láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sìn. Ọlọ́run àgbà fún wa.
Àmì Jésù Kristi ẹ ṣé gan ni sàlámù alẹ́ ẹ ṣé gan ni ẹ̀yà ṣẹ́. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá wọ́n ní kò sí n tí ó ń bọ̀ tí a bá rí àbí ṣe tó ń bọ̀ lókè tí ilé ọgbà mo tún fẹ́ fún kankan pé wọ́n try but ọlọ́run ẹ̀ tí ì fún yín ṣe wọ́n máa ń feel pé bóyá èmi àti CSI ẹ mọ̀ fáwọn kan assume bẹ́ẹ̀ pé bí a ti múlẹ̀ wọ́n fẹ́ púṣì bàbá yẹn kó wá sọ nǹkan mi they tried wọ́n fẹ́ gbìyànjú convince bàbá Akíntóyè bàbá yẹn dẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa tẹ́ bá rántí ní gbogbo táìmù yẹn náà àwọn ọdíò kan jáde átíkù mi tó jáde bàbá wọn bàbá Akíntóyè ṣe we should go and mo kátìkù yẹn bá mi kàn rẹ́rìn like I said I'm repeating it again mo fẹ́ kọ́ máa gbọ́ mo ṣe ń repeat ẹ̀ léraléra ẹ dàn pé tí ìyàwó èèyàn bá ti ń sọ fẹ́yàn pé pẹ̀lú àwọn pípín ẹ̀ slow díẹ̀ tí ìbá tẹ̀ fi gbọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn ọkùnrin ta máa ń lágídí gbòógì instinct tèmi gan sọ fún mi instinct mi bá dẹ̀ ti ń sọ kò ń ṣe èní tẹ bá ẹ tó bá ń follow mi dáadáa gbogbo gbà ni máa appreciate gbogbo àwọn medias wa kódà àwọn tí a disagree bó ṣe dárúkọ kílẹ̀ fi dárúkọ tẹ́lẹ̀ tí mo máa bí mi fún ọmọ Yorùbá ni views wa lè yàtọ̀ utterances wa lè yàtọ̀ I don't care mo mọ̀ rí tẹ́lẹ̀ àmọ́ra rí tẹ́lẹ̀ and the same goes to ṣe ẹ̀kọ́ rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ ti understand views wọn nìyẹn but mo máa ń sọ ní gbogbo ìgbà mo máa ń credit àwọn medias wa but temporary for now I cannot work with anybody a lè jọ pàdé bá ṣe pàdé lánàá bí bàbá wa ṣe fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ Ìgbòho bá fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ àjọ wọlé but for now I am on my own màá máa educate àwọn èèyàn lọ èmi ti rí yẹn láti ìgbà tá a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ àwọn nǹkan láìkí utterances tí mò ń sọ lórí mídíà láàrin about 3 years ago àìgbà kọ́ọ̀mù sọ a máa wrap up nísìn kò á fi lo 3 hours 19 minutes kò yẹ kó pẹ́ tó yìí èmi ti rí yẹn ti pẹ́ but ìyẹn ò mí pé mo ní pọ́n wọn lé dáadáa là pọ́n wọn lé which is what I will do but mo sọ fún yín pé láti ìgbà tá a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ kódà mo lè mention ẹ̀gbọ́n mi dáadáa àrètí mọ́ra ti pẹ́ ìyẹn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi unlike kan bú àgbàlagbà lórí program lórúkọ wọn náà orúkọ wọn lè sápá mi lórí nísìn àwọn àtàwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re lọ́dọ̀ máa ń kò ń ṣe fangbélò the other one orúkọ wọn lè ṣe wá pa mi lórí báyìí a jọ pàdé ní Lagos Union Party not heritage no heritage there's another one orúkọ wọn ṣe wá sápá mi lórí báyìí nísìn Hamilton David Hamilton ẹ̀gbọ́n mi dáadáa ni wọ́n aláì ẹ̀gbọ́n mi gbogbo wọn mo rántí nígbà tí 20th of October ní ìjọ tó máa pa àwọn ọmọ yẹn ní EndSARS mo ṣe program kan ní ọ̀sán ọjọ́ yẹn tí mo ní ogun la máa fi parí kinní wàláì wọ́n pè mí sínú meeting wọ́n ní mi ṣe máa jáde kí n máa lọ sọ pé a máa jẹ ogun ní gbogbo wọn àwọn nìkan mo lè dárúkọ torí máa tí wọn ìnàpàdé ni wá tí o ti bá dárúkọ wọn kò mean anything àwọn tó kù tí yàn bá dárúkọ nísìn akọgun mo sọ fún wọn pé ntẹ́mi sọ ó yàtọ̀ sí ntẹ́yìn sọ láti ìgbà yẹn títí di wákà kódà àgbà tó máa di 7 p.m. bí ọwọ́ 7 yẹn tí kọ́ọ̀lù yẹn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wọlé pé Kóìkì jáde wọ́n ti pa àwọn èèyàn sí Lẹ́kì tóge ọ̀sán ọjọ́ yẹn lèmi dẹ̀ sọ pé ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń fà yìí so kí mo fẹ́ fà wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ti àwọn ará Èkó ẹ̀wọ̀n kò bí àwọn kan mọ Èkó jura wọn ìyá tó bí èmi náà mọ Èkó gidi ni bọ̀ mo dúpẹ́ kódà lára àwọn tájọ jẹ́ closeness gan ẹ̀rí nínú àwọn conversation kan ní calls èmi ò agree pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ so but Ọlọ́run kọ́ àmọ́ ṣe I will just use my own media as much as I can as long as tí omi àti ẹ̀jẹ̀ ara mi bá ṣì ń lọ tó ń flow lórí ìrìn àjò yìí ní ọ̀dà kan mi ti bá fi ṣe dúró bọ̀ lórí ìrìn àjò yìí Yorùbá nation mo dúró lé àti kò sí lọ́kàn mi pẹ̀lú ẹni political party gbogbo wọn látòkè délẹ̀ they are 419 wọn ní dáadáa tó fi ṣe fúnlẹ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n kàn fi wà relevant káwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ respect wọn bíi Daniel Gbénga Daniel irú Gbénga Daniel yẹn ṣe kó ṣì wà relevant mọ́ kò rí wọ́n ní lift ló máa ń ṣe lift tí ó wà ní Olúmọ̀rọ̀ kò rí ṣe so but for now gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ká máa bá rìn àjò yẹn lọ but pé Ìgbòho lè control mind ẹ̀ òun ló ní mind ẹ̀ òun ló mọ àsìkò òun ló mọ bó ṣe fẹ́ tẹ̀ so anybody can èèyàn 300 ò bá máa bá sọ̀rọ̀ ẹni tí mo gbé pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ for 6 months bá pè ní all over the world in tó máa ṣe ó mọ̀ lórí ìrìn àjò àwọn Biafra mo mọ èyí tẹ́ ti pè Ìgbòho ẹ fẹ́ dàárín ẹrú ẹ̀yin ò dẹ̀ lè kúrò nínú ọgbà láti yín láti wá sísàlẹ̀ tó bá tẹ̀ dìjà but ẹ fẹ́ kí Ìgbòho lead but àtàwa ti Biafra ẹ fẹ́ yẹ kó wà láàrin ẹ fẹ́ ká kọ́tà kúrò láàrin Biafra àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ but ẹ fẹ́ kí Ìgbòho wá lead ìjà yẹn àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ẹ túbọ̀ máa dán wò but ní tí mo máa ń sọ fún yín ni pé àfi tó bá yẹ pé inú kankan ni mò ń lò pẹ̀lú bàbá yìí mo sọ life ni mo sọ lè dárín èmi àti ẹ̀rù láyé ni mo sọ fún yín tó bẹ́ẹ̀ torí pé inú kan ni mò ń lò pẹ̀lú Ìgbòho lè dárú kàn waste time yìí àárín èmi àti Bàbá Akíntóyè lè dárú so but mo wọ́n nìyẹn again kíyàn kọ́kọ́ máa pè mí lórí alliance wa àti Biafra tẹ bá ní any problem ẹ lọ bá Ìgbòho ẹ lọ bá Bàbá Akíntóyè àwọn ọlọ́gbẹ́ alliance wa èmi ni media àbáwọn promoted and they accepted torí àwọn làwọn leaders tá à ń tẹ̀lé ọ̀ǹtì tó bá àwọn méjèèjì bá wá pé Kóìkì tún jáde alliance yẹn àṣemọ́ lọ́kùn ara yín irú ìtaṣe lánàá ẹlòmíì ò mọ̀ kó máa wá bẹ́ẹ̀ expectation yẹn ni pé kí Ìgbòho kó jáde kí Bàbá Akíntóyè bàbá tó ti fẹ́nu ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ pé Yorùbá òun fẹ́ kó wọn jáde kó wá ní kọ́ lọ endorse Sanwó-Olú nítorí ọmọ àgbẹ̀ kó mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́ bàbá yẹn sọ ó náà wà lá ní Lagos State ó dẹ̀ bí wọ́n àwọn ọmọ Igbo tẹ́ ń sọ pé no master èyí máa sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ó lè bí àwọn èèyàn ó lè dájà lẹ̀ gbogbo endorse ẹ̀yin politician lórí burúkú olè bẹ́ẹ̀ lèmi náà ní endorse yín I don't need any of your wealth because wealth yẹn ẹ lọ fi support àwọn èèyàn nílé tó bá yẹ pé wealth tẹ́ ń pín kiri ṣé ní gbogbo ẹ̀ tẹ́ ti gbowó nísìn ẹ̀yin influencers ẹ̀yin this ẹ̀yin that Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó tún rí yín lò ó tún di 4 years tàbá ṣe wà nínú Nàìjíríà bọ́n tí mo mọ̀ ní pé ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń fà yìí láàrin ara yín ẹ máa dá sùúrù sílẹ̀ wọ́n ní wọ́n ọmọ bíi tí Tinubu wà nísìn kò tí congratulate Sanwó-Olú látijọ́ Saturday ó wà Nàìjíríà ni kò sí Nàìjíríà ni ó tún ti lọ lóyìnbó ní ó ti lọ France ni I don't know but èyí tí mo mọ̀ ni pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe pákéjì Buhari tó fi di pé Buhari dead or alive ó wá ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn títí nísìn tí Buhari fẹ́ fi lọ báyìí nísìn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi heritage ni àwọn disagree àwọn rò pé Buhari ti kú bọ̀ èyí tó wà ń bẹ̀ dementia ti wà lórí ẹ̀ ìnáni náà ẹ̀gbọ́n mi tí bá dẹ̀ ní ẹni ìkọ̀kan tó bá sàn kankan fún mi nísìn tí bá fẹ́ get another authentication ẹ̀ máa ń pe heritage àwọn náà ní sọ́ọ̀sì burúkú tó dá lọ́wọ́ wà láì táwọn náà bá fẹ́ confam kankan wá pè mí àti mọ́ra ti pé ẹ lè dárín wa rú mo sọ fún yín live kódà ìyá yẹn ò lè dárín èmi àti ìjìnlẹ̀ rú ìjìnlẹ̀ ọba máa promote ìyá yẹn kó lè dá mo dẹ̀ máa lọ wo ìjìnlẹ̀ máa lọ Turkey máa lọ wo ìjìnlẹ̀ eléyìí tó ti jáde máa lọ síbẹ̀ máa lọ wò ó kù díẹ̀ ni máa lọ kí ní Turkey ẹ lè dárín wa rú views èmi àti Ṣóyẹ Kóríbẹ̀ lè máa dára wọn nísìn for now bí ẹ lọ́jọ́ iwájú ó lè padà ìyàn mí pé kí n bú Ṣóyẹ Kóríbẹ̀ mo fẹ́ bu fún mo ní issue pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ ìyá ẹ̀ lèmi ní issue pẹ̀lú bí àṣà my beautiful sister ìyá lálùbáríkà Mọ́remí Ọbàwátà Lady K ó ní tẹ́ bá ti ń bó òun kódà òun tẹ̀ kó tẹ̀ pé ní ìyàmọ́ ó larúkọ ọmọ ni èmi ò tí ì dé stage yẹn so lè dárín àwa mídíà rù oyè yín nísìn but ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fi wá dàrin àjò irú ẹ̀yin gan ni wàhálà and mo lọ wo múvì mi padà nísìn so ọwọ́ alẹ́ ni màá fẹ́ padà wá èyí tí mo ní mò ń wò lọ tó ń pè ní shadow and bone ló pọ̀ jù láàrin ọmọ Yorùbá fẹ́ jẹ́ kí connection yẹn Koiki no but one thing mo kí yàrá Mary Olóyèdè one thing I can say again and again is bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ bọ̀ àárín èèmà àti Ìgbòho mo tún sọ inú kan ni mò ń lò sí inú kan ló lò sí mi ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín ti lọ bá ẹ ti sọ oríṣiríṣi fún mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ pé ó jáde lánàá ó sọ clearly in tó ń sọ ní kọ̀rọ̀ náà ló ń sọ ní gbangba ó ní àwọn alálẹ̀ kó ó náà sọ fún Simon Ekpa fáwọn alálẹ̀ kó sọ fáwọn ọmọ Ìgbò yẹn ètò ń dánwò yẹn ọ̀dà mo sọ fún yín pé nígbà tí ká tó máa mú ètò yín wálẹ̀ nígbà tí wọ́n lè gbé oúnjẹ wá láti north ẹ̀yin lè mọ important Ìgbòho kò ń ṣẹ̀yìn tẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi o àwọn tí wọ́n ẹ̀ tí mọ̀ mo ní Yàyà Bello pè wá I don't want to go into details Yàyà Bello gómìnà Kogi state ó pè wá mo ní láti go into details ẹ jẹ́ ká gba Yorùbá nation àwọn nǹkan míì wá máa declassify ẹ̀ but for now I will declassify ẹ̀ Yàyà Bello pè àwa in tó sọ mo ní láti go into details ẹ̀yin lẹ mọ Ìgbòho ni Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ but ẹ lè push ẹ̀ in tí ó fẹ́ sọ ló máa sọ in tẹ́ fẹ́ force kó wá sọ sí public kò ní sọ torí pé ẹ fẹ́ lè ní kí Ìgbòho wá endorse Tinubu kó wá endorse Sanwó-Olú ìrọ̀lẹ́ lẹ́pa Ìgbòho ti agree ó náà ti fi ara wọn sílẹ̀ pé Yorùbá nation lòun fẹ́ òun ò fẹ́ nǹkan míì mo dẹ̀ máa ń sọ fún yàrá pé tó bá jẹ́ pé Ìgbòho wà ní the other side pẹ̀lú àwọn olóṣèlú ǹjẹ́ àní máa fẹ́ wá Ìgbòho mọ́ra just like bí ọmọ Lucas ṣe gbé yẹ̀wò pé MC Olúọmọ àti Ìgbòho ọ̀nà ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ lọ́jọ́ rìn Ìgbòho is a very very let's go Ìgbòho is a very very intelligent man ẹ̀yin lẹ́ ń rò pé Koiki ló ń ti ọ̀rọ̀ sí Ìgbòho lẹ́nu mistake tẹ́ ẹ̀ understand nìyẹn ìfẹ́ lèmi ní sí Ìgbòho mo dẹ̀ sọ fún bó jí mi ní anytime tó bá ti ní jáde lọ sọ̀rọ̀ mo jáde even at the last minute mo dẹ̀ sì sọ loyalty mi sí Ìgbòho 100% ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ lè dárin wa rú ẹ gbìyànjú bọ́tẹ́ lè dárú torí pé jẹ́jẹ́ ni mò ń sunkún níbi tí mo wà nílùú òyìnbó ní Ìgbòho pè sórí program àmọ́ra rí tẹ́lẹ̀ bọ́lọ̀ ń ṣe sọ pé ìrìn àjò yẹn máa wá nìyẹn Koiki Ìgbòho ẹ̀kan waste time yìí ẹ fìyẹn sílẹ̀ kò sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí gbogbo à ń parapọ̀ lọ́wọ́ alẹ́ ẹ ká tún lọ relax díẹ̀ àti lo over 3.5 hours ẹ kó máa pẹ́ báyìí but àwọn calls tó ń wọlé yẹn ó touch gan ẹni tó pè láti Adó Èkìtì Ọlọ́run bá ń dúró tì í kò ń ṣàyìn nìkan ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ náà ti sàn kan nù nínú Yorùbá nation tí mo ń tẹ fi gain nínú Yorùbá nation ni tẹ bá mọ tẹ fi gain tẹni sọ pé ẹ ti sàn kan nù state táwọn wo gbogbo state àwa la ní wọ́wọ́ fẹ́ jẹ́ ká gbà délẹ̀ ìyẹn lọ́jọ́ ṣe ń ṣe election for 4 years bọ́ọ̀kù díẹ̀ we will take it back by peace by pieces ẹ̀dẹ̀mọ̀ pé mi by violence by diplomacy orí ìṣó yìí gbogbo ẹ̀lẹ́mí máa ń kó papọ̀ we will fight to the last man standing kò ní bàjẹ́ fún yín ẹ̀gbọ́n mi bàbá alálùbáríkà Kúnlé Ṣítà gbogbo intatẹ̀ ní last year ní bánà ó kọjá 500 pieces bá a ṣe lọ́n tẹ̀ lójoojúmọ́ nìyẹn ìgbà tó yá báyìí ni a ní máa pè wọ́n sẹ́ẹ̀ má pè mí wọ́n ti fún wọn ní instruction Koiki tó bá ti pè bẹ̀ wá tẹ̀ fún yín. àgbéga 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 ìgbàgbọ́ àti bẹ̀rù ìṣọ̀kan ìkẹjẹ ìsíwájú pẹ̀lú àtẹnu. Ọ̀sìn ipò ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ìgbàdúláwọ̀ àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ àníṣẹ́yìn àgbàlagbà àdẹ̀níṣẹ́yìn ọmọdé èyí tí bá sọ tí utterances mi ò bá dá ẹ bá mi gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ ìjà agbára là ń jà lọ́wọ́ ọmọlúàbí ọmọ dáadáa ni mí mo kí Princess Adébímpẹ́ Adéníyàwó ní mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá Oòduà á gbé wa kò ní gbé ọ̀dàlẹ̀ bó bá jẹ́ mi náà ní ọ̀dàlẹ̀ inú ọbẹ̀ kò gbọ́dọ̀ gbé mi rárá mo ní sọ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ Ìmáàmù Ọ̀fà ni mo máa ń fẹ́ gbọ́ lẹ́yìn ilé ìka tó wà lọ play Díyà Òjó kọ́lọ̀ bá ń dúró ti gbogbo ẹ̀yin àfáà wa ẹ má ẹ̀ka gba instruction látọ̀dọ̀ Sultan of Sokoto àwa lẹ́ẹ̀ka máa sọ pé a ti rí moon Ramadan máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ a need gbogbo nonsense yẹn láti north Rugged Giant thank you so much mo kíyà tó bínú lọ́mọ ṣùgbọ́n bá padà wá lálẹ́ ìyá mi náà ti ṣe ìwọ̀nba tó lè ṣe ó ti package ẹ̀ níwọ̀nba tó lè ṣe Ramadan package ló ń pè èyí tí wọn náà bá lè ṣe fáwọn èèyàn I cannot say kà má help àwọn èèyàn wa nílé o ìtẹ̀ bá lè ṣe thank you so much.
Wọ́n ní Nàìjíríà lẹ́kún ẹgbẹ́ Nàìjíríà tó fẹ́ ní jẹ́ tí wọ́n fẹ́ ní di earth infrastructure wọ́n fẹ́ ní ohun kan náà fẹ́ ní ẹwà náà fẹ́ ní bọ́ọ̀dù ẹ̀ ń sunkún ìran rẹ nígbà yìí mo hóòpù tí ẹ gbà ìwọlé tí mo rí. àfáwọn ilé wa ṣe òkú tó bí wọ́n lọ ọmọ wa lágbàá nínú ìgbòho ọmọ ẹ̀dá nù wọn. Kọ́lá tí Nàìjíríà máa ń bá bọ́ ìjọba gbègbè èmi wà náà tí ó máa sọ. Ẹyẹ gémi eré pa ẹgbẹ́ ìdílé gbogbo nǹkan kò sẹ́ni kéde kò sí pa. Bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ sí kò lè rí òògùn lọ fún ìgbà. Ìṣúná kò sómi. Wọ́n kó lọ ọdún mẹ́fà wọn ò ní ṣe orúkọ pàrọ̀ àdúgbò tán.
Ọmọ Oòduà ọ̀gá Fúlàní ọ̀gá Fúlàní ọ̀gá Fúlàní ló jẹ́ o. Yorùbá nation yìí ti gbogbo wa ni kó má gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́ torí kò sílùú mìíràn. Ọmọ Oòduà ọ̀gá Fúlàní ọ̀gá Fúlàní ọ̀gá Fúlàní ló jẹ́ o. Yorùbá nation yìí ti gbogbo wa ni kó má gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́ torí kò sílùú mìíràn.
Life is so funny. You come with nothing, then fight for everything, and later leave everything and go back with empty hand. God is powerful.
Double. Bye for now.